done. The news has come in earlier today. Ten Hag has been sacked. Manchester United's Ten Hag era is officially over. Alongside me, I have assembled the Manchester United Avengers of SDS. The table is black. Everything has changed. Actually, the table's not black because Lias is here. Lias, you're dressed in a suit. You look very formal.
I just got the table is black for just now.
No, because you're dressed very formal. I mean, this is the best you've dressed on SDS ever. So welcome to the table, Lias. Opposite him, Abs, repping the United shirt.
The only one.
The only one. And next to him, Liban, formerly leader of RTS Rider Storm.
Got it done? Excellent.
Liban is claiming that he is the reason Ten Hag is finally gone. He has been Rider Storm all season and last season. But the day before the news dropped, Liban tweeted, "The storm is officially over." And the next day, the announcement happened. Liban, I'm going to start with you. Is there something that you know that we don't?
No, I can't reveal my secrets. I can't reveal everything. But what I can say is when I do say something is over, like I told Abs on the stream on Friday, if I tweet that I want the manager gone, it's only a matter of days. Heck, it was a matter of hours this time. Because all I had to do was do it. And it was done. It was done just like that.
Bro, you need to explain
Just
to
like
us,
that.
Bro. I'm not satisfied with that, bro. What is this information that you have, bro? Because
Like I said,
told us
man,
direct, me inside. You
I
said
told
to us,
you.
you said, as soon as I say it's done, it's done.
Like I said, there's always a plan B. There's always a plan B.
Triple H.
It took you a long time.
Yeah.
Now, we've got Lias next to me.
Mhm.
He walked in today with a bit of a pep in his step.
Oh,
You know.
he's glowing.
A little bit
He's
of a
good.
bounce in his step.
Never
Yeah,
seen him
yeah.
this happy.
Usually, he waddles in a little
Yeah,
bit.
he does. He's got that little funny step.
But today, he crip walked in.
He did.
Basically
He
did.
did.
Basically did.
Lias, you have been waiting for this day for a very long time. You've been fighting Liban for a very long time. How does it make you feel that Liban is kind of on a victory lap? Suddenly, that Ten Hag's gone because he tweeted the storm is over and the next day he's gone, even though you've been saying this for ages. And also, why are you here in the street? I want to give you the floor.
I was told when I was younger, right, by my dad, there's certain occasions that warrant that you pull up in style. Your wedding day, I don't know, graduation, anniversaries, funerals.
Yep.
I don't think there's a bigger day in my life so far than this day. This ranks pretty highly.
Wow, and you definitely did come in style, yes.
Let me just say this, yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
I won. I want you to know that. I won.
You won
I know-
because
I-
I made the calls.
No.
I made the calls.
You can do your little gimmick all
You know,
you want. No,
18 months of you screaming and nobody listened to you.
Look, man.
18 months of you tweeting,
You know what it
screaming,
is, not-
streaming.
You know
I
what
did
it is.
one tweet and it was over.
You know what it is? Some people
Man,
some people
the power play on this table, man.
some people look.
The power play on this table, man.
crazy. That is
It's
true,
true. I press one button, everything
The
over.
majority voice isn't always the correct one. Sometimes people come to situations a little later than people who get there 12 months earlier. So congratulations, you've gotten to the final thing 12 months too late. But just remember who was there from the very beginning. And you can run your little whole gimmick about I put the play in. We know where you've stood the last few months.
Because-
I know where you've
because-
been the last few
But
months.
you know what it is? It's not a matter of time. It's not a matter of time. It's a matter of action. Unfortunately, you had the time. I had the action. I pressed the button.
No, but
everything
do
ended.
you know what? Do you know what Liban doesn't want to tell you, Lias?
Who's wrong?
On that same stream, this guy decided to tell me and Said, "Oh, what's the imagination music comes on?" Guys, imagine after all of this, we're gonna go on a great run with Ten Hag. Everything's gonna be fine again, brother.
Brother, we
you
was on the street
can't
for
do-
2
you can't
hours.
have
We were
it
on the
both
street for
ways,
2 hours.
bro.
So he said to me, "Come on, make it entertaining." I said, "I'll make it
No,
entertaining."
don't
for
do
you, man.
that, bro. Don't
I
do
said, I'll
because
make
you
it entertaining
believed,
for you,
and it's
man.
not the first time you said, "Oh, imagine things go well again." So we
Look.
can't act like you weren't riding.
I was definitely riding. I was definitely riding. I was riding to the storm, man. I was riding.
But so all of a
the
sudden,
storm.
I was riding. But like I said, it's nothing I've said I'm ever going to take back.
So
I
you
still
weren't
stand on
wrong
business.
the whole time you were
No,
riding
it's
the
not
storm?
that I was wrong. It's a matter of I always stayed on the same stance. My stance never changed. Over the last 2 years.
You said
Let me tell
you said November.
No.
Why did that come forward all of a
Because
sudden?
I told you on Friday that
What
if
did
we
you say?
lose on against West Ham, it's done.
You said specifically. I asked him when he said this. I knew there was gonna be a so I made caveats.
So, what's the caveats?
He said it couldn't be the Spurs game because there was a red card in it.
Yeah,
I said, what type of loss does it have to be?
that was an embarrassing loss.
And regardless, you said it has to be a type of loss that you have to lose against.
That
West Ham.
was a
you
bad-
think that
that-
constituted it,
that-
and it
that
moved
bad
your
loss.
deadline all of a sudden.
100%. It was a bad loss.
You came in the group chat saying at halftime, this isn't a coaching issue.
It wasn't a coach issue.
So
but
then,
but
okay,
then
so
did you
in the
see my
first
tweet
half-
after? Did you see my tweet
What was
after?
your tweet after?
My tweet was, at the end of the day, regardless of whether this game was on Ten Hag or not, he has to still take accountability. I said this on the PR roundup yesterday, and I'm saying it again today. For me, my stance never changed. My stance was I wanted this manager to have a season where there are no factors other than this is your team, no excuses. You now take full responsibility of whatever happens this season. And if it's not good enough or you don't get the results that we want as Manchester United Football Club, then you're gone. And
So
that's
before
exactly
you
what
carry on,
transpired. And that's exactly what transpired.
Just for context for you guys as well, we are filming this on the day of the announcement. The rest of this video after the emergency meeting is the Premier League roundup that we filmed yesterday before the announcement. So this is being slotted in at the start of what we filmed yesterday.
Facts.
And we did ask you yesterday, and you guys will see it later on in this video, when Liban didn't know he was sacked yet, what you thinking? You did say the writings on the wall, all of that stuff.
Yep.
So I'm just giving them context for the rest of the video. This
Yeah.
is being filmed the day after the rest
I
of the
got a
video.
point.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you.
You
Thank
know
you
when
for
a
the context.
manager gets sacked, right? And
Yeah.
it's typically like their staff gets fired along with them. I think for this one in particular, we should have a caveat. I think Ten Hag should be going. I think Anthony as well too should be part of that package, just like he came with him. I think Anthony should also be going out the door, and I think you as well too. I think you should be out the door for Ten Hag as well too. I think you guys are such a package deal. We get rid of you two. We send you
like
off to
that,
wherever is
man.
next. You're unemployed too. How about that?
You're the
Not
one.
SDS. Ten Hag doesn't have a job anymore. You don't have a job anymore too.
know
You're the
That's
one
what
on a
this is.
visa.
Huh?
You're the one on a visa.
I got my
Remember
visa.
that? I got my
you can't-
passport. You ain't got a visa.
you can't run the joke anymore.
What are you talking about?
Nah, you can talk. You can talk.
Hey,
You can talk.
You begged me to get applications sorted for you. What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
He's good on his feet.
Hey, what are you
He's good
talking
on his
about?
feet. But I think you should be out there with him, man. I can't lie. Go look for a new job.
Nah. You got listen. Like I
Salesman,
said,
lawyer, doctor,
listen.
teacher. I know
You've
you're
all
gonna
seen
get
that
at
clip of Seth Rollins. We've all seen that
When
clip,
you
man.
slay the shield.
When you take the shield, sometimes you got to do what's right for you. And at the end of the day, I felt like Manchester United, Ten Hag, it couldn't continue anymore. I felt like that was the right moment, and I got out of there. I got out of the timing of it. Okay,
Can I ask you
I
a
got out
question?
right
So
there the
what
last day,
happened
but
to
I
breaking the
got out
cycle?
2 years and
So,
what, how
so
much?
like I was saying to you, for how
Yeah.
long? Is he the wrong man to break the cycle on?
It's not about breaking the cycle or not. For
Oh,
me-
no!
hold on.
Be
Listen.
careful.
Listen.
That's
This is
what you said
hold on.
always been
No, because
It's always about breaking the
Look.
cycle for you.
yes, but then I said I wanted him to have a season.
Understood,
okay?
but in general,
So
it was breaking the cycle, right?
But I said at the end of the day, no manager
So
is
can we
immune.
now admit Eric Ten Hag is the wrong person to
Of
break
course,
the cycle?
otherwise I wouldn't have tweeted what I tweeted yesterday.
No,
Obviously.
But it
I'm
took
saying
you
how
that long to decide that
No,
he
it's
wasn't
not
the
about, it's not about that
bro.
long. You had your stance and you wanted to get rid of him. Maybe let's say
Yeah,
beginning of last season.
earliest for sure.
I didn't think that was right. I'm never gonna. That opinion is never. That
Can I ask you a
stance
question based
is
on
never
that?
gonna
Can I ask you a
change.
question?
As in
Liban?
that
is
moment, you mean?
Never
can I
gonna
ask-
change.
Liban, can I ask you a
Never
question?
gonna
Can I ask you a
change it, yeah.
question? So now, in terms of who won, okay, I won in terms of like what I wanted long term. It
Yeah.
happened, but you technically won in your own way in that you wanted to see this guy given so much time up until this point in the
Yep.
season. So you got your wish. Ineos gave him a
Yep.
new contract.
Yep.
They let him see out the season. They gave him more signings. With the benefit of hindsight, now I'm not asking you to like go back on your
Yeah.
word. You have had hindsight.
Yeah.
Are you happy with the fact that effectively they've wasted the summer, they've wasted 3 months of the season, and gave this guy this amount of time, and now we're basically scrambling to salvage this year, and now looking for a manager that we don't even know, is there someone gonna? Are you with the benefit of hindsight? Would you have given him another 3 months?
100%. I would never go.
insanity.
You know, listen. Let me tell you why. Though.
I'm giving
Let
you a
me
get
tell
out of jail card.
No,
I'm giving you a get out of jail card.
because no, Elias, because you have to understand that defeats the whole concept of what I'm saying. That defeats everything that I'm saying. I was saying that give this guy. I get what you're saying in hindsight.
But you just
that's
said.
football,
You
though.
just said no.
You never know what the future holds.
But I'm giving you the benefit. I'm letting you. Now you've seen what happened.
Yeah.
You just said I can clearly see now he wasn't the right guy to do it.
Yeah.
With the benefit of hindsight. Now, if you could, would you have fired him in the summer and given a new manager a chance?
No,
That's insanity.
You're saying in terms of hindsight now how it's transpired.
Yeah.
But then
if you could replay it,
you can say that about any scenario.
So
football,
I'm asking you
any
that.
scenario.
So then
football,
you're
yeah.
just yes, you could
you
say
do
about
it all
anything,
over again,
but you do it all over again if you could.
What if I start from the beginning?
No, this summer. I'm not even asking.
This summer, do it again.
You do it again.
You know what? Can I tell you why?
my fingers right now.
You
You
go back to summer, knowing that what I know.
Yeah, and you'll still go.
Knowing what I know. So knowing that it's gonna transpire the way it transpired.
That's what he's asking
Nobody
you.
would.
So you'll
Of
second
course,
it.
nobody would. But nobody in
I just asked
in
you,
the
you said
world.
yes, you would.
No, but I'm saying nobody in world football would know that what happened was gonna happen.
I did.
Everyone knew.
I did. Why? Nobody said I did.
Listen. The thing is, look,
and I'm gutted. That he got sacked, to be honest.
listen.
I'm
For
very
me-
sad.
I'm. This is my thing. The reason why I stayed for this long is because I wanted to be able to come to a decision when the day I say I don't like the storm is over is because I am 100% convinced you cannot blame nothing. You can't have no excuses. You can't blame injuries. You can't blame the board. You can't blame nothing. Everything that's happened this season is on you.
Yeah, but I disagree.
Whereas if we got rid of him in the summer, there's always that cloud hanging over of say, oh sorry.
But this feels like
there was. That's the reason why he got. So why do you think he got a contract extension?
Oh, because there's nobody else available on the market.
No,
That's the fact.
They were
Liban, they interviewed
be
8. No,
honest,
Liban,
yes.
Liban, you be honest here. They interviewed 8 different people,
And
you
they
said
said-
didn't-
and
hold on.
what did they
And
say? What the conclusion they come to?
Whoever interviews 8 people while a manager is still under contract without the idea of potentially
So I know
replacing
what's the
him.
conclusion they came to.
They came to the conclusion that they didn't think anybody was good
the
enough.
best
That doesn't
man,
mean that
yeah.
he was the. That doesn't mean that he was the right guy.
You
And 3 months have proved that.
you interview 8 people.
8 people.
Yeah, and then you come to the conclusion
Out of
that
all
then
9,
out of
10
all
Hag is
8,
seven, yeah.
that is the best option out of the
but
bunch.
doesn't mean that
I feel
8 was good managers.
I feel like you're missing the point. It's not about the fact that they didn't hire anyone based off the 8 they interviewed. It's the fact that they went into the idea of interviewing 8 managers means they knew that Ten Hag wasn't the man for the job. They wanted them out.
but listen,
if Tuchel declined the job,
right now, will Aston Villa go and interview 8 other people?
Impossible.
Will Arsenal
No,
go interview 8
but
other
listen,
people? Will
okay.
Man City because they don't want their
of
manager
course,
out. They
because
think he's the right man for the job.
look,
so Ineos knew he wasn't the right man for the job in the summer.
the circumstances.
And I think they made a bad decision not getting rid of him. That's the first big decision
the
they made.
circumstances. No,
It was a
the
bad
cir-
decision,
look,
100%,
the circumstances that we were in terms of when I think they were already planning to get rid of him. Okay, prior to the FA Cup final, that's why there was leaks coming out saying
course,
that
yes.
they were planning to
That's why they
to sack
interviewed
him.
other people.
But because the fact that he won the FA Cup and whether you like it or not, there was a large section of fans that still wanted him to stay on.
Yeah, there was
That-
right at
there was
Storm.
there was, and given the fact that there were injuries in the season, there were other factors contributing to the fact that he had a poor season. They did an audit. The board even came to the conclusion that yes, unfortunately, it's not just on Ten Hag. There are lots of reasons as to why Manchester United had a poor season. They then decided, you know what? Out of all the candidates we just interviewed, whether 8, 9, 10, whatever, we're gonna stick to Ten Hag. They made that decision. They gave him a contract extension. They gave him the money. They gave him everything.
They had to.
That's what I'm saying to you. Of course.
But they had
But my
to.
point
Because
is,
it-
yeah, of course. But that's my point. But I'm saying, no.
Liban, you're being naive.
Let me say, once they've given you a contract extension, yeah. Now you're going into a 3rd season and you're basically saying to him, look, this is your final opportunity. We've given you a lifeline here. You've got the backing
But
you
now we
need.
can
You've
say
got the
that's an
team you
incorrect
need.
decision.
And okay, that's fine. But you know why?
Cool.
You know why that's
But
okay to me?
before you continue, my issue with talking to Liban about Manchester United is it feels as though repeated conversation happened over and over.
It is, and
Let me
it's
just say this. Let me
tiring.
say why. Last season, I was the one who was also sat here the last time I just met and I said, yes, injuries might be a thing. They might be part of it at the beginning of the season. And then I go on to watch a campaign where injuries are not enough of an excuse. This is why I said it's a repeated cycle. Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. You can't say then you're giving a final opportunity based on the excuses that were completely annihilated.
But why do you
last
guys
season.
ignore? Why do you ignore the fact that he had 2 seasons? One season where he had a good season, and then one season
Because
was a
we
bad
have context. In his first season, he got burnt and decided to put his principles to the side. We can't
That's
deny
right.
that.
No, but that's-
I'm just saying that means that's a manager that is not deciding how they're playing.
No, but I'm saying to you, it was look. My thing is this. Well, let's say in the courtroom, yeah. Unless you can prove without doubt that Ten Hag, the season that we had over the last season was 100% him. Which you couldn't because there were so many other. That's fine. No, you did, and that's fine. You did.
What do you mean by
but I'm
100%
saying
is his- on him?
no,
What do you
because you can't eliminate the factors to say that it was just Ten Hag the reason why we had a bad
Also,
season.
Now that using the court
Yeah.
example, I like
Yeah.
that. When there's something going on in a trial, there's obviously a jury,
Yeah,
right? If most of the jury say someone's guilty and like one or two say someone is not guilty,
Yeah.
what's the verdict?
Guilty.
Guilty, right? So that one is, so there was the jury. Say on SDS, you guys was the jury. Let's say you guys are a small portion of the wider United fan base, but we're using you guys as an example.
Yeah.
You had him as guilty.
Yeah,
You
these
had him
two
as
said
not
no.
guilty.
Yeah.
he had
said
no
not enough evidence.
No, he said
there's not enough evidence.
he was in the
To begin
middle.
So you had him
Yeah,
as
to begin of the season,
He was
like
in
you
the
said,
middle.
What was it?
not
5 games
enough.
in.
So then
Yeah,
what
5
happened
games in.
was then the trial got extended.
There you
till
go.
now.
To the summer. No, to the
And what's
summer. To the
summer's
summer's a vital point. The summer's a vital
Then with
point.
the summer, you
The
still
summer-
said, okay, we've seen more, still guilty. You said maybe still not guilty.
was
and then you
guilty
weren't
by that
guilty.
point. He was
At
guilty by
that
that
point,
point.
But that's
now,
not where-
and that now it extends to the wider
No.
fan base of United fans. And if it was that was the case at that point, yes, like I said, there was a group of United fans that were still
Some
saying give
idiots,
him
by
time,
the way,
but
huh? Jokers.
The majority at that
Clowns.
point, I feel like I didn't go and do a survey.
If you signed that petition, you're a clown. Fact. Did you sign that petition?
I don't think
If
you
you
guys
signed that petition,
can I
you
just say
are a
something?
clown.
I'm gonna tell you. Can I just
You
say?
signed it,
I'll come to that. Can I just say something?
I wonder if
first?
you signed it.
No.
I
Can you
never
just say
asked
something? Can you just? Can I just
He
say
made the
something?
petition. He wrote it up.
I don't think you guys are
in
understanding
the
what
group
I'm
chat.
saying.
He wanted us to
I'm
sign it.
saying last
He wanted
season.
you to sign the petition.
It's facts. What I'm saying in terms of what transpired was facts. There was doubt regarding of Ten Hag's ability to coach or ability to continue as Manchester United manager. There was doubts. There was sections of fans that were on one side, sections of fans on the other side.
That's normal.
That's normal.
Happens to everywhere.
So I said, I was on the outside of, you know what? Give this guy the opportunity. Give this guy the platform to then go into a third season where we can see for ourselves. Everyone can then come to a conclusion. Is he a good enough manager or not? If he isn't, then he can go. That's my stance.
Let's fast
It
forward
went
now,
into the
'cause I
season.
feel like we've had this conversation many times. The guy's gone.
He's gone, and that's
Okay?
it. And it's the
So
right
now-
decision.
so
And I
now we'll
stand
talk
by it.
about
I think
that.
that's
Now
100% the
we'll
right
talk about
decision.
that.
Gone.
The guy's gone. You are obviously over the moon.
Yeah.
You said a long time ago. You from the summer you were satisfied, and you of course you said it was time for him to go.
Yeah.
And you got it in the last minute. You got the last minute change. Just clutch. You got it. So you're also now happy he's gone because you believed
You
it
know
was
when
time
the
to
train
go.
is about to leave and then you're like sprinting
Yeah,
and
you
sprinting.
got- you got- you got-
Yeah. That's
you
what
made
he
it.
did, bro.
You made it
The
on
train
the-
was
I
gone.
Like the old fashion
Look,
change.
I know, but what I'm saying is, look, now that he is sacked, he is sacked, and I tweeted. I didn't know he was gonna be sacked. We're keeping it real. I didn't know he was gonna be sacked on Monday.
No boss goes on.
I didn't know he was gonna be sacked on Monday. But when I tweeted that, I was very certain in my decision, in my opinion, that it's over. Like there's nothing you could.
Do you look back at yourself and said, "What took me so long"?
No, he doesn't.
No,
He
no.
still
We asked him that.
he still doesn't. He
No,
still
what
won't
you
admit that
not
he was
under-
wrong, bro.
No,
He still won't admit he was wrong.
What am I wrong about though?
You
Can
were
you
wrong.
be specific
You
about
were-
what I'm wrong about?
Okay, so this is what you were wrong about.
Yeah.
You have just said clearly Ten Hag was not the guy to break the cycle.
Yeah.
You've continuously said, let's give him the chance too.
Yeah.
I was continuously saying he's not the guy to do it.
That's fine.
You
That's
stuck
your
with
opinion,
him.
though.
You were wrong
That-
to stick with him.
No, but that's what I'm
It's
saying.
not my opinion.
Come to end of
It's been proven now that he was not the guy to break it.
Prove it.
So
at
like
this
I said,
point
he
now.
won't admit he's wrong.
But I'm saying
what you're
last
not
season was
understanding-
enough of an
no, what you're not
indication to show that there was a coaching
no,
issue.
That's what I'm saying.
But
But
I said
Was
last year. I said last year. It was
they
evident.
don't want to understand where I'm coming from.
Because it's
I get
hard
where
to.
you're from.
Because
No,
you were
it's
wrong.
not hard.
Let me tell you why.
This is the
Let me
thing,
tell
it's
you why.
not hard.
Let me tell you why.
There's doubt. There was doubt last season. There was doubt about whether the disastrous season we had was because of the manager's incapabilities or
There
is it
wasn't
because-
doubt. There wasn't
No,
doubt for me
listen.
by the end of the season. There wasn't doubt for me. It wasn't doubt.
Eighth with your
It wasn't
worst
doubt.
ever goal.
Your worst
But
ever
all
kick.
the-
Okay,
It was
all
a
that. It's not that. You look at
That's not
and
doubt
there's
anymore,
different-
bro.
Football is football. You look at Barcelona.
There was doubt.
They had
You actually
injuries. They had money
genuinely
problems.
believe-
They're playing like 5 17-year-olds on the team, and they're still beating Bayern
in the
Munich
Premier
4-1
League,
and Barcelona
Chelsea,
4-0.
Newcastle
Chelsea,
had similar
Chelsea,
numbers of
Newcastle.
now, this
What I'm just
season.
saying, if you're a good enough coach, injuries is a factor, 100%.
But injuries don't
over
allow you to
38
bleed that
game-
bad, bro.
over
You guys are
38 game
naive,
season,
because- no,
you shouldn't
listen,
have a
no,
man called
listen,
Ipswich.
No, why?
Okay,
Listen, let me tell you
doesn't
why.
matter now, he's
You
gone.
didn't think, you didn't know that Chelsea were going to have the start to the season they just had. You did not know that Barcelona were going to come in and beat this Galactico
and they
Real
did,
Madrid
and
4-0. but you would have never been able to predict
they
that.
both did.
But I'm saying, this is what I'm saying to you. If I asked you this question last year in May, if I said to you, or if I said to you, you know, Barcelona gonna
Oh,
be,
yeah, for sure.
you'd be like, what
they
are
were
you
good
talking
last
about?
season.
You're crazy.
Last season.
No, but if I said to you though, Barcelona are gonna go into this El Clasico, the first El Clasico of the new season, and they're gonna beat Real Madrid 4-0. You would have said you lost your mind.
You know what I would have said?
Yeah.
I'd say, damn, they got a damn good manager.
Who's their
They got
coach?
a damn good manager.
Who's
No,
their coach?
let me
Who's their
continue.
coach?
You said
You would
Chelsea
say
are
that.
gonna have
You
an
would say
amazing
that.
season. I would say, damn, they must have a damn good
Who's
manager. Something
their
must have changed
coach?
massively from this season to that
But
season. What happened?
But you
Who's their
wouldn't.
coach?
No, but I'm saying, would you be convinced? Would you 100% be convinced of what I'm telling you?
But I'm saying if
There
something
you
had
go.
to happen.
So
But
you-
Liban, what has happened for Chelsea and what has happened to Barca? What's the difference between Barca last year and Barca this year? What's the difference?
No, better coaching. I'm not disputing that.
then
I'm not
then
disputing
why
that.
do you
You're
bring
not.
up this
No,
example
because
then?
what I'm trying to tell you is, the reason why I said I needed Ten Hag to have the season is because I wanted to be certain that that you are not good enough for Manchester
So wait,
United.
did you have a
and then
feeling?
Because last season,
How strong
there
was
were
your
different
feeling
factors.
that he wasn't
If
the right
you-
manager in the
look,
summer?
why-
Answer that question. How strong was your feeling in your heart in the summer after that season that we saw in the Premier League? How much did you make yourself believe it was injuries and not coaching?
Massively, bro, come on.
I criticized Ten Hag last season. I also
Give me a
said,
percentage. Give me a percentage. How
I
much were you sure he
this is
wasn't
what
the
I'm
right
saying,
man?
But look, if you want to run a narrative on me or you want to run an agenda, then fine, go.
dude,
with it.
I wanna hear
But what
what
I'm
you
saying,
say.
if
I
you
wanna
want,
hear what you
no,
say.
because that's what it is. Because if you want me
come
to
on.
actually tell you what I'm saying
Spear, go on,
and
go on.
actually
Sorry,
take
I'll
in
let
what
you
I'm
learn. Go
saying,
ahead, brother.
then it would be very easy. This conversation would
Let's hear it.
be
Let's hear it.
I understand what
Yeah,
you're saying.
I'm
I
just
understand what
saying
you're
to you that last season, yes, we underperformed, became 8th, and yes, the manager has to take accountability, which I said on so many episodes last season. I also criticized the managers numerous times on last season, but I also acknowledge that there are factors that have influenced the performances and had also hindered his season.
But now that those factors,
That's all. And I said there was enough doubt for me to say give him a third season.
I want
That's
to talk
it.
about the future of United in a second, but I understand what you're saying because there's certain decisions in life that I make and everyone makes where sometimes you want to see all the facts, you want to have everything, you want to be
is fine.
100% sure before making a decision. That's what you thought.
1000%.
But also there's some decisions in life you have to make where there's patterns and you have to have a bit of foresight. You have to make a bit of basically predictions based on the patterns, or sometimes go by gut feeling. For this decision, I feel like the writing was on the wall a long time ago, and I feel like you went for the wrong method of
Here's
decision.
the thing. Can I say
Which
this?
works-
Can I say this?
That's literally the decision
No,
making that
Liban,
the
can I
board
say,
went with.
Liban? Okay, it was wrong
Because
decision for them. It was wrong decision from them.
Yeah,
But can I say this? Can I say this?
I did
Can I say this?
They did exactly what I said. They did exactly what I did.
My issue isn't even with that. Honestly, like I said, I saw the writing on the wall. But even if you didn't, I don't have an issue with you saying, let's give him time. Let's see. You said there's factors that are stopping him. Let's see without those factors. My issue with you right now is we've seen the team without those factors still struggle, and you won't admit you were wrong.
I'm
It's
gonna say
annoying.
this.
It's upsetting me
Okay,
right
cool.
now.
I'm gonna give a motive. What
I
was
said-
it?
I
Look
said-
me in my eyes and say, yes, I was wrong to back Ten Hag as much as I did.
As long as I did. Maybe that.
No. I'm not saying that. What I will say though, what I will admit though, is Ten Hag wasn't good enough to be Manchester United manager. That I will admit.
we know that.
That's what I mean. I'll admit that.
So he's agreeing with me, but not agreeing with me.
No, because I'm the fact that I tweeted saying the right Storm official and I tweeted saying he has to go. It's me admitting
I know
that
you believe it.
Ten
I'm not
Hag
saying
is
you don't believe
is
it.
not good
I'm
enough
saying
to continue
you're
being
too
Manchester United
stubborn.
manager.
You're too
But
stubborn
you want
to
me
say
to
it to me,
say
though. Yes.
that
Yes,
no,
please.
but then that doesn't make sense.
Please,
because
I
the whole
do.
reason why
I
I
do.
gave him
That's
the
all I
third-
wanna hear
the whole
here.
reason
I
why
want
gave
an
him the
apology.
Thursday.
Okay,
Stick that-
okay.
I'm sorry for-
stick that apology up your ass. Straight deep up your ass. Because I'm not
stick
gonna
with the next manager, bro.
I'm not gonna put it because you know why? The next manager that comes in, my stance will be exactly the same.
And you're gonna get burned the
I
exact
want
same
to-
way.
The
Break
next
the
manager,
cycle.
next manager that comes in.
the
No,
cycle.
it's not about breaking cycle. Next manager that comes in needs to have time. He needs to have time to implement
course,
his
Ten Hag
ideas,
left
his
him with a
strategy,
rotten team.
and that's it. And
Now,
I'm gonna continue that.
Ajax
You wanted
11.
to say something.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Do you know what you've just said here?
Yeah.
It's similar to the analogy that you said about life. Sometimes you make decisions in life and you want to see it throughout the end and you end up getting burnt. What Levan is saying right now is you went through that decision in life, you saw the decision, you saw that you were wrong, and you don't regret.
No,
That's
he knows
basically
he was
it.
wrong.
But he was meant
I don't
to.
regret it. Why am I gonna regret it
It's cool,
for?
but I'm just saying,
Why am I regretting it for?
it links to saying the first time you do something like that, you do the other way that you do things in life. You do predictions and you do things. I've seen pattern. I've been burnt before. I'm not gonna put my hand on fire again, bro.
You guys
Levan
are making
is one of those
it
guys
seem-
that it's about the
do you know what
friends
you're
you
making
make
it
along
seem?
the way.
No. What I would understand your point if Ten Hag was a bum from day one. That your point to me
He's
then
been a
would
bum
make
since
sense.
Newcastle in the cup final. Yes.
Listen,
Bro.
my point is this: first season he finished third. Yeah,
Can we look at that season in context?
No, but hold on.
Okay,
At the end of the day, he finished first
on
season.
paper, it's not
Yeah,
context.
you never said this after end because we and you
Yes,
went
I
to
did. We had issues. No, hold
but
on.
you never look after the
speak
first
for myself.
season.
You're
Yeah,
saying what I did. I went into the second season with some hope that we could build off the first year.
Yeah.
But to act like I didn't have concerns about the first
that's
season.
fine. You had concerns as well.
You can look at Man United's results post Newcastle Cup final. Since then, and you even pointed that out yourself, the results were downward slope. In fact, Ten Hag's tenure and his stock as Man United manager was at its absolute
Highest
apex
at Wembley.
against Newcastle at Wembley. And since then, it has been a downward slope. Now, it was downward slope like this. We went to a final. And then it's just been downwards. So yes, we came third and we won a cup. But let's look at that season precisely.
Context.
Bro, we started that season poorly. We ended that season poorly. The second season, throughout the year we were poor. And this third season, we have been poor throughout. So you look at Ten Hag, it's a few great months capped off by Rashford's goal scoring form. We won the final. But overall, it's a lot of bad moments,
This is the thing. Again, context is
Thank you for the
being
moments,
missed.
Eric.
But the context being missed again because at the same time, that's his first season in charge.
Yes, and that's why I gave him.
That's what his first
sure,
season
and that's
in
why
charge.
next year.
And yes, even when we did go in the downward slope, he lost his 2 centre backs in one game. No one ever talks about it. He lost his 2 main centre backs in one game in the space of 5 minutes.
Yeah,
even.
that's unfortunate.
Unfortunate.
It is.
And then even that
Unfortunate.
season, people like to make it seem like that season also we ended the whole season. No, we did because the last few games of the league we won.
Yeah,
we
salvaged
beat
it. No,
Chelsea.
salvaged
We
it
beat
because
Chelsea.
Liverpool were starting to creep back up.
We went into that cup final against Man City with a little bit of hope and form, and then we ended up losing to Man City 2-1 on the day.
Yeah.
Fine. That
Good, the one
happens.
in
We
the
go
layout.
into the next
Yeah.
season. Okay, you had concerns. I had concerns. We even discussed it. I think even after the FA Cup final, we had it. But my thing was the season that we just ended up having. I just felt like there was too many things happening off the field, on the pitch in terms of injuries, and then also the takeover, the whole nonsense with the takeover. There were so many aspects of that season where I just felt like there was too much things happening that was influencing the pitch, given the fact that we've seen these same issues with prior managers as well. So there's so much context to his situation that I just felt like, why is it every time we have a manager, it's on the manager, never the players or never the club? It's always on the manager. With Mourinho before, with Oli, it's always. I was seeing. No, but what I was.
Another manager, by the way, it'll be his
But yes,
fault.
what I was seeing the same patterns.
Yes.
And, I was saying I was seeing those same patterns that I saw with Mourinho, with Oli, in terms of everyone's quick to just put it on the manager, and I just felt like, hold on, slow down a second. It can't just always be the manager.
Why not? Why can't it always
Let's
just
give
be the
this
manager?
manager
If
a
you
little
fire
bit of time
if you
and
fire
see
5 bums in a row, then yes, you can blame it on the manager all the time.
You can also hire 6.
Yes.
My thing is this. That part of his mentality of things is not. I don't think there's a lie there. United have had patterns of bad managers.
Sure.
100%. I don't know if anyone can disagree with you. And then you're saying at this point we don't want that to continue to happen.
Yeah.
If after so much evidence, substantial evidence has been put in front of your face now.
Yeah.
Even I could argue,
What
I can give you
evidence,
leeway
though?
after
You're
the
talking
first,
about
the
last
way we're,
season.
I understand all the stuff you're talking about off the pitch, but I think a coach
Even-
should be judged about things that are happening on the pitch. And regardless of injury or anything that you can bring as an outside factor, it was just completely clear that if Ten Hag wanted to succeed, he needs things that we can't give him. Listen, Ten Hag's football, the threshold for success is so high. It's so high that I don't even think a squad that Ten Hag needs is available financially speaking.
He needs
bro.
the World
That's
11.
fine.
He needs
And-
he needs legends, bro.
That's-
So,
okay.
but I'm just saying that if we have that much evidence and we see that situation, it is ignorant or naive to say this person is, we need to, because of what's happened in previous managers, this one, I need to see it through towards the end. There has to be a moment at which you realize that it can't work. It cannot continue working.
And the moment was today for Ineos. Maybe it was probably weeks ago, and they're waiting for the right moment.
Should have
been years ago, months ago, weeks ago.
I did build this game, the SACKED, and ended up actually being so.
How can Lopetegui outlive Ten Hag?
I predicted
bro? This
that.
is
I predicted that,
insane.
man.
I did build this game as a SACKED.
Yeah.
We said it as well, and it actually ended up happening, and he did get sacked. I mean, we obviously that was a whole good segment. We'll speak about now the future of United, what's to come. Before that, did you guys see the haters tweet?
I think it's about Rodri. I'll be real. I think it's
You
about
think
Rodri.
it's about Rodri?
Yeah,
but the timing, man.
I think he's.
I know it's crazy timing.
Yeah.
But I think it's about Rodri. I think.
Well, he should come out then and confirm that.
I think he's.
I think he doesn't mind the
I think
ambiguity.
he's a mug.
I think he.
I guess we'll never know.
I think he doesn't mind the ambiguous.
I think he's a mug. Is what I
tweet.
think.
Okay,
So,
so what if it is
regardless
about
of Ten
Ten Hag?
Hag leaving or not, De Gea should have been gone. Let's just have that clear.
But also, he's
And
one
some
of the
people think
greatest-
that's a club
one of the greatest
legend.
keepers to ever play for
Some
the
people
club.
think that's a club
Can I
legend.
say
He's
something?
not
Can
a
I
Manchester United club legend. De Gea is not a Manchester United club legend.
He is a
One
club
of
legend.
these- one of
near
the
enough.
top
It's
five
like-
United
no
players.
way.
conversation,
No way.
right? It's not the head conversation. But
He's
one
not-
thing I
he's
do
not
want to
a
say on the
club
topic
legend,
of De Gea, right? and this is a personal thing for
Go
me,
ahead.
because I've been lambasted by Liban at times, but by people on Twitter, by people in the YouTube comments about how much my disdain for Ten Hag is. It affects my supporting of Manchester United. But David De Gea for me is a huge case segment right here in terms of, as football fans, it's not viewed as a crime to want this player sold or think this player is not good enough or I've heard numerous times, get this player out of my club. Casemiro out. We were saying it about Cristiano Ronaldo. Jadon Sancho, we were celebrating when he went to Chelsea. So as football fans, it's not a crime to lambast players and scapegoat players and say players aren't good enough. Especially guys who, by the way, I wasn't De Gea's biggest fan. I thought Ronaldo towards the end was his time to go.
Toxic.
But those guys have way more credit in the bank and are way bigger United figures than the manager. However, and it's just not just United, but in general, fans in general have this viewpoint that when it comes to criticizing a manager, that's where it becomes too far. To the point that fans don't even want to say the manager out or the manager should be replaced because that they feel that it makes them less of a fan. I can't understand that because
I'm on your side there because
they're all employees
as an Arsenal
of the
fan.
club.
As an Arsenal fan, I support Arsenal before Arteta was here, so I'm gonna support him after he's gone. Same as the players. So I support Arsenal.
You support Arsenal Football Club.
So
all these other
guys are temporary.
They're
I'm supposed to ask
employees,
Arsenal.
bro. From the
I'm allowed
ownership
to.
to the boards
Yes.
to the manager to the
Yes.
first team to the what's it called? The jacuzzi, the guy who cleans the jacuzzi, the dinner lady, all
They're
of them.
all
What's her name?
temporary.
Who's the girl? Kathy at the
yeah,
front.
yeah.
They're all employees, bro. They're here today, gone tomorrow.
temporary.
So I don't understand. Maybe it's because I don't come from the UK, so I don't understand your way of viewing it. But for me, all of these guys are here today, gone tomorrow. But I don't
hate-
understand the change in mentality. Me saying Ten Hag has to go, and me being happy.
That
Like
doesn't
I've
make
seen
you
some
less
people
a
saying,
United fan,
I don't rate you for being happy that Ten Hag is out. Why? My team got better today. I think that my team has a better chance of winning now than they did yesterday. But it makes me a better United fan. For us to want to be worse with a worse manager,
To touch
that's
on that
mind-blowing
point,
to me.
I think I'm guilty of that. I think I'm someone who I'm much more comfortable saying a player, for example, let's say Casemiro that used as an example, to be out of the first team rather than a manager. I think what causes that romanticism is probably still the childhood of only having one manager.
That's what I feel the same. as you.
I'm giving a reason, not saying it's the right. I'm just saying as to why people think like this. The reason why is when you have one single manager
Sure,
figure.
you wanna replicate
and Fergie was saying, even though Moyes was a car crash of a manager at Man United, said, your job right now is to back the manager. I feel like that's why, as a United fan, I don't come out here, even after everything I said about Ten Hag here, and what I've said about him previously, you can't find a tweet where I said Ten Hag out. Because just the way that I am as a football fan, I can't bring myself to
I'm
do
built
that.
exactly like you. That's
No,
why
but the
even
thing-
when Arteta early days when I
It
could've
was struggle
said-
that you
I
couldn't,
was
you
back
couldn't
in-
make yourself say it.
you never
Even
even
though
said
you knew it
bring
was
it out.
dark.
Yeah,
Even
you
though
never
knew
once
it was
said
dark.
bring
it out.
I have the same
You never
thing
said
as
once
you.
figure it out.
Because I have the same thing.
And
I
I-
love the
I-
feeling of
But here's the
having that
thing, I
one
would never
manager.
call you a fake Arsenal fan or someone who doesn't want the best
For-
for
yeah,
Arsenal
no, that's
for
wrong.
doing
That's
that.
completely-
For
that's
me,
plus
the
completely wrong.
idea
Yeah.
that you
That doesn't make you a
wanting
fake
a
fan.
different manager means you support the club any
No,
less
no,
than someone
no,
else.
no, no.
No, I just feel like
it's
once do you know what it is? I think as well when you start to because I've done this before and I'll admit because I did it with Jose with
This is
with
funny
Oli
as well,
because
yeah.
I wanted Moyes sacked. I said get that guy gone. Yeah, like I was sick of it.
Yeah.
So, and that was first season
Yeah,
Moyes.
yeah.
Yeah,
Didn't even
then
time.
Van Gaal. I'll be honest. Van Gaal was a weird one because I wasn't like
Did anyone ever
I was
really
ever
say LVG?
I was never
It's
ever
called Jose
I was
in,
never
not
a Van
LVG
I was never
out.
Van Gaal out. But because Jose
Yeah, it
was
was
coming
bad,
in, I was like, you know what? I'll take that.
Because Jose's available.
Jose's available. So it wasn't a case of that. But for Oli and Mourinho, I remember it got to a point where I said, "Wallahi, I need this to end. I don't mind taking an L here. I don't mind if it means."
Okay, I got a question. Do you think it got darker then
it got
or under Ten
no,
Hag?
no, both,
me, it's
bro.
the worst it's been.
You know what it
This
is?
is the
You know what
worst.
happens when you become and no fan will ever admit this, but you know what happens when you start to become manager out when your mind is just manager out constantly. You're gonna lie to yourself and not admit it, but subconsciously you want your team to lose.
Support the team
See,
less.
this is
You support the team
see,
less.
That's another reason why I can't do it.
You support the
Because he's
team.
not wrong.
You
I don't
support the
think he's
team
wrong.
less, whether it's subconscious
In some
or not.
cases.
You support the team less, and you want you do.
I don't agree
I'm
because
telling
that's
you.
like saying when
I'm
if
telling
you
you.
want a player out, that means you don't celebrate when he scores a goal.
No,
I
agree with
goal.
him.
The
I
goal is
celebrate.
different.
You
I
The
celebrate.
goal is
I
different.
celebrate.
It's not like
No,
when
it's a
United
goal for
don't
Man
No,
United.
it's a goal. It's a goal though. It's a goal. But what I'm
It's a goal
saying,
that leads to a
no,
goal.
Maybe
but
not
I'm
for
saying
you,
not
but
for
I
you.
know what he's saying.
I'm saying-
I don't think that applies to you
Case
necessarily.
by case person.
Yes,
though.
No, but
that's
it's
what I'm
but I'm saying it's
bigger than
subconsciously.
we give it credit for. I
Like
think
let's
he's
say
right.
it's whether you admit it or not, subconsciously you
think
want
there's a large
the
section of fans like
outcome.
that, yeah.
You're looking for the outcome that's gonna get you what you want.
Because the only way the manager's out is your
but
team
your
losing.
team losing.
And they
You
think
want-
in
so
them
if you
saying
want
their
the
head's
manager-
greater good.
That's
If
why
we lose the game, the manager's gone, then you become
Yeah, exactly. It's for the
horrible
greater good. That's the
mentality.
mentality you have.
But
Naturally.
let's talk about going
Yeah.
forward
Yeah,
now.
let's-
Ruud van Nistelrooy
Yeah.
is taking over
Yeah.
the club for now. You guys have Chelsea on the weekend. This is now going to be everyone's going to watch that.
No,
All
we got
eyes-
even Leicester. and midweek as
You got
well.
Leicester midweek.
Is it Leicester
Oh,
midweek?
so that's
Yeah,
first
in
game.
the
Wednesday,
cup.
yeah.
Oh, so it's first game of the cup game, cool. And his first league game is the Chelsea game.
Yeah.
So this week there's gonna be a
Yeah.
lot of eyes on Man United,
Yeah.
as if there wasn't already loads of eyes on Man United.
Yeah.
I sat there and watched United Fenerbahce on a Thursday just because I wanted to see.
Mark,
You
you
know.
love it. That
But
shit
now,
is so boring.
but now it's even more so. You know. First of all, Rude. And then we'll talk about potential replacements for Ten Hag later on, afterwards. Ruud van Nistelrooy, I think we all could tell this guy was. I mean, he was a manager. He's got managerial experience. You know,
PSV.
he's managed the PSV. Just before this, he was obviously potentially going to go to Burnley. I think it was
Yeah, the job.
offered a job at Burnley, but
Yeah.
ended up taking an assistant role. We all thought, yeah, okay, eventually we could all see the writing on the wall for Ten Hag. We knew this day would come.
You see
and
those
Ruud
those
was-
pics on the side of Ten Hag looking
Yeah.
at Van Nistelrooy looking at Ten Hag or
Yeah.
whatever.
We
Yeah.
spoke about this on Sahih's Live as well. There was an Instagram post.
Yeah.
He did a post when he was announced at United
Yeah.
after the Fulham game, and then just now after
Yeah,
the last
yeah.
loss.
Exactly. So, anyways, what do you
timing.
feel about Van Nistelrooy? He's the first person we're going to talk about as potential replacements.
Yeah.
Because right now he's the guy in charge.
Yeah.
But you never know. He could end up getting a full-time job.
Yeah.
He's also a candidate.
If he does audition well
Yeah,
enough.
if he
No,
does
he
well
shouldn't. He should not be a full-time
So
candidate.
you think you think he should be a Lee
Go on.
Carsley? Guaranteed, just here for now. Manager coming in.
Yes.
But-
Look,
Okay, go on.
obviously, Ollie was a similar situation in terms of he came in initially on a short-term basis, save United for the short term while we look for a longer-term manager, and he did so well in those first few months. Like honestly, I think it was the best start to.
But to be fair though,
it was crazy.
yeah, no, to be fair, as soon as he got the contract,
No, but
we
that's what I'm
went on
saying.
a bad run.
Right. No, it's
Yeah.
true.
Oh, I never
it's true.
forgot that.
It's true.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
regardless, right?
Yeah.
He was given the full-time job because the results were so
It was a
good.
joke.
and
It was like
the
league-winning
uptick in-
form
and
almost, yeah.
form and
Yeah,
happiness
yeah,
at the
yeah.
And
club
it's
was
ex-United
crazy.
player. He's a
Yeah.
cult hero.
And to
added
give
it.
Aldi credit, right? Like he didn't do much worse than anyone else who's been at this club, right? Like he didn't win silverware, sure, and a lot of those other guys did, but his league performances over 38
Stability?
games. I didn't think Aldi long term was a good United manager. I
same.
thought we hit a ceiling with him.
Same.
But I have to give him credit as well too. He actually did okay. However, I think that the next manager United gets, and this is no matter how Van Nistelrooy does, he could win the next 10 games.
Yeah.
For me, I'm going to be strict on this. The next manager, it has to follow a certain set of criteria. One of them is his charisma, his personality. Does he have what it takes, like as a personality, to manage this big of a club?
it's a
Because I
big
think
club.
managing a club like
It's
United,
tough.
it's different to managing a club like Bilbao
Yeah,
or
yeah.
Valencia. No disrespect to these clubs, but it's a different monster. And Van
Media-wise
Nistelrooy might
as well.
have that.
Press-wise,
Van
media-wise,
Nistelrooy might have that for all I
attention.
know. But that's one thing
Scrutiny.
for me tactically, for me experience. Does Van Nistelrooy have all of that? Like
No.
his body of work, as you guys know, I love that word. His body of work as a manager, it's pretty limited. It's pretty. We don't know.
But
what
okay,
really that
and
much.
I
So
don't want to bring Arsenal because this is about United, but he's got more managerial experience than Arteta did.
Sure.
You know, so
And Arteta
does it always matter if it's their first job, their second job, their third job, or their 15th job? Does it matter fully?
I
I
do
think the
think
other
so.
aspects matters more. The charisma, the tactically how he is, how much leadership he has, how much control he has in terms of his team, how much they want to play under him.
Two things
does-
tie in,
he
though,
does-
no?
he does
The
take
two
a
things
couple-
tie in.
he does tick a few boxes, though.
Arteta ticks
Experienced
those
big clubs.
boxes, but
Yeah.
it doesn't take the
Arteta,
managerial.
Experience
I don't
Yeah,
think
no
I don't think any
managerial
club. I don't think any club should look at the Arteta.
think
This is
that-
why I kept saying with
It's a
Ten Hag.
unicorn, it's a
Arteta
unicorn.
for me is it's a unique case of a guy that for 2 years the results and everything pointed towards him not being good enough, and he had something going on in the background that fair enough I never saw coming. But
fair.
for me, looking at what Arteta did and saying the next manager needs 3 years to do this, and he doesn't have to have any. Arteta is a unique sample.
Case, yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
think we
yeah.
should look at that and
He's
say,
an exception to
"Oh,
the
Van
rule."
Nistelrooy, he's never coached that much either. He might flop the next 2 years." But Arteta.
Yeah.
We're Man United. They're Arsenal. It's a different story. Here.
Yeah.
So for me, Van Nistelrooy, I'd be very apprehensive to give him anything longer than. Give him a few games, maybe even a few months. Take the time you need to find the right manager. But long term, I remain
Okay,
unconvinced.
so let's talk about the potential managers then. First we'll start off with Xavi. There was a picture on the story with his son wearing a United shirt, which obviously is sparking all of these big
I
rumors
don't think
and everything.
that has much weight to it.
He's currently without a job.
Yeah.
He likes Man United as well. He's always
Likes
liked Man
Man
United.
United.
Guillem he almost joined Man United, in fact.
Yeah, he did.
As a
Yeah.
player.
Xavi almost joined Man United.
Yeah.
He
He did have
even
offer.
said himself, and he always said his favorite team in England is Man United.
Yeah,
So
man.
Where's
He had
his-
great
where's
battles
English
with
team?
him.
Yeah,
Great
yeah,
battles
yeah.
with him.
But-
He admired Paul Scholes as well, didn't he?
Yeah.
They got pictures of him in La Masia.
Yeah, but then they said Theo Walcott's one of the hardest players they ever played against. So.
Hey,
Messi
might have
said
been.
that.
Hey, what's on against Puyol
Messi
those
said that.
days?
Messi will wait.
Walcott.
Well, Messi said
Oh, yeah,
Walcott is a hard danger. Was dangerous.
remember
But he
2011.
was though.
He was.
He was
no,
though.
09-10,
People.
Walcott-
I don't like how people disrespect Theo Walcott.
Problem.
Like when Theo Walcott in his prime, I'd be real
Walcott had the
dangerous.
problem.
It was a
Walcott had
problem.
this cameo against Barcelona in 2010. Ripped them
Yeah,
apart.
the one
Yeah.
where
It was 2-2,
when
2-2.
Ibrahimovic
Yeah,
scored.
yeah, he went
Yeah, he was
crazy,
crazy.
bro. Yeah,
And then
yeah.
even the one in the new camp, I think the following year was it the year? I can't remember.
It might have been.
But
Yeah, they played
he
the next
was just
year, yeah.
a problem with his pace.
Nah,
He
it's
was
just-
always-
it's
for such a regimented team and like such a
Yeah.
they play.
He's
so,
a game
He's
breaker.
a
such a-
chaos.
he's
He's
a
just
chaos.
chaos. He's
Yeah.
chaos.
But anyways, back onto the point. Xavi, do you guys see it as a potential manager? If so, do you think he could do well? Do you think he's ready for this level?
Let me say this with Xavi, right? I'll let you guys speak on this because I spoke a lot on Van Nistelrooy. But Xavi, I'm not 100% convinced either.
Same.
However, with Xavi, one thing I have to give him the benefit of is when he first came into Barcelona were in mid-table, if you guys remember.
Yeah.
Under Ronald Koeman, they were suffering, bro. Like, and he came in and had such an instant impact. He took them from, basically mid-table immediately to second. He had that huge win at the Bernabeu. It was a very similar impact to Oli when he first came in to Man United. And then he even followed it up the next season by winning the league.
Yeah.
Which, let's be real, that's a big accomplishment.
100%.
The thing with Xavi, his European record was always really poor.
Very bad.
Always really poor.
That's what I was gonna say.
And I just look at some principles of...
Ten Hag knocked out Xavi, didn't he?
Yeah.
To be fair, he was missing a few big players. Like
Yeah,
Pedri
Marcus
was missing.
Alonso played
He was
at
at
the back.
center back.
Scored, didn't he?
Marcus Alonso played left centre back.
He left center back.
Crazy,
So, to be fair, but I
man,
just look at his coaching principles. Again, he's also a guy. We don't have a huge sample size of
not a lot,
Xavi as a
yeah.
manager.
Yeah.
He was coaching in, what was it, Qatar, I think,
Yeah,
before.
Yeah, so-
So I'm a little apprehensive. But would I be against it? He's not my favorite choice.
Yeah.
But I can't be a beggar here, bro. I'll be real.
The problem I have with Xavi is the problem is he's a type of manager. He needs to have a certain quality, like he needs to have certain qualities in the players that he has in order to play the football that he wants. And I feel like the squad that we have just aren't suited to how his
But
ideas.
should we
of-
basing our next manager on the squad we have? Do you think so? I don't think so.
I think if we want the next manager to be somebody that comes in and implements their ideas, or it's gonna have to be a long-term replacement.
But you know, I disagree, Liban.
Yeah.
Let me say this, right? I
Yeah.
think before Ineos, I think that would have been very important
Yeah.
because previously managers were working under bankers, they were working under
Yeah.
businessmen, and so much of the pressure in terms of style of play, identity, how the club wants to play football was based on the manager. And that's why you saw us go from a Moyes to then a Van Gaal,
Yeah.
then a Mourinho, to then Oli, then Ten Hag. It's completely different footballing identities, and it
styles of
shows in their signings.
Yeah.
But what the best clubs in world football do, the Arsenals, the Cities,
Yeah.
the Real Madrids,
Models.
Barcelonas, and now hopefully Man United with this new
Yeah.
board, the style of play, the way United wants to play should stem from the top
To the bottom.
all the way to the under 15s if you want. So I don't think the pressure for the next manager to come in and completely change the footballing identity is
based on
as
that.
big
No,
as it was a year ago.
No. I agree with what you're saying, but for me, the way I look at it, you got two different managers, right? And we're probably gonna come on to him as well. So you got Nagelsmann, okay, or like the Klopps, the Nagelsmanns, the Tuchels, and then you have the Xavis and the Artetas and the Peps who require certain qualities within their players to be able to play the football.
I don't think Nagelsmann and Xavi are that different, bro. I'll be real.
But the thing is,
They're
what
not
I like about Nagelsmann is his system. I mean, his team thrives
It's more
off.
suited.
It's more suited to like. He will get the best out of the players that he has. His system will get the best out of the players that he has.
Yeah, because
rather
it's
than
what it is, it's
that's why
less technical.
you
There's
know,
no-
that's
yeah,
why
it's
You don't
you
think
know-
Xavi was doing it with Aubameyang? He was doing it with
yeah,
Ferran Torres. He
yeah,
was doing it
but he was working. I feel like he worked. Not to say he worked miracles, but I think he. In terms of the morale, because obviously remember Xavi being a club legend coming into the building,
Yeah.
it's the respect. It's like immediate. You know what I
Sure.
mean? It's like, but I think the reason why Arteta struggled in his first couple years or at Arsenal was because he didn't have the players or the qualities in those players
didn't have
to
the
be
players,
to
but
be
you
able
could
to.
see
But you could see, but then
the systems
what
he
happens
was
is
working
you need
with
to give it
and
time because then results aren't always going to go your way.
Sure not.
And obviously, like he said, it is a unique case, and they had their vision, they had their time, they gave him what
He was an outlier. He's an
It's an outlier.
He's an outlier.
But I'm saying Xavi coming into this team, I don't know how he's going to implement his style or the way he plays football because you saw how Barcelona play football. They like to keep hold of possession, tiki taka everywhere, triangles
But
on the
that's
pitch.
also the
And
Barca identity.
it is,
from-
and I understand it.
that you
And I
can't
said
change
it,
too
but you
much.
can't bring that now and then expect Ugarte, Casemiro, Kobe. You know, I'm trying to tell you, Bruno Fernandes. Now you want
Well, why
them.
do these guys have to
gonna
be
say-
part of Man United's
so-
long
yeah,
term
I
future?
wanna-
No, I'm not
Yes.
saying that. I'm not saying they're gonna be
I
part
wanna-
of
I
it,
wanna
but I'm
hear-
saying for now, this season, coming into next season.
I want to hear from
obviously,
Abs. I haven't spoken in a while.
Two red flags about Xavi. One was the European issue in the tournaments because as much as I think Ten Hag wouldn't have been here for how long if he didn't do so well in tournaments. If he didn't have these cups and
Yeah,
that
of
gives
course.
the feelings of the fans up as well. And the way Xavi kind of left, it felt as though obviously he brought the club to a certain level from where they began. And it felt that the ending towards it was almost as if the pressure was like, because he said he wasn't going to be there, he was going to stay, then he was going to go, then he was going to stay again.
begged him to stay and
They
then they
begged him
fired
to
him,
stay, and then
yeah.
they fired him at the end. So that ending was a bit, I wasn't too sure about why that ended the way it did. But also, like Lehman's mentioning, my thing is the game model that Ineos talk about all the time, we have to see implemented for the next project that we have as a manager, regardless of who the next manager is. We can't, I think about a manager for this squad because then we don't know how long this squad is going to last. This squad isn't fully, and the issue with previous managers is that the influx of players wasn't great. Like we had players who were there for so long, way longer and on huge contracts. So we are hoping that United move forward and the next manager, even no matter how good they are, the experience that they have, how many boxes they tick, will have the issue of having to get players out because this is a Ten Hag squad now. We speak about it, people joke all the time.
Whose job is that? Barada?
It's gonna be Omar. It's gonna be Dan Ashworth.
But Abs, you know my thing is though. You need a manager that comes in that can first and foremost, if they're gonna come in now, you need a manager that's going to come in that you are confident can get the best out of the bunch that we have now because you're stuck with them. And then slowly in that process, be able to weed them out and then bring in quality.
Because it takes a few seasons.
But you need definitely a manager
to change this whole squad. You got to bring players in and get rid of players. Is that a manager, Nagelsmann?
That's the only name
that's the only name I'm confident that can do that.
I think he ticks most of the boxes.
He's the only one that has experience maybe in doing so. But is he the only one who I think could do it? I think that's harsh on people who haven't gotten the chance to do it. You understand what I'm saying? No, I'm going to bring up some names that I know you might not be too keen on. Some people might think, what the hell? But I look at like these are just names. I'm not saying these are my favorites or not. Let me make that very clear. But I look at guys like Thomas Frank, Andoni Iraola. I look at this Sebastian Hoeneß guy at Stuttgart. These are guys that don't have much. They don't have any experience, in fact, at big clubs, at rebuilding football. I mean, to be fair, they've done great jobs at wherever they are, and they've rebuilt them in their own special way. But doing it at Man United, they don't have experience of it. Does that mean that I think if United hired them, they wouldn't be able to do that kind of job?
I don't know.
Doesn't mean that. Some people can step up to the job. You just have to find the right
That's why
person.
for me, I think the most
personality.
you need to find the right
personality.
That's why for me, I agree completely. For me, the most important thing for the next United is the charisma, the character, the personalities. I look at all of the big clubs around Europe. No matter what you think of them as tacticians, as winners, as anything, they all have the status, the stature, the personality, the charisma to kind of back up the club that they're at. Whether it's Ancelotti, Mourinho, Pep, Klopp, Arda Slot, even now too. Even Enzo Maresca at Chelsea. They've all shown me in the way they speak in press. Bro, you're gonna laugh. I even look at Ange Postecoglou in terms of the way he carries himself.
You're right.
These guys are all. You get the impression that if they're at big clubs, they have the personality and the character to kind of match up to the stature of the club. I think
they don't get bewildered in terms of the pressure and the media scrutiny, and they just kind of face it.
Ten Hag massively struggles with,
big factor.
Because I think Thomas Frank,
JJ Redick, that's an outlier as well, though.
It's an outlier because he's an outlier.
Coaching in NBA is different to football.
That's where I feel like with Thomas Frank, I'm not too convinced because I'm like, because Brentford is such a small pond compared to Manchester United.
But you never know. Some people can make that leap.
But that you know what gives me it gives me Graham Potter vibes. Graham Potter, he sunk in Stamford Bridge, and we know how tiny that stadium is.
Small.
It's small. You can't sunk. How you sinking at Stamford Bridge?
It's tiny. Bro.
It's tiny, man.
Tiny.
Come on, like it's shallow, bro. Come on.
Hold on.
Fulham Broadway.
Enzo Maresca went from Leicester to Chelsea.
He's not sinking.
So for every Graham Potter's an Enzo.
He's surfing.
King Power Stadium, Stamford Bridge, similar size.
No, it's just you're fucked.
Similar size.
Amex Stadium is not similar size. Amex is a banger of a stadium.
Amex, it's true, but you're by the seaside. You're too relaxed, man. You come to the city and all of a sudden it's too much.
I don't know what's going on in Leicester.
If you guys were Park Ineos, and Dan Ashworth and all of these guys and Omar Barada.
I get a time machine and go back 3
all
months
of
and
fire.
Yeah.
Jim Ratcliffe. They all said to you, listen.
Do you want to say it? I call him right now.
Give him a call. And
they said to you, tell me what name you want.
You tell me. I want to ask you. And they say to you, your role at the club is to pick the next manager.
Sure.
What would your response be? I'm going to ask you one by one.
Are we playing career mode in terms of I can get any manager I want within reason?
Within reason. They've got to be available. They've got
available. I don't know if they have to be available because then...
you're trying to take someone from another club.
Or a country.
Of course. Or a country. Go ahead. Just tell me.
Look, man. You know, have you guys ever watched The Godfather?
Yeah.
You got to put an offer you can't refuse.
Right.
Go to the German FA.
I know you're going to say
Guten Tag.
Guten Tag.
Who you going for?
Julian.
I'm going for Julian Nagelsmann.
You
put the bread on the table.
You know what I'm going
Make
for?
what do they use the euros over there. Put however many zeros at the end of that number.
And you have to give him an offer. Can't refuse because he's got a World Cup coming up. Germany look good. They're building a good team, building a good squad, and he is. This is his country he's managing. True. And United is a bit of it's a circus. So for him to do that, you have to put an offer on the table. You can't refuse. So, but that's a good shot.
Because he's taking that shot, I'm not going to say no.
You could say the same person, but if you don't want to,
just to say a separate one. You mentioned his name as well. Out of the ones that we mentioned that potentially could have the character for it, haven't had a big club, should be given a chance. I've been watching a lot more of Stuttgart recently, and the football that they play is genuinely special. If he can, but it's such a big one because going up to a club like Man United, we mentioned it, the scrutiny is out of this world. But I would go for Sebastian Hoeneß.
See, this is where I'm different, man. I'm different, man. I'm different.
Gareth Southgate?
I'm different. Southgate. Hach tour, man. Hach tour, man. Hach tour to that one, man. But yeah. Yeah, man. Get that guy out of here, man.
Who would you pick?
See me, I'll do something. I'll try something ballsy. I'll go ballsy because this is nothing off the table. Because with Fergie, even with Fergie, he
you
tried,
are not about to say and watch.
He tried stuff that you wouldn't even dare to think about. You come in the stories, he tried to get Arsene Wenger. He tried to go get Steven Gerrard. Like he would try anything. Mourinho, he tried anything.
Yeah.
Made the call.
Xabi Alonso, what are you saying?
Oh,
Xabi. I know you got allegiance.
that's a big one.
Listen, I know you got allegiance to Liverpool.
Impossible. It's
I know you got allegiance to Liverpool.
Listen.
I know you got allegiance to Liverpool. Hear this though.
He was trying to come to Arsenal.
Hear this though. Arne's already there. You're not going to see that club for at least another 5 years.
Liverpool hype, bro.
Real Madrid, it's industry. Bro.
That's the one.
It's not organic. They'll get rid of you as well.
I'm not going to lie though.
But you see, if you want a legacy, if you want to build a legacy, following the footsteps of Sir Alex, we got the bread. We got the bread for you too. Listen.
You know when you walk
But that's the challenge. That's the challenge. You need to find the footsteps now. You need to find the footsteps. That's the challenge. Listen. Hold on. I know. Don't worry about the money. Don't worry, man. We look after you. That ain't no problem. That ain't no problem. We do what? 20 million a year? 30 million a year? We got that for you, man.
Come on, man.
I'm just saying, leave Bayern, man. You done your thing over there. You done it. You accomplished everything you need to accomplish over there. Come build something here in England.
You know how much that will bring back the United Liverpool rivalry as well.
Oh man,
that will take it.
We got
Then
experience.
we got City, Arsenal, United.
Yeah,
we doing that.
Two
That's
big
it.
rivalries in the league.
That's
It
it.
was impossible.
It's like when Hulk Hogan went to WCW.
Yeah.
NWO.
It is.
And he created, and he became the face of that franchise.
Nah, but
After everything he built with WWE,
Facts.
he left and went to WCW.
You do know
He left the Hollywood Hulk.
Shabby, you got to do the same thing.
Let me ask you guys this. In an ideal
to wrap up,
situation, would you rather, because a lot of these managers that you're asking for, Hoeneß, would he leave in the, right now?
It's
would
about the summer
Nagelsmann
probably.
leave right
Yeah,
now?
yeah,
Would
it's about the
Alonso
summer.
leave right now? Would
Yeah.
you guys rather get an interim manager to the end of the season, which is effectively scrapping the year? Like, unless we have this crazy run of Van Nistelrooy, I don't know, we bring in someone else. I don't know. Maybe we bring in an interim manager.
I heard
else.
Ollie today.
I saw that.
I heard Ollie today. I swear to you.
My question is,
I might come on SDS and say I won. I might come on and say I won.
my question is, would you guys rather wait till like get an interim till the summer and then look for another manager, which is like more likely than not scrapping the season, or would you rather find a manager right now?
Right now. Because I feel like we've kind of, in some ways, kind of written off the season a little bit.
Yeah.
But it's like,
Only
at
9
least
games in.
he can use this season as to like kind of figure out which players he wants to keep. I think use this as your experimental season now.
Yeah.
So you might as well use this as your foundation, as your base,
for a new manager,
and then go
managers
into the
aren't
summer,
available
get
in-
who you want, and then start fresh from next season.
Because a new manager might say the players that
28th of October, bro.
No, but a new manager in the summer, anyways.
Yeah.
You're saying like, oh, give an interim basically. That's what you're
No,
saying.
I'm
Or you're
saying
get
I'm saying get a manager now. No,
Yeah.
so because he can use this season to kind of
Measuring stick for all
measuring
these
stick.
things,
Give him
Yeah.
a bye season more.
Yeah.
So who's your realistic? Okay, Alonso's a joke.
Alonso thing.
What's your realistic one?
That's for sure.
I don't know, I've been thinking about it for like since yesterday.
What's your preference? Even if it's the worst, the best of a bad bunch. Who would you be happiest with?
The thing is,
Of the real-
because I've seen all the names and like Amarim, I'm like, for example, I'm like, I don't really know much about you. I'll be honest with you. You're from this Portuguese league. I'm always skeptical about. I've said yesterday I said on the PR, I was Portuguese league. I'm skeptical about everything. Whether it's a manager, whether it's a striker, whatever's coming from there.
I think Portuguese league. They're actually.
He says that he loves going to Portugal, by the way.
I think Portuguese league. I think it's a good success rate.
Not in the I don't know about the Prem though.
In terms of
Players, yes, players do.
No. At the I'm talking about in terms of management.
What managers have come to the Prem? Jose and I guess Villas Boas. Yeah, fair. So outside of him,
Nuno went to. Nuno did well as Wolves.
And now at Forest.
I know Forest. That's
a
level.
tough job.
This is what I'm trying to say. He went from here and then stayed here.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is you need to find a manager that can come in Mourinho's a special. That's a generational manager.
It's an outlier as well.
It's an outlier, another outlier because you had AVB, you had all these man. Marco Silva come from the Portuguese league.
These are all decent managers.
But these are decent managers.
He's saying decent managers for Fulham level.
For Fulham and Wolves, and they're gonna do good jobs there.
Manager coming to
United. Like you want a manager.
But I would have said similar about the Dutch league, and now look what Arne Slot's doing at Liverpool. I would have said the exact same thing about the Dutch league because I always said the Dutch league for me. I've always been skeptical. I've always said the Dutch league before we were signing Anthony and those guys. For me, I've always said stay clear of that league.
I didn't mention Dutch league yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, so you don't right now. You don't have anyone in your head.
I swear to you, honestly, at this point, I'm like,
you know what he's like. He has to see everything.
He's a recovering addict right now.
The decision takes a while.
He's still recovering from right before.
No. For me,
he's been on a crazy high.
No, but to be fair, that
we just took his drug away. So he's still recovering right now.
What are you? Do you even have a manager in mind? Forget Nuggles because even that's unrealistic. That's unrealistic.
For me, I would take Iraola. I would take.
So you take those.
I'm of the opinion.
Wait, Faisal's gonna run this clip and say, "Wow, I told you about Iraola. Now you want him as United manager."
I'm an honest guy. For me, I don't have an ego here.
Arrogance, no arrogance.
Yeah, there's no arrogance. No. Faisal, he would never say if what's his name? The guy, what's his name? Gary O'Neill. If he goes on a 50-game win rate, he will never give him a start. I admit, that's a great. That's you know what? What's that? It's like Westbrook when he goes 1 for 60. Faisal, he went 1 for 60. That one,
he got one.
That's a good one.
No, but I'm saying why was the only thing with Thomas Frank and Iraola is why not just Iraola? Sorry, and then if you're gonna give them the opportunity, why are we so against Ruud then?
I think
those guys have shown it at Premier League clubs. They have much more experience.
Yeah, but but okay, Thomas Frank, of course.
I like Thomas Frank.
Brentford, well, obviously that's his team. He's been with them for a
He's
while.
turned Brentford for me into a Premier League ever present now. Basically the smallest team in the league with the smallest budget. They are a consistent ever present in the Prem. That's a huge job for them.
No, I get that. And Iraola obviously coming in, that's his first job in the Premier League.
The way they play.
And that's fine. But I'm saying that why can't we not then just give my man the job to the end of the season?
So
just see how he does. Just see how he performs.
Whether you're going to get a manager
see how he performs because obviously he done a decent job at PSV. He got a trophy here, whatever, and then he also in the Champions League. I think
be worse than
he beat Arsenal in the Champions League last season. Did he not?
Last season?
Yeah. Was it last season?
We beat them. In our group, we beat them home and away.
No, you don't know. Not away.
We beat them at home 4-0.
Away, they beat you.
No,
maybe
Lens
beat us. We didn't lose to them.
Are you sure?
Or
was it a draw?
PSV last year?
Yeah, but we didn't lose to that.
Can you check that?
Was PSV the coach?
I can't remember.
Was Ruud their coach?
Was he even coach last season?
Was he not their coach the season when they drew? When they drew with you, I'm sure they were.
Last season we played.
I think Ruud was their coach.
Last season in our group.
Ruud
smoked about home. I was there.
Check. I beg you. When PSV played Arsenal, who
everybody's
was their
Dutch in this
manager?
podcast until we actually need them to be.
Yeah,
but I'm not PSV fan.
I'm looking at this guy right here, bro.
He's actually PSV fan.
He doesn't know
PSV.
He has a PSV fan. Oh, who was the manager?
Was Ruud van Nistelrooy their coach last year?
Who was Arsenal? No, Arsenal when they drew to PSV. Who was the coach?
Last season.
Was Van Nistelrooy their coach?
Yeah, they beat you. I knew it.
Away.
Yeah, they beat you. I knew it. I wasn't bugging. I might know more ball than everyone on this table, man. God damn, man.
1-1, bro. Why you listen to him?
He doesn't even know. But who was the manager? Who was the manager though?
Oh, no. He wasn't the manager.
And he wasn't the manager either. Last season.
Am I bugging?
Last season.
No.
You're talking about Europa League.
Was it Europa? Yeah. Oh, okay. So what? So no. Was it Europa? It was Europa. It was the season before.
Europa.
The season before. Yeah, the season before.
Europa.
He did beat them. He did beat them though.
Yeah,
2 years ago.
Yeah, 2 years.
That's what I was saying.
I remember them losing.
That's
to
what I
him.
was saying. Last Champions League, we didn't lose.
But he did beat you guys.
Oh my God! Breaking news: David Ornstein has said Manchester United working on a deal to appoint Ruben Amorim as head coach.
You just mentioned him.
Oh my God!
Oh, live on the emergency meeting.
My
Did you put the
God.
call in?
Do it.
Oh my God! You're lying.
Oh, it's wallahi, bro. Right now, 21 seconds ago.
He said,
Portuguese man.
My phone is dead. Finish the tweet.
Oh, my phone's dead. My phone's dead.
Finish the tweet for me.
Someone charge my phone.
Finish the tweet for me.
Manchester United are working on deal to appoint Ruben Amorim.
Finish my tweet.
Man United ready to pay 10 million euros release cost plus in talks with Sporting to finalize.
Amorim. They've got Amorim.
Amorim.
Finish my tweet for me.
What is it?
God. Oh my God. Please, just finish the tweet for me.
We're just
I was
talking.
just about to end the
We're just
emergency
talking
meeting.
about him.
We're going another 30 minutes.
Yeah, we're going again. We keep going, baby.
Bro, this has to be
We got the tape going.
This is insane.
Got the tape rolling, baby. Keep it going. What were you thinking about Amarim? What were you thinking about
You don't know
Amarim?
anything about Amarim.
No.
Because I don't know nothing. I'll keep it real.
Sure, we're rounding up, but one little note on that. Then on
The
that
thing is,
Amarim-
I'll be real on it. I don't know much about
Okay,
him.
so let-
in terms of football wise, I don't know much. Like I know he did
Fact
like
three,
in
that's
terms of
what I know.
sporting.
he looks good.
Yeah,
he looks the part.
He did really well with sporting, and he got
What's
he got
his
in the
English
league.
like? What's the charisma like? What's his
Portuguese men, they usually have
Good English,
good
more
English,
often than not.
yeah.
And
That
that's
is
good.
true. That is true, actually. You know the reason why Portuguese people have better English than Spanish people? Because
The words.
Portugal, no,
Portuguese
no,
language
no,
and English
so
language.
that Portugal is a poorer country than Spain, for example,
Okay.
right? So basically, Spanish TV, they afforded for every movie, TV show to be dubbed. So growing up in Spain, you watch everything in Spanish, even if it's an English film, even if it's an
Yeah.
American film, it's
Yeah.
all dubbed. Apparently in Portugal, they don't have as much money as Spain, so they had it subbed. So
so
kids,
they're
everyone
hearing
grow up
English and
watching
learning.
English,
Wow.
but it's all subtitles because they can't afford all these big movies to get dubbed by Portuguese people. So growing up in Portugal, you hear English more than Spanish people do.
Mental.
So the English is better than Spanish people.
I heard the
Let me know if that's true for Portuguese or I've been lied to.
No, you
but
might
that's
be
what I
right.
heard.
But no,
You can
no,
speak
but
so-
I
Let me know, I might be lied to.
I heard the linguistic in terms of even the pronunciation though between Portuguese and English.
Maybe, I don't
It's
know.
easier for them. That's why like when we hear Bruno speak English, when you hear Jose speak English,
Jose.
it sounds clean.
No,
Like,
they
super
speak for me the best
And-
yeah.
English of any
But
foreigner.
back to Amarim, Sporting in the league this season, their league, 9 games played, 9 wins, 30 goals scored, 2 conceded.
I mean, here's the thing though, right? This is why I'm a
They're
little
flying.
Yeah, they're flying, but
Don't bring that
real,
Vic to you,
right? Huh?
Don't bring that Vic to you.
What Victor?
That Victor striker. Don't bring him.
Gyökeres.
Oh, Gyökeres.
You don't rate him.
Don't, I do
don't
not.
believe
I
it.
do
No,
not
he
rate
doesn't rate
any
Portuguese
strikers
strikers
that
from
come
that
from
league.
the
Oh,
Portuguese
yeah,
league.
That's harsh for me, bro.
Harsh.
I think Portuguese.
Hey, Sharky, was it harsh when I read out the list yesterday?
You read out the list yesterday.
Was it harsh?
Later on this podcast,
You
gonna
see.
I
say-
think
Yeah,
Portugal they produce a lot of good Premier League players. Maybe strikers, I don't know the for certain, but I look at Bernardo, I look at Ruben Diaz,
No, that's-
Cancelo, Bruno.
You're talking about the Portuguese, like the Portuguese.
they come from the
players.
Portuguese
No,
league.
but I'm saying strikers. Strikers that come
Yeah,
out.
Benfica.
No, strikers that come out of the Portuguese league. Like I'm saying, when a striker
exports from the
exports
Portuguese,
from
yeah,
the Portuguese league for strikers is the record is abysmal.
Falcao
We
came
hear
to
about it
Porto,
later.
I
We
mean,
hear
yeah.
about it later on the
Yeah.
episode. Don't
You
worry.
will,
But here's the thing. I was
But
gonna
on
say,
Amarim,
I was gonna say,
last few
for me,
notes.
look, he has done incredible at Sporting. Like there was a duopoly between
yeah.
Porto and Benfica in that league that was like Sporting
Yeah.
were kind of an afterthought.
Yeah.
And to be fair, he kind of brought. I think he's won 2 leagues with them, and it looks like he might be on his way to winning 3. However,
If he stays.
I don't take too much stock in that because we saw what Ten Hag did at Ajax.
Yeah.
He turned Ajax into like a super team in the Netherlands. And I know they're a big team in the Netherlands, but
Yeah.
he had in the Champions League semi. He was flying with them. So I'm not gonna say that's the be all and end all, but I look at the players that he's been able to produce or that have been produced at Sporting,
Yeah.
the players that have left there. I've seen them in European competition. I think they even knocked you guys out a few years ago.
Last season.
Last season,
No,
yeah.
season
Last
before.
season
And I
before.
do look
See?
at him. I've
Reunited-
seen.
Easy, and the Europa League, it's easy to
reuniting-
mix up. You see,
Yeah,
it's easy
season.
to mix it. I'm telling you.
Sorry, in the Europa League.
I tell you, see?
Yeah,
I remember.
when Saliba got injured.
It's reuniting with Ogate.
And Bruno
Saliba
Fernandes as
It's
well.
reuniting with
Yeah.
Ogate and
So
Bruno.
look, I'm
He
not
doesn't
a
know. We never managed
opposed.
Bruno.
Okay, but maybe the Portuguese.
Amarim he managed Bruno. Yes, he
Was
did.
it that?
Bruno.
They won the league together, bro. Amarim won the league with
Bruno
Bruno.
never won the Portuguese league,
Sorry, Bruno left.
and then he came in.
I don't think so. I think Amarim was there.
No,
Bruno came in in
Who was the
January.
manager then?
I don't think Amarim
wasn't
there. I don't
wasn't a
think Amarim was
coach.
there.
Yeah, no.
Bruno came
Bruno left, and he ended up winning the league the
But I
next
thought
season.
Amarim
Yeah.
was there that year
Yeah.
as well too. So
No.
Amarim won the league in his first year.
Potentially, you have to double check. But
anyway.
I know for sure Amarim never managed Bruno. And Bruno left.
For me,
left,
when
yeah.
I look at the criteria in terms of what I'm looking for another manager, I'm talking charisma, I'm talking winning, I'm talking
Yeah.
experience, I'm talking
He does take a few of them.
tactically as well too. For me,
He takes
I'm not going to pretend I've watched every single Sporting game,
Yeah.
but from what I've seen, I've been more often than not impressed with Amarim and Sporting.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
wouldn't say I'm an expert on Amarim,
Yeah.
but I've been more impressed than not.
Yeah,
For
I
me,
hear
my
about him. but I
thing
don't
is,
know. I
my
haven't
thing is,
watched
he's
him.
probably one of the names that out of all of the ones maybe that hasn't moved me as much as others. I think that's fair to say.
Probably the most
But-
established out of all these names, though. Huh?
Potentially, he could
He
be
was
most
flirting
established,
with West Ham
but
last summer, no?
He was, and also Liverpool. Liverpool quite
as well,
strongly. There was
yeah.
a lot of strong links with Liverpool. My thing is though, I feel like as a United fan base, obviously we all love when a new manager comes in and we have faith in it. I've been burnt as well, just as much, just the way we've all been burnt now. My thing at this point in time, wait it out,
Yeah.
see the situation. How does he adapt with the squad, and make your judgments after
Yeah,
a period.
because
of
we
time.
need to. I'll be real with you. We need as a collective also give the guy some patience, some time.
100%.
Like honestly, like I'm not even saying it on a troll.
writing it
Like
Wait, no,
generally
surely
speaking,
from when he
Well,
gets
like-
if he's the man he gets appointed,
yeah.
all 3 of you from that day are ride the storm Amarim. And then
Yeah.
you can
I'm
leave
not
at whatever
riding.
point you
I
want.
don't
But
ride.
from day one,
I
you're
don't
right.
ride.
Hold
I don't
on.
ride.
Let me-
He's
let me
already
say-
not on it. He's already
no,
not
no,
on it.
listen,
He's
I
already
have
not on it.
He's already out.
He's already out.
Oh, I didn't say that. That's not
Already said I'm out.
These are-
Come on, man. It's been 2 minutes, man.
you rather
This
stop?
guy's already trying to create a doubt.
I'm out.
Right, the storm.
He just
Right,
got
the
He
announced.
just got announced 2 minutes ago, man.
Right, the storm suggests I'm with this guy till the end of the road, man.
No, that's not what it is.
I'm
That's
not
not what
riding.
it
You're not riding the
is.
storm.
That's
I'm
not
not
what it
riding
is.
either.
That's
I'm
not what
That's
it
like
is.
what he was on. He
I'm
wasn't
not
riding the
riding.
storm.
You're
Wow.
not.
Yes.
No, you're.
I'm not right.
You're
That's
on
what
a
I'm saying, but
you're
you're
on a
already
game.
right.
No, but you're on a
Already
game by
I'm
game
out. Well,
retainer.
that's
It's not a
2 minutes,
game.
man.
No, for me, Amarim, you give
Aye,
me for the
come
end
on,
of the
yes,
season.
man. It's been 2 minutes.
So
Already
if
Amarim
Amarim
out.
loses
Come on.
10 games, what we're
It's
gonna
been
say?
2 minutes.
If Amarim loses his first 10 games, we're saying Amarim no matter what.
No, I'm not riding nothing.
you. So-
I'm not riding
so-
nothing.
No,
bro.
come on, that's
I'm
cool
right,
though.
bro.
10 games and you already
If
gonna
he
say
loses
out.
his first 10 games, I'm gonna stick with Amarim. You've lost your whole mind.
If he
Show me
loses
what
his
you
first
got.
10 games.
10 games, Man United, man.
At
No one's done that.
what point?
Bro.
At what point? No, hold on. If he doesn't, just say let's ignore it.
If he loses 10 games,
No, hold on. If he loses 10 games, is he
In a
not
row.
working? Is he not working with the same squad? Is he not working with the same
That's
squad?
the squad we got.
At what point do you say, come on?
Yeah, but this squad's good enough to beat.
This is
most
Ten
a lot
Hag's
of Premier
squad,
League.
bro.
How many wins have we got this season?
Not enough.
How many wins have we got this season?
haven't lost
4
any.
wins this
Yeah, we
season.
haven't lost any.
Amarim, no. So Amarim, it's Amarim till you die then.
No, it's
Even
not
though
Amarim till you die.
Even
It's
though
about
even
be-
though
no,
you
but
were
I said
saying
be reasonable.
I don't know much
though,
about
bro.
him, but
Just
now-
because he loses
Okay.
10 games.
No,
and
no,
then, like,
that
10
is
games in a
all
row, I
be.
said. He loses his
That's
first 10
all
games.
If buts and maybes.
Yes,
The be
man.
But yeah,
positive.
you already
in that, man.
Amarim out.
No,
And
I
it
didn't
hasn't
say
been-
that, but
he just got announced.
You're
brother.
already riding Amarim, bro. That's crazy.
Guys, listen. That is the
Yeah.
end of the emergency meeting. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did.
what
It
an
is the start of a new.
Great.
Yeah,
Imagine. What
it is the
chances.
start of the new era for Manchester United fans. We've had the last 2 seasons, 3 seasons of the podcast. They've had Ten Hag. We've ran our jokes, all of that stuff. I, for one, am devastated that it's come to an end.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna see how this plays out. It's looking like we found out live on the podcast that Ruben Amorim might be the next man.
Obrigado.
We'll find out
Obrigado,
more.
baby.
Obrigado.
We'll find out more. But stick around. The episode is not over because now we're gonna go into the Premier League roundup, but we discuss the Premier League fixtures, including the main one, which is Arsenal versus Liverpool at the Emirates. Hello and welcome to another episode of SDS. We are back for our weekly Premier League roundup. There's a lot to discuss, as usual. This is the most exciting and entertaining league in the world. So every single game week, there's always a lot to talk about. This week, there was a lot of goals. There was a lot of late goals as well, equalizers, winners, everything. And there was a lot of drama, and there was also some big games. And there was a big Super Sunday today. And we're filming at the end of that Super Sunday for you guys to have an episode on a Monday, because sometimes when there's no games on a Monday, we like to film on a Sunday. So before we get into the games, let me introduce the cast, the table. Right next to me, you can see my co-host, the OG co-host.
Yeah,
Star
feels weird
player.
sitting back here again, man.
Good to see you, man.
Thank you very much.
Star players
Looking
here.
forward to it.
We are going to have a good chat. We'll have lots to talk about today, a lot to unpack. I can't wait to hear your opinions. Opposite you, we have another man who does sometimes sit here and is also sits here sometimes. No other cast member
Versatile.
usually sits here.
That's it,
You
versatility.
know? So, and have you sat there as well?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
the most versatile member of the podcast.
Hey,
That's true.
On top of most consistent, we'll take
Every
that.
position. Fuad is here. Let's see
Appreciate
Fuad.
being here. Wish it was on a better circumstance, but we here.
Yeah, well, we'll get into that. And next to him, last but definitely not least, you know, he's been on quite a bit recently. Fresh off the back of making the grand final in the new series, who is the smartest SDS member. Even though I might have just spoiled it for you, please still watch it. It's unbelievable. And Liban has gone to the final. He's got the first spot. Episode 2 is coming out in a few days. Liban is here. Now,
It's a pleasure.
you guys are wondering why the NG isn't so high right now, and that's because no one on this table is a 3-point collector this week.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No one's holding tight, man.
2 people are 1-point collectors, and 2 people are 0-point collectors.
So we're in black, innit?
Yeah, so we're black, man.
It's
It's
a
a
funeral.
funeral.
I understand. Lots of London games, especially today.
Yeah.
All London games today. Euston Station must have been nuts.
Brother.
Because you got Newcastle going back up north, United was going up, Liverpool's going back up north.
Man United will go down south, brother.
No, I'm saying to go back up.
To go back up,
home.
man.
I
They
said
played
like
West
Peckham.
Ham. Oh, you mean South London?
South London, what are you talking about?
Peckham Reds.
I see what you
That
did there. I
was
see what you
good.
did there. I
Peckham
see what you
Reds.
did there.
But the first game we're going to talk about, obviously, is the big key fixture of the game week: Arsenal versus Liverpool. So only the right place to start. I was at the game. You weren't, but you watched the.
A lot of
people.
Liverpool friends,
you
a lot
know.
of Arsenal fans.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
I'm assuming you guys watched it as well. Of course,
Indeed.
it's such a big game, so
Can't miss
it's a lot
that.
to talk about. Can't miss it. The game did finish 2-2. There is quite a few talking points in that game. One of them being The injuries that occurred, even the injuries before, the suspensions, the lineup, who's going to play, is Saka going to be ready, is Timber going to be there? There's a lot of secrecy going on.
Yeah.
I even said I was filming on the show today, Arsenal. I even said 2 days ago I was at the training ground and I was speaking to Saka and I was like, yo, bro, just let me know, man. Like, are you playing? He weren't trying to give me anything.
Yeah.
You know, and, you know, all this secrecy was going on the last couple of days. But, you know, he started, so did Timber, and he started on fire, scoring the first goal. And I said that was one of them ones where I wish we'd have won the game because it's easy to forget about when you don't win after a while. But if we'd won the game, that would be one of the Saka goals in his career where you think about, because, you know, let's talk about that to start off with. First of all, the lineup. I liked it. I thought it was very positive.
Marine? The back
It
line
was Partey, Timber, Gabriel. No, Partey, White, Gabriel, Timber.
Yeah.
With Rice, Marino, Trossard just in front, Havertz, Saka, and Martinelli. But it was like, I liked it, just seeing it, and then I liked the way it played out, so especially in the first half. So
I was a bit scared. Oh, skeptical.
when you saw the lineup, you were scared.
Yeah, a bit skeptical because I tweeted saying I'm on Trossard watch today. So I thought, because obviously I feel like he's been in midfield the last couple of weeks, obviously due to injuries and stuff, and he's let us down quite a few times, if that makes sense. So I was a bit worried, especially against your boy Graven Birch, that's having an amazing season.
Underwhelming, yeah.
Like Curtis Jones back of last week, what he did against Chelsea, and then obviously because they didn't start Szoboszlai today, innit? So I was like, okay, cool, and then having McAllister back in. So I was thinking, oh, this is the midfield that I want to see if we were to get tested or not. And with Partey, I think Partey's definitely been one of our best players this season. He's been available. That's something we couldn't have never said the last 4 years. And him starting right back against an on-form
Luis Diaz. Bro.
That's what scared me the most. I was like,
Yeah.
I
agree.
Bukayo Saka maybe it has to help him out a lot. Ben White has to cover that side a lot, but going now.
It worked.
going
I
to
mean,
the game,
first half especially. Let's firstly, I just want to talk about Bukayo Saka.
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot to talk about. Obviously, the points were shared. Who do we feel like, you know, are going away happy? What do we think about certain decisions? Talk about that. But Bukayo Saka, I just want to start off with Saka on a positive note, boys.
That's how you start a game, bro.
That's how you start.
That's how you,
9 minutes in, I think it was.
bro. Like the ball from Ben White, firstly, is incredible as well.
And bear in
Obviously
mind, I don't think I would see Saliba do that kind of pass. We've not seen that coming from, but that's
why Ben White has been able to play
So
out
I
right
think it was
back.
his
So
first game.
moving him back into centre back, I was worried that he was going to stick with him and then maybe
Yeah.
slide in Kivy. I actually thought that was the right decision. Immediately plays a great pass, but it's not just that; it's the timing of the run, the curving of the run, who he's up against. Because Robertson has made a career of P&P in this Premier League, getting up and down.
correct.
Yeah.
Bro, he made him look like, brother, your time is
His
up.
family
Your time is coming to an end, and I have just shown you the first cracks. And I think against Madueke in the first half, we saw a little bit of that after all. But bro, he's not only did he cook him for pace, then to sit him down with the nutmeg. Then it's like, all right, you know what, I'm gonna follow up with the finish as well. It's every aspect, and you almost feel like this season, taking the armband, he's taken an extra bit of responsibility. Where I keep saying it with Virgil last season, when he took the armband, he raised his game that bit. This season, you've seen Odegaard go down. That's creativity. That's leadership. Now you look around the dressing room, who's going to step up? The one guy who's been able to almost carry the side season after season and still develop. And just when you think he almost can't develop any, he can't get any better, can he? He's been doing it for England,
And
doing it season after season. Now it's like in a big game, when your team needs you, people saying, hey, he's going to be limping in about 30 minutes. I was even thinking, I'm waiting. You know what I mean? Robbo's going to leave something early. And he said, no. Watch me today, brother. I'm going to teach you lot something.
And he hit them with a shrug. He hit them with a shrug. I mean, listen, Bukayo Saka in the Premier League this season, most chances created, most big chance created, and most assists in the Premier League so far this season. Listen, he's got 10 GA right now. He's got 7 assists and 3 goals in 8 games. You know, so I think he's got a goal involvement in every game he started. I think this season or he's played. Arsenal now scored 27 goals from set pieces in the Premier League as well, which we'll speak about after for our second goal, which did come from a set piece. I think you tweeted as well saying Nicolas Jova.
I've never seen a
Getting so
set
much
piece
camera time.
coach with this much PR, bro. The fact that we know his name, the fact that if I saw his face, I will tell you that's Arsenal set piece. Can you not name me any of the other clubs their set piece coach?
I couldn't at all.
Yeah, but that's because of them.
Bro, they had the camera
That's
on
'cause they're
him.
Arsenal fans, though.
No, but there's a reason for it.
Yeah.
The camera was panned on him. 2 seconds later, the turnaround. 1, 2.
But then
I said, you know what? I get the PR.
Yeah.
First,
But
you
you got
get
to
it.
understand as well, yeah. You know, obviously, whenever there's a set piece, it's like Arteta sits back,
They stop
Jova steps up and they take the box going, I can call it's time. And
But you know, it's small little things as well. Even like if you notice, because Saka got fouled for that, I think, and he
Yeah.
just kind of sat on the edge, and I was just thinking that's completely dragged an entire man away. You don't normally see small little details like that. Like I think with you lot set pieces, it's always how you lot line up and things is always interesting, and it's never the same. There's no like.
I was
copy
behind
and
that goal
paste.
for the first half in the clock end. I think we in the first half, I think we had about three free kicks exactly from that same position before the one went in.
Yeah.
Right. So Saka kept cutting in and getting fouled there, or Trossard will get fouled there. So Declan Rice we had that same basically routine 3 or 4 times, and then the goal came in. One of them, even Marino got there before, and almost fluffed it a little bit. We had a few of those. And you're watching it and you're seeing all the big players, Marino, Havertz, and Declan Rice. No, Declan Rice taking it, but Gabriel. They start off really far back and then they run in a certain way and then they run in this way. And that's how they did it. Go there, and there. And obviously a set piece. But speaking of set pieces, we conceded.
I was just about to
and
say,
that's
you
back-to-back games now.
conceded a set piece.
Exceeded from set piece. I mean, Van Dijk equalised from the corner to make it 1-1. But everyone knows exactly how all the goals went. I just want to talk about first, overall, how do we feel coming out from this match? Because it feels like 2 different halves. There was things that happened as well that changed the way we played.
Yeah.
Mid-game, we're losing Gabriel, start the second half, and then Timber not too long after. We ended up with a back 4 of Thomas Partey, Ben White, Yakakivio, Miles Lewis-Skelly. Like, that's not even probably our second choice back 4 if you look at it. So, are you taking it as like a points dropped? Are we taking it as we'll take the draw? How are you looking at it? As an Arsenal, as a fellow Arsenal fan, I want to know first from you.
I wasn't upset as I thought I'd be. In terms of looking at the game, I felt like Arteta chose the right lineup. The game was going well. I felt like the set piece obviously kind of hindered us in terms of like the way he was attacking, but we bounced back from it. We scored Marino. Marino had that chance just before as well.
Yeah.
And I want to give credit, of course, regardless to not even just that Nicolas Jova guy, is the fact that Declan Rice, time and time again, today's deliveries have been very good. They're coming from. So regarding that, I felt like there wasn't much he could do. I looked at our bench and I went, we didn't have any game changers or whatever. And in my opinion, I felt like Thomas Partey was man of the match.
It was brilliant.
I think bar the nutmeg that Luis Diaz did, I felt like he shot that right side up. I didn't think he had that in his game. I can't lie. I thought his legs would have died.
Liverpool's left-hand side was poor.
Do you know where I'm coming from?
They actually changed the whole left-hand side as well.
Bro.
Rightly so.
They took off Robertson and Diaz and brought on
Tsimikas.
Tsimikas and Gakpo.
Like thing is, usually I would come out of it going, damn, like we should have won the game kind of stuff. But obviously we was kind of handicapped in the sense of like,
It's weird because I feel like it's like that for both teams as well. I feel like Liverpool, if you said to them before the game, would you take a point at the Emirates? They would have probably said, yeah.
A lot
But
of my
then
friends said
you look
that.
at the context of the game where,
I would have
okay.
said no, though. Before the game, I would.
Yeah, you would have probably said no.
Yeah, of course.
No, I
But I
thought
think-
we was going to win.
I think both set of fans would have been happy with the draw.
No,
Wouldn't have been.
No.
You don't think?
Oh.
But for me, I think
I had a lot of Liverpool fans.
I think
I think
especially
Liverpool fans
Liverpool.
would have taken a draw.
No,
Would've taken
I had a
draw
lot
before the
because
game.
I think they've won every single game but one.
I think
they
just
would've
the
taken a
context
draw.
of going into this game. I think obviously you guys come off the back of a defeat, obviously missing key players. I think Liverpool would have wanted to go into this game saying we can take all 3 points.
That's true.
But then the performance on the day didn't tell me that, bro. Like I
Especially
felt,
the first half.
I'll be real with you. The first half, I thought they were way off it, and even in the second half, I thought until maybe the subs came on, and then you started to see something a little bit. I thought Luis Diaz today way off it. Darwin Núñez wasn't really the Darwin Núñez that kind of has been getting him excited. I thought the midfield today, McAllister picking up that early yellow card almost like limited his game. Gravenberch got late into the game. He started to kind of liven up a little bit.
You know, that's what happens. That's what Innes
Listen, we're gonna sit in the block on that one. Trust me, Elias.
I just think.
I thought Konate was solid and,
Wow.
and he was
immense.
amazing.
Yeah.
But I just felt like
Martinelli had no luck.
I've never seen Trent do so many bad passes in one game.
Oh my God.
And this is the thing. Robbo looked like he was past it, and I was just like, bro, where Salah looked like the only one on the Liverpool side that wanted to take the game by the scruff of the neck and try and win it, and that's how they got the goal back.
There was even a moment where I think Salah picked it up, he cut in, and Diaz was offside, and he was telling him to get back on side before we played the pass.
Yeah, and I felt like when especially when Gabriel went down, then Timber went down, it almost like their Klopp reflex kicked in, where they were trying to do this gung-ho football, throwing everything at it now, and it just wasn't coming off. There was no movement, the touches were all off, and I was just like, yo, I've never seen Liverpool look this kind of chaotic under Arne Slot yet. And it was weird because, as you said, I think previously coming into this game, I was thinking Liverpool are going to come here confident, thinking we can Arsenal side, we can go and get that. And they just looked off it today. I don't know how to explain it.
You know what it was for me?
Yeah. No.
You know what it was for me? When we played them today, I felt like we was doing anything that we wanted. Whenever we wanted, that's why I give Trossard big credit.
He did really
Every
well
time he
today,
picked up, he just played it out wide. We had the option to go right or left at any time that we wanted. I thought Marina had a quality game as well. Whereas with Liverpool, they'll make the line splitting pass in the middle. They're not looking to go out wide. They're coming from, and then I feel like that's what limited them. Where it resulted in a lot of like 40-yard strikes from them.
And they were doing a lot of long balls over the top as well. It's weird because obviously we've been watching a lot of non-league football recently. We literally watched Barnet yesterday.
Yeah.
And before that was Wembley FC.
Thank
So
God I didn't
watching
go to
non-league
Wembley
football.
FC again.
Yeah, but Liverpool in the first half, it felt like they were playing that kind of football. A lot of long
Route one,
balls, a lot of
yeah.
route one, and
That's
and
why
they'll get no luck in that midfield. But
Yeah.
also at the same time, I think it's due to Arteta's brilliance and the team he put out because Liverpool had no chance in that midfield in the first half. A lot had to change in the second half, but
I don't think
the
you know
way
what
it was. But I'm saying the way it was Rice was really good, Marina was really good, Trossard was occupying that space as well. Havertz wasn't a striker. Havertz was on the right side a lot as well, right mid helping out Saka because Partey wasn't really coming down the. Partey was either at right back or in centre mid. He wasn't like overlapping. So Havertz was occupying that right mid half space kind of thing. We had a lot more bodies than them in the middle. So their only option was just to go long and try and find.
They
Nunes,
couldn't
Diaz,
get
and it wasn't working.
Yeah, they couldn't get Curtis Jones at all in the game.
No, he didn't.
I remember
get a
watching
chance.
that. They couldn't get him into the game.
Following the performance of last week as
Yeah.
well, you thought this is kind of a game to really stamp
But,
your
but
authority.
even when you recognise, like by the time any of their midfielders got up, even Gravenberch,
Yeah.
those times he obviously dropped the shoulder, it was nice, he got out of it. But every
He didn't
time
get
they
going.
got onto the ball, there was someone there. Whereas against Chelsea, they was allowed to go on a half turn, find the pockets of spaces or whatever. But regarding this game, I felt like Arteta played it perfect in terms of with Partey and Timber. I think Salah was non-existent for 60
Timber did
minutes.
really well against
60
Salah,
minutes.
yeah.
And it's like you said, but I feel like their
he
game
had his moments, I felt like.
he didn't do much. I'll be real. Like
Yeah.
he picked key pockets,
Yeah.
but he didn't do much with it. I don't blame him because Nunes wasn't offering much. Diaz wasn't doing too much.
Salah got most of his success when he came on the inside of Timber rather than playing wide.
Yeah,
Because
but
that's where he got most of his success.
100%. But majority of the time, it was he had Timber pinned and then found an outlet in the middle, and then they couldn't do much. Then they were recycling again. So they couldn't hit his strengths. Where, like you said, I felt like going into that game, I was a bit worried of Liverpool because of the form they're on, and I felt like the amount of bodies that was down for us. I looked at when, you know what, I was still confident in us beating them because it's the Emirates, and we've done it the last 2 years.
Yeah.
But today, I felt like Liverpool were not great in the slightest. They
to be
literally
fair,
were
I
preying on.
Especially in the first half.
Bro, the best thing.
I think I disagree with everything that's been said on
Go
this
ahead,
table.
go- I
Honestly,
mean,
my
from Nico.
perspective on that game is so different to you.
Go
lot.
ahead.
Oh, I swear.
Well,
I
right now we're talking mainly about first
This
half.
is why I love a podcast.
Let me land first.
I wanna hear this now.
Let me land my points
So
first and then go.
Yeah,
go shooting
no.
it.
Go on.
But because for me, regarding it, it was they couldn't. They had a lot of the possession. I can't lie. They did have a lot of the possession, but it was a lot of nothing that they were doing it with. It resulted in 40-yard strikes, maybe a couple corners, which obviously they were successful of one. But other than that, I didn't see much of it, and they benefited the most obviously when Gabriel went down. And then watching the game, I raved about Gabriel for years. But I didn't know how important it was in terms of, because he's the leader of our back line. He sorts the line. He's the guy that positions the line. He covers the channels better than any
It's
other.
the fact that you don't have him and Saliba.
And bro, you will never see this back line ever again. That's how mad it was. You'll never see this back line ever again. And it resulted in, like you said, a Trent long ball that. I couldn't blame Kivior and Lewis Skelly because it came from a Lewis Skelly through ball, which Martinelli messed up because whenever he sees Ibu
We were
Konate,
on the attack.
he's looking at it going, what is the point? Like, you could tell he was tired
We'll
of it.
speak about that equaliser.
But obviously,
second,
going
I'd love
into
to
it,
hear
yeah.
more about the neutral.
No,
view.
I just think the game kind of went how I kind of envisioned it in the sense. I think I did expect Arsenal first half an hour to really give Liverpool problems, given the fact that last week they lost and all the media press, all the media coverage of the week going about what happens if Arsenal lose this game. So you could see that the players, I had a feeling that the players were going to be up for it and they were going to try sort of give a reaction. And that's what ended up happening in that first half. Arsenal played fantastic. I think the game plan to nullify Liverpool's midfield, especially, I thought what they did was they targeted Gravenberch. I think they realised Gravenberch is kind of like the guy that sort of
String puller.
Yeah, the string puller in the team, and they said if we can nullify him, then we can literally disrupt Liverpool's game plan, which they've kind of been successful with throughout the whole season. And I think Arsenal did that to a T. I think it was perfect, and that's why Gravenberch probably didn't have the best of games. And I think first half, I think Arsenal spot on. I think they got their tactics right. I think they were in control of the game, even though the scoreline was still 1-1. I still felt that Arsenal were in control going into half time.
No, 2-1. 2-1.
Oh, sorry, 2-1.
Marino.
Yes, just before the half time. So 2-1. I still felt like even up to the half time, Arsenal were in control.
Yeah.
I didn't sense that Liverpool were really in it, even though they did get their goal. I still felt like Arsenal were
For sure.
they were the team that were
first to everything.
you were in control.
Yeah.
Where now I had a problem with Arsenal was once they did get that lead and they went into second half, I think their approach into the second half was poor for me. In my opinion.
I
think
agree
their
with you.
approach was
I agree with you.
poor.
I heard some stuff. I saw Sky Sports
Yeah.
talk about it. I'm still in the middle. On the way here, I was rewatching the second half because I was trying to understand what everyone was saying. I managed to watch about from 45th to about 70th minute. I don't fully
That's the
agree.
only thing. That's the only thing you needed to watch.
But I understand a
That's the
little
only
bit.
thing you
Also, at the
needed
same time, I would love to hear you carry on going.
No, I just think
I'm a bit iffy about that. I think it's a bit. I think it's a bit harsh, but
No, I agree. I agree with you.
I don't
we
think
guys.
it's
lost control.
harsh,
I think we lost
agree with you.
control.
We
in the
lost
second half,
control, and
but
I
I don't
think,
think we came out to play defensively.
I'm not saying that you
Gabriel went down.
sometimes-
got subbed off in the 51st minute, and I think things changed from there.
Yeah, for sure.
But we lost control.
I'm not saying that you did it intently to play defensively. Sometimes the way the game goes, sometimes it just happens to be that
Momentum swings,
momentum
shifts. Yeah,
swings,
of course.
shifts, and sometimes you just happen to be in a position where you're just playing that you're on the back foot constantly, and that's fine. But I just felt like Arsenal coming to the second half, it's annoying because this season I feel like watching Arsenal from the start of the season to this season that. Last year and the year before, there was this level of like, you were a bit worried about Arsenal. I don't know how to explain it. You were a bit, I'm gonna admit it, they were a bit fearful at times like, the last 2 years. Watching Arsenal, because especially when they're high up on the pitch and they're dominating and they're controlling possession and they're creating chance after chance after chance. I think that aspect of Arsenal is kind of gone this season.
Do you not feel like that was going last year though? Like I feel like last year.
Towards the end of last season.
No, I would say towards the start.
Nah.
I remember at the start
And
people were
I
questioning
think-
the
and
attack.
I think
and then
that-
because remember second half of the season, Havertz unlocked, and all of a sudden it was like, oh, now we have goals.
Yeah,
Second
what
half
I'm saying
went
is-
crazy.
but
Second
they-
half,
they had an identity of
from
this
January
free-
onwards, we
Yeah.
were a joke.
Yeah.
No, but I'm saying your identity in terms of free flowing high up the pitch, creating chances, dominating possession. Like you knew Arsenal were just gonna
I felt like that-
coming with a flurry of chances, and I feel that aspect is kind of gone. I think Arsenal this season have scored goals from set pieces. It's a lot of long range shots. It's like it's not the same type of dominance that
agree,
they had
I
in
agree,
games that they have
But
in now.
is that due to us being so sure of our defense? Well, we can rely on that now.
One, I think
Whereas
it's that.
before, like you said, it was literally we had to go on the attack kind of thing a lot of the time and be on them.
Yeah.
Because
I
we
mean,
used to
I think
leak
it's a
here
mixture-
and
It's a
there.
mixture. I think it's not just. I don't think you could just pinpoint it to one thing. I think you were just about to say.
For me, I think there's a natural evolution as
Yeah.
well. I think you saw it when Liverpool, that first year they challenged for the title, was free flowing, attacking, swashbuckling. But then that always burns out towards the end almost. You always feel like, and you always notice the manager the next year when Liverpool did win the title. Well, don't get too excited. I see you smiling.
No, it's not about something
But
else.
it's
Something else.
they always shut up shop a little bit more, and I just feel like we've seen an evolution of that. And this year, the further context of that is the injuries you've had, losing Odegaard.
Of
and
course,
the
no,
creativity.
I'm not.
Like you lose a player like that who they haven't been injured.
Yeah.
That's what happens.
But no, but that goes back to what I was saying last week in terms of difference makers. I don't think Arsenal have enough different cut. I don't think they have enough cutting edge when players like Odegaard or Saka are
That's what I
not
was
in the
gonna say.
team.
But do you think
Yeah.
as well? Do you not? Okay, so last season,
Yeah.
we were fortunate. We barely had injury problems
Yeah.
and all of that.
Last
okay?
2 years, I would even say.
Yeah,
I'll go as far as
yeah.
because it usually would be like one or two
But
injuries.
last year we were very lucky. I
Yeah,
think we
yeah.
didn't really. But this year, okay, we're 9 games in.
Yeah.
You know, we actually have I think the same record we did at this point last season. Anyways,
Yeah.
we've leaked in a few goals extra. We're leaking in a little bit, but we are a bit weakened in terms of a couple of injuries that have happened now. You know,
Yeah.
Odegaard's been out for a while. He's only played the first couple of games. You know, as of right now, Timber's down, Gabriel's down. We don't know yet on them. Calafiori's injured. Tomiyasu's injured. You know, there's been injuries in his team.
Yeah.
So do you not think that's also a factor of we haven't gotten going yet fully because of that? And
Yeah,
also,
yeah,
whilst we haven't got
100%,
going fully, we're still getting results. They're not bad. We've lost one game this
Yeah, yeah.
season, you know. But every game we've dropped points apart from today. They've been with 10 men. You know, we've had that as well, which isn't that. It's just our own fault.
Yeah.
But I'm saying there's also circumstances you've got to look at where we've had a few injuries, we've
Yeah.
had a few things that are unfortunate.
Yeah.
Therefore, we've dropped a few points. But at the same time, we're doing well. We're third in the league.
You're third in,
We're third in the league. We're in a good
100%,
position.
yeah.
We're not so far away. We're like
Yeah.
8.9 points away right now. We're only 5 points from City right now.
Yeah.
It's not the end of the world.
Yeah.
And we're only 9 games in. And,
Do you-
and for
so
me,
do you
I
think-
don't
do you
see
think in the second
no
half
alarm
they should have
bells yet.
taken the game to them more? Is what you're saying. You
I think they should have taken the game
second
to
half
them,
they should have taken the game
and I don't want to obviously go back to
So-
that whole topic, but I think again this kind of highlights Arteta's failures in the market. I just think if you had targeted the areas that were needed to be addressed and put in more depth in the attack, I would say especially in attack in the wings or maybe even an attacking midfielder, I think you wouldn't be in the situation you're in right now. I think you didn't equip yourself.
We literally got rid of Nketiah, Smith Rowe, and then Nelson.
And then Nelson, and didn't really bring it. You brought in obviously Sterling on a loan deal, which was on the last day, and I think that was more.
That
of
I can hear. Yeah, I know what you mean.
But the
Like
thing
you've
is-
let bodies go
Yeah.
that fill certain cover certain position, and you haven't replaced them. Maybe that's taken a knock-on effect into how they play.
It has. It's
But
not
I don't
even-
think it's like the soul.
No, I think, but I
so.
think
Yeah,
it's-
I think what
but-
you said is like a.
But you're definitely seeing the effect of it now.
Oh, 100%.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
because of the injuries you have, and then now the lack of, I wouldn't even say necessarily lack of depth. I just think there's such a drop off in terms of the quality, in terms of your starters and the
Okay,
squad
so
players. That now when you do have injuries, the players that are coming in, they can't really fill the void that you need to play the way you want to play, and that's what's causing you guys now.
And that's why I
to be a
think,
bit more
like-
defensive at
Is that-
times
is that-
when
is
you
that-
shouldn't
is
really.
that-
do
is
that.
that a lack of
their
trust?
Almost
Yeah.
second half.
That lack of
performance.
trust of Arteta.
I don't think it's a lack of trust. I think it's a bit of naivety, in my opinion. I think it's naivety. I think assuming that yes, you have enough firepower, or you have a lot of trust in what you have in terms of going forward. And I think now you're feeling the effects of it. I want to say it's total. It's like a big problem, but it's definitely enough of an issue that you're now seeing what you're seeing in terms of the results that you've had recently, and also on the table. It shows. The table doesn't. The table doesn't lie, in my opinion.
For me, regarding the game today, how would obviously us two neutral guys, even though you both you both hate Arsenal.
Yeah.
How was the officiating today? How did you guys feel about it?
I think
I was
officiating.
going to ask about there's a penalty decision that we feel hard done.
Don't
by,
ask me
and
today
also
about the
the
officiating.
Havertz-
Trust
I
me.
know,
Don't
I
even
know.
ask
Get to
me.
that.
Don't even ask me
I'm
about
saying
officiating
even
today.
the Havertz winner later on,
Yeah.
where we thought was a winner.
Because in my opinion, the Konate slide tackle, he just took Martinelli.
Did you?
The Martinelli.
I thought it was a
I
risky
think it was risky tackle, but I
don't
think
think
But it was a monstrous tackle. I
I don't
loved
think
it.
he won the. I don't think he won
he
the
won the
ball.
ball. I think he won the
No,
ball.
won the
I
ball.
think
won the
there was
ball.
an angle where they showed it, and it looks like he doesn't even touch the ball at all.
I just see him get
But in
left
every
up.
other
I'm thinking,
angle,
When he
yo,
wins the ball
he
still.
got the ball first,
Got the ball.
and then he lifted him.
I'm not too mad about it. That's a winner.
That's how we do it.
I'm not too mad about
I
it.
found that
That
very
was one
weird.
of them ones. Was like it would have been like I would have wanted to be cheeky and get the pen. 'cause
Yeah.
You could see that be given.
No, but I looked at it and I was like, because obviously he misjudged the bounce. He got to it and he said, I got to do something mad.
100%.
But the Kivior, he just wanted it more.
Yeah.
When Havertz scored.
Yeah.
I looked at it and I went, and what's his name? What's the ref's name?
It was Anthony
Taylor, innit?
Taylor, yeah.
Bro, he blew the whistle before anything. Like, I looked at the challenge and I
That's
was like,
mad, man.
I went,
That's mad.
that's a normal. Like,
and he couldn't
just
reverse
won-
it because he blew the
He's
whistle
already
right?
blew
And
the
I
whistle,
looked
yeah.
and I was like, come on, bro. Like, let the game go until you see. But obviously, because he called it earlier, I went, it changes the game, innit? Because I watched that and I went,
Good finish
he
from
just, to be honest though, in my opinion, Havertz dashed Trent in that goal though.
He
dashed straight in that goal.
When I was in the stadium, that's what I thought it was disallowed
The
for.
foul
I thought
was
Havertz
given
pushed
for,
him
yeah.
in the
No,
goal.
yeah.
So I didn't know the Kivior thing.
I just didn't like the fact that with him, he picked and chose when he felt like he needed to blow the whistle. Kind of
Yeah.
thing. There's times where he
He was
was.
still the right call. Though. What do you think?
Yeah, I still think
I
it's
still
right.
think
Well,
it's
is that because of Havertz?
I think it's a double. It's a double whammy, man. I think that-
yeah, I agree.
You're a sin about my trade. When Kivior won that head, you generally thought it was a foul. I thought he just wanted. I thought he just wanted it more. I just thought he wanted it more.
It's a forceful
Yeah,
one,
it's
but
a
in the
full- yeah.
modern game, guys, we're not allowed.
Hey,
to
none of this
succeed.
political.
Like in 2024, we can't. This isn't 1980s. We're not thugs anymore. We don't
but,
have Vinny Jones out here.
I don't know.
I wasn't.
No, it was harsh.
I wasn't a
harsh,
fan of it
yeah.
because it's annoying because there's
the
times
inconsistencies,
Yeah,
again.
it's literally that. And obviously, sometimes you've heard it on the pod, you've heard it on Twitter. Everyone's always going, "Why always Arsenal? Like, why Arsenal never get this?" And we start crying or whatever. But then, like you said, there's always evidence that goes into it. Happened in your game, but obviously we'll speak on it after. Where I feel like there's some sort of
Screw loose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted to give Liverpool credit though.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Talk
I
about
want to
Liverpool if you
give Liverpool because I think, of course, yes, there are points where we can obviously criticize, but I also feel like this is the first time this season we actually seen Liverpool under some sort of pressure, tested,
Yeah.
probably gone through some
They
adversity
were
in the
battle
game,
tested, definitely.
and which is why at times you saw them putting in loose balls and their pass was a bit off. Certain players were underperforming, but credit to them because I feel like they handled it well, especially in the second half. I think they came back into the game very well, and Liverpool is one of those teams. If you don't end the game, if it's not done and dusted by the last 20 minutes of the game, they're gonna find a way to come back in.
I saw a
and
stat as well.
They ended up finding
saw
a
a
way.
stat as well. Liverpool were 20th at scoring between 76th to the 90th minute.
Yeah.
So they've not
Yeah.
scored late goals.
They haven't scored late
Yeah.
goals this
They
season,
did that a lot.
but they
last
haven't
season.
conceded as well.
As well. See?
They were
Yeah.
first in that as well, weren't it?
Yeah. So I
saw
looked, I was like, fair enough. But I feel like you said, I feel like the game they got back
Yeah.
into it when
Yeah.
Lewis Skelly, even though I thought Lewis
Yeah.
Skelly did well.
He did well. I really
Yeah.
like
Him,
It's a
Yeah,
weird
I
one.
was
It's
like,
like,
yeah.
I can understand if both sets of fans walk away disappointed,
Yeah.
and I can also understand if both sets of fans walk away kind of.
Happy.
All
It's a
right,
weird
I'm
one for us
content.
because if we had gotten the result against City, which
Yeah.
we were like 30 seconds away from getting the result against City,
Yeah.
and the Bournemouth one was a win, then today we'd walk away from a 2-2 going, you know what,
Yeah.
it's okay.
Yeah.
It hurts more because of the Bournemouth game that we've lost, already dropped points because Bournemouth and City. That's what hurts
Yeah.
more, I think.
Yeah.
Because now we've got tough away games. We're not back at the Emirates till like a month from now.
Yeah.
We got Newcastle away on a Saturday midday kickoff,
Yeah,
12
your
on a
lineup is
Saturday.
crazy.
It's not easy. We've got Chelsea away coming up as well with
Yeah.
Inter away sandwich in between.
Yeah.
It's a tough run of games right now. So that's why it hurts a bit more because we need to be picking up these points. The Bournemouth loss and then the Liverpool draw now. 1
Especially,
point from last 2 games.
I'm just
out.
upset about it.
especially
And we've
with
got 2 tough
especially with
league
City.
away games.
Yeah.
Especially with
That's
City
why it
grinding out
hurts more.
results as well.
Yeah.
You know, now we should have gotten 3 points. That would have been nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
It's,
now-
it's a Gabriel injury as
Yeah,
well. Man.
I
I
think
don't know how
that's
severe that
important
injury
as
is.
well.
That ruined my
Looking
game.
at the
But yeah.
table now, though, there's what 2 points between 3rd and 7th.
Yeah.
You guys are getting dragged into that Champions League race, and
Yeah, on the Champions
but
League.
no,
no,
they're chill, man.
no.
Yeah, on the
I'm
Champions
talking
League.
Arsenal. You know,
Yeah, they are on the Champions League
Liverpool and City are.
Yeah. Also
Yeah,
Champions
we're
League.
2
race.
points.
Also Champions
2
League.
points
Man, the
above-
gap.
Yeah, 2 points above Forest.
Champions League race now, man.
2 points above Forest.
Wow. Listen, we got to
They're
talk on
doing really
Forest.
well.
Trust me.
Yeah.
Nuno,
They're doing really well.
come
Yeah,
home,
they're
baby.
doing good.
But let's move on to the next game. We're staying in London as we are going to the London Stadium in East London.
Yeah.
Some
Nah, I'm good, brother. Nah, I'm
That's for
good.
you, man.
I'm good, man.
You're not feeling sad.
Nah, I'm good. I don't need that shit.
You're not sad, yeah.
Nah, I'm good, man.
So West Ham played against Manchester United.
The Pateki Bowl.
What was billed as the SACKED.
Yeah, it was.
You know,
Yeah.
2 struggling managers this season. Both teams look 13 for 14. You're joint on points now. You're joint on points now. West Ham won a game 2-1. You both, so now that puts you in 14th. Yeah, I mean, guys, let's talk about the game. I mean, it obviously is a controversial winning goal late on, and
Very
very
controversial.
controversial. But apart from that, to be fair, it shouldn't get to that point because Casemiro equalised pretty late on, and then Bowen scored. Yeah, Casemiro had the 8.6 rating. Next to him was Ericsson. He did all right as well. He wears number 14. You guys are in 14th. So just thought I'd add that. But yeah. So I mean,
So Levi's
So-
got jokes
Yeah,
there.
nah, get your jokes off. Go on.
You got a joke
Get
there?
your jokes off. Get your jokes.
I like
Get your jokes off.
Let's cover the Arsenal game
and
then you gotta get into
Yeah, get your jokes off.
I wish we won. If we'd have won today,
Yeah, that's why
you'd
that's
be
why
getting roasted.
That's why your
Fuad would be
energy.
getting roasted.
That's why your energy's not on.
But it's not
on.
roast
Yeah,
today,
yeah,
'cause
you
you
can't.
didn't-
Of course,
you're
of
lucky.
course, of course,
Oh, God.
of course.
But-
You want me to
yeah.
talk about the game, or do you want me to talk about?
RTS.
Yeah.
Talk about the game first. 'Cause
Okay.
Obviously, I
So,
missed it. I was like,
yeah.
let's
Nah,
get
it
ready
was
for Arsenal.
a cruel game. That's the best way. It's a cruel game of football, man. Football is a cruel sport, to be fair.
It is.
And sometimes you don't get what you deserve. And unfortunately, that's what kind of happened with this game. I feel like first half.
Oh my!
First half, we
I
should
didn't watch the game, but I saw the highlight.
Diogo
You should be
got
5-0 up.
No, honestly, it's just like
Yeah, that
it's
was-
like
Oh my
what
days.
you know that EastEnders meme. What more do you want from me? Like
Yeah,
it was feeling like that. It was because we hit the bar early on. With Garnacho, we Bruno had a open header. You had the Hoyland chance.
Dalot,
You had
open
Dalot
goal.
missing
Yeah.
6 yard out open net and skied it.
Yep,
You know it's harder to miss than it is to score.
that
Bro.
one, yeah, for sure.
He did the hardest bit first.
He did the hardest bit, and not only that, he did the the hardest thing to do, which was from that point, from that position, which was to miss, and he did it.
And then throwing a bit of Fabianski brilliance for some saves
Yeah.
as well.
So some
Like,
incredible
wasn't
saves from
meant to be.
Fabianski, and you just kind of had the sense that it was going to be one of those games where either we end up drawing or somehow a late winner from West Ham and they nick the 3 points. You could get that
Somerville.
sense already. By half time, you can get that sense, but that's kind of been the theme of Manchester United this season. Anyway, I think we've been creating chances. The chances are there. We've created a number of big chances this year. I think we're one of the highest in terms of creating big chances and also missing big chances. We got the lowest conversion rate of big chances in the league. So it's like
Can that be? I don't think that can be done through coaching. As in, like,
no,
you
that's
can't blame
the thing.
coaching for that.
Today it's not. Today, even though we'll come to Ten Hag in a moment, I just feel like today wasn't on the manager. I don't think that today was a coaching issue. It's more on the players today. I think the players have to take accountability. They need to look in the mirror because there's a lot of chances. And if it was a one-off game, fair enough, it happens. You get them. It can happen to any big team. Man City, Liverpool, Arsenal, Tottenham. It can happen to anyone where on the day you just don't find the net. But this has been a reoccurring theme for Man United from the start of the season to now. You got the Crystal Palace game. You had the game against FC20. There's so many games at Fenerbahce on midweek. It's not a one-off. It's a regular pattern where we are just simply not clinical enough for front goals and we're just missing clear-cut chances. And I'm not talking about clear-cut chances like shots from outside the box or whatever. I'm talking about like 1v1s.
Is Ruud van Nistelrooy not doing his job?
Well, I think we need him on the pitch because I think if he was on the pitch, I think we would have got maybe another 6 to 8 points.
I thought that's what he was brought in for. Sharpen these goal scorers. Hoyland last season,
I feel like goal
Xerxes,
scoring.
Dutch boy.
Do you know what it is? I think goal scoring is something that you just have it.
That's what I'm thinking, bro.
You don't. It's not something you can coach.
So do you not feel your forwards have it then?
Yeah, you can improve. I think you can improve
your striking.
You can improve your efficiency, but some players just naturally have a knack for goals.
When they're in that
and
stadium,
unfortunately-
60,000 fans screaming, it's difficult.
It's different.
It shouldn't be because when you're paying sums of 70 million for Hoyland, whatever, like you said, obviously I'm not blaming. I'm not. I watched the second half of this game. Obviously Xerxes came on, but you're paying 45 million. You've got very top end attackers in Rashford, Garnacho, in that.
Yeah.
You've got to put the ball in the back.
No, I agree. And also another problem I feel like we've had this season is that we're not. I can't name you maybe 2 or 3 games where we've had full control. Maybe apart from, no, I can't. I can't name you a game where we've had full control in both halves. It's always one half we're absolutely brilliant and we're dominating teams, but we're not putting the ball in the back of the net. And then the second half, we don't necessarily capitulate. We just kind of let teams have a bit more control on the game. I think that we let teams go on the front foot where it's kind of like the disparity in 2 halves is too clear. It's too clear, and that's another constant theme. And then it goes down to, is it? I feel like it's like sometimes you want to blame the players, and then sometimes you're like, oh, it must be on the coach. But it's like we have to also admit, I think it's just it's a
joint enterprise.
It's a joint enterprise. It's a
enterprise.
combination of things. The manager definitely has to take accountability because at the end of the day, whatever you put out on the pitch is a representation of you. The choices you make in the players, in terms of your team selection, in terms of your tactics, whatever. Like
you are responsible.
You are responsible about what goes on the pitch. So if the players are not putting the ball in the back of the net, and I know you can't control their feet. If your feet is not FIFA. You can't just press circle whenever they have the ball. But at the end of the day, you're responsible.
I said
that's the harsh reality.
Yesterday, same thing. It's like if you're a parent and your kid's up to no good in school, it's not you doing it.
It's not you doing it, but you're responsible.
It's your parenting clearly is not good enough because this kid has no respect.
Yeah.
You know, it's the same thing as a team.
Yeah.
You're not making the actual mistakes, but you have to take responsibility because you are the head coach, you are the manager.
Yeah, 100%.
They sing to your tune, whatever.
Yeah.
And that's how it's got to be. There's certain level of responsibility.
No, I agree. I agree.
Regarding, like you said, when you have consistent same patterns, it's not now down to, obviously players have a part to blame, but if it's constantly happening within your club, like you said you have, it go hand in hand.
Yeah, I agree.
And regarding with Man United, the one thing that I've recognised, especially when you guys are not great weathering the storm in terms of when you're defending, like, you know how you said, like, when a team's on top of you, like West Ham, for example, today, the second half, they were at patches on top of you.
Patches,
But the annoying thing is, especially away from home, when the crowd then start to feel it, get into it, it's like your players kind of crumble at the situation, if that makes sense. Going into, obviously, the goal of Somerville, where
It was a bit of a.
It was difficult,
Lucky-
but remember,
unlucky for United.
but remember what happened. It went out wide to Garnacho. Garnacho tried to slip the guy in the middle, got intercepted. Bowen obviously put a ball into the. It's hard to do what Danny Ings did, which is shank the shot the cover and perfectly go into the path of.
but there's things leading up to that
Somerville.
could have been
100%.
for sure.
They let the man in the
and
game.
then there was that penalty decision. At
Penalties,
the end.
which was horrendous.
Oh, wow.
It was horrendous. I think
It was.
I don't think because prior to the VAR call, I don't think there was a soul in the stadium that were even thinking, yeah, good bedtime, good one. Yeah, he's saying stop talking.
It's Man United. Why is it the Man United?
He's saying yes, listen, allow it. It's allow this thing, yeah. But I don't think a single soul in the stadium watching the game thought, oh, they need to review that. It just came out. It just
How was your reaction?
So weird.
when I saw VAR check, my mind immediately was thinking, VAR check for what? Because bear in mind the call came like a good few minutes after. So now I'm thinking, I don't remember anything happening in the box.
Yeah.
Like, what's the VAR call for?
And then he goes to the screen
And it goes to the
looks at
screen,
it.
and I'm looking at it. I'm like, surely you're not gonna call a penalty for that because it's more of a coming together more than anything.
100%.
Like it's
Ran
not.
into
It's
him
not.
kind of,
They
just-
it was just kind of like a coming in together, and
It was almost like he tried to stick his leg out, but then immediately
He
he
got out
just
of the way.
said, no,
No,
this
got out
ain't the
of the way.
moment for it. And I was like, bro, it was like the referee kept watching the replay to almost say, there's a
And the contact.
and I'm going to give it.
Yeah.
And I want that's
100%.
not how you meant to
No,
use VAR, bro.
It's not, and I think, and one thing I would definitely criticize Premier League in general because we never saw this in the World Cup, we never saw this in the Euros. Like it's definitely a problem in the Premier League. Is where anytime a referee is told to go to the monitor, it's like 99.9% of the time they're gonna reverse the decision. Like they're so scared that they made an error that automatically when they're looking to the monitor, they're like thinking, okay, where did I go wrong? Oh, it must be that. All right, cool.
Yeah.
Let me go
So
change it
much,
now. And
so
I'm like, brother, you actually made the right call to begin with. Like, you didn't see anything. You didn't think anything was foul. So you carried on with the play.
Yeah.
Stand on business. Like,
That's
these
what I
referees
said
are...
when
And
Saliba
they're scared.
it goes back to what happened in the Fenerbahce game where
Yeah.
that right back went down in the box.
Yeah.
Remember how
Yeah.
Marie got sent
Oh,
off?
yeah.
He looked at it when
That's
I didn't
not-
want to hear about VAR. I saw it
and it's
I'm
not.
calling it
Yeah.
as it is and I'm leaving it as that.
But the Premier League
Whereas-
don't have balls.
Yeah.
They don't have the referees in Premier League. They don't have balls, and that's why we have problems with VAR, problems with
week
referees.
in, week out.
And it's not
always
VAR.
a talking point.
It's not
and it's
VAR.
annoying, man.
You know what it is? They love to blame VAR, but VAR's never been the issue.
VAR's
When you
run by
watch,
humans,
when you
bro.
when you watch Champions League, when you watch the European Championship, when you watch the World Cup, no one's.
You don't
ever
hear
see, you
controversy
don't hear
of VAR.
controversy at all because the referees, the European referees, whether they're foreign referees, they stick to their gut. If they think that they've made the right call, whether right or wrong, they stick to it. There's no controversy because they said, I saw it with my eyes.
Yeah.
I believe my decision was right. Fair enough, you told me that maybe there's a possible error. But at the end of the day, if I don't think I made an error, I'm not going to say I did. And they just get on with it. And that's how it's meant to be.
And that's what I like about it
Yeah.
as well because when with the referees, like the foreign referees, what they say is they're like, if anyone's getting the blame, it's me. Whereas in the Premier League, like you said, goes right to the top. It goes to VAR. You
So-
blame VAR. You don't
Yeah.
blame the right referee.
So that was obviously the
Yeah.
penalty decision, but they got the penalty and Jared Bowen
Yeah.
scored the what was the winning goal.
Yeah.
Obviously they end up winning the game against the one to play. You want to say maybe especially in the first half, but they also did have their fair share of chances as well. West Ham in the second half,
They made chances.
but
yeah, they made chances.
yeah, but that then led to you tweeting.
Yeah.
I've been patient and given this manager enough time and grace, but something has to change, and it's easier to change management than it is to change an entire squad. I know this game wasn't on him, and the way it went was cruel, but it's time to go.
Yeah, it's time. Unfortunately, like I said, I stopped.
Leah's just somewhere looking
Yeah.
at the screen and saying, thank you!
Yeah.
This is what I've been telling you!
Do you want to know one more fact?
Go on,
More
yeah.
fun fact?
Yeah.
If you double Man United's points, you still won't be top of the league.
You're not top of the league, either.
I said if you double your
But
points.
you're not top of the league
What if I
either.
double my points? Well,
You're
wait
not,
about
you're,
top
not,
of the
you're
league.
not top of the league either, though.
No, you're 14th.
Win, please.
You're
Next
14th.
topic. Next
You're
team.
14th.
Win, please.
You're shameless.
Win, please.
You're embarrassing.
Win a trophy, please.
14th.
Win the league, please. Win the
Core
league.
of the
man.
way of the season,
2004, man. Oh my
Core of the way of the
God.
season, 14th.
Well, like, do you know what happened in 2004?
2013.
Do you know what happened in
It's a long time
2004?
ago.
You know, 2004 is a long time, bro.
2013
2004 Facebook wasn't even
League
around
One.
them
I mean,
times.
it's fine.
It's
Tweet
a
it out.
it's a
These
long
guys be
time
going
ago.
on
21st in the
there was-
Europa.
24, yeah, yeah.
21st in Europa
Listen,
as well.
hey, you're 14th in the league, you're 22nd in Europa League.
Listen, tissues, man.
Listen. No, tissue here.
Wait, you're 14th in the Premier League, you're 22nd in the Europa League.
Win, please. Win something, please. Win something, please. Don't worry about my teachers. You just win something.
No.
Two things
Okay,
can't
okay.
coexist.
Exactly.
What do you want me to say?
Okay, we'll win something. We
What do
haven't
you
won a
want
league
me to
in years.
say? Okay, what do you want me to say?
Huh?
What do you want me to say?
He just
Okay,
wants you
look,
to
okay.
concede.
What do you want
Okay,
me to
wait,
say?
wait.
You're saying it. What do you want me to say?
Okay,
bro?
let
It's
me.
a fact.
Okay,
We're
let me tell.
there.
Okay, it's
So
a
what do you want me
fact.
to say?
Okay, it's a fact.
So what do you want me to
right?
say?
Cool. You're a teacher, right?
Okay, go on.
So you have a student who's had like back in their growing up, they were really good in the year groups before, right? And now in your class, they're one of the worst performing students in your class.
So they went to GCSEs
You know,
basically.
exactly.
Okay.
What are you gonna say to them?
What's going on? What else can he say?
Would you get rid of the teacher? Because you're yourself. Maybe it's the teacher's
What?
fault. Would you get rid of the teacher?
What kind of shit example is that? That's an awful example.
So that one
bro.
student that's
You know,
paying
he's
it-
just
that
trying
one
to he's just trying to
student-
run jokes, and the joke was so dead. The joke was so awful. That has, you know, the combination.
Is the
the
teacher Ten
combination.
Hag?
The teacher's leave, man.
How does that make sense?
Because also Ten Hag.
Because he's basically saying from year 7 to
the
9.
analogy then. So,
Year 7 to 9, he was good.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm telling you,
Got to
general,
GCSEs,
I'm
it was
saying
crap.
general,
yeah,
your
but they won
student-
2
your
cups, so
student-
that means majority of the class got A stars. Somehow they got A stars.
Nah, but the student is united,
Yeah.
not the whole class.
Huh?
The student is united. The student
that's
is 22nd European League.
Then I can't-
14th
nothing I could do for
league.
him. There's nothing I could do for him.
That's sad, man. I miss you, know. I miss Happy Liban. Actually, I've never known you.
got a lot,
Oh
man.
wait. I've never known you as like a actual big trophy winner, League and Champions League. Since I met you.
Yeah, since we
We're
met,
the same.
we've been the same. Yeah, I've since it.
Real one.
But I've been saying
My
this.
brother.
Oh, you do want to acknowledge it now?
Shake my hand.
When I've been telling you this for a long time. We're the same.
We're the same.
You don't listen to
My
me.
brother.
We've been the same.
So don't come with us. You're not Premier League champions. You're not Champions League champions.
Well, I've been saying. I'm
We're the
not.
same, man.
This guy's. Yo,
We're
you
the
lost
same,
your
man.
mind today.
We're the same.
Allah, you lost your mind today.
No, I'm saying I
No,
never.
you lost
I'm
it.
saying I never knew you.
Last year
for
when I was
example-
telling you, sit on the
like,
table.
Like, for example,
And I'm telling you,
Chunks
we're the same.
Chunks has known you as a Premier League winner.
Yeah, but I'm saying we've been saying.
I've been saying like this.
Yeah. Because I'm saying I've been literally, those have been my words to him.
We're the same.
We're the same. And he's like, we're not the same, man. We're not the same. We're the same. Today you want to acknowledge you're the same. Today you decided.
You're
you know
14th, we're not the same.
No, he's talking about we're the same in terms of we're both shit teams.
Oh, that's not true because he knows we're not shit. He said
Are
it.
you not talking about that? I like.
We're both media teams.
There you go.
We're
Thank
both
you.
media teams, man.
Thank you. That's what
Like
we're
you're a
trying to
media
say.
team, but you play good football.
We don't even play good football.
Maybe do.
We don't even play good football. We don't even play good football,
We're
man.
one of the best teams in the world.
You're in the top 4 race this year.
We're one of the top 4 best teams in the world.
Yeah, but
Forget
you're in
top four
a
in the
top
league.
4 race this year.
Tell me 4 teams better than us in the world.
Madrid, Barcelona.
Oh no, you do this
Man
again.
City.
Go on.
Oh my
Wait,
god.
wait, wait. So
You're
top
doing
four.
this again.
Champions League semi-final. lock.
Again.
See you there.
Again.
Champions League semi-final. See you there.
Every year.
wait.
So every year the top 4 teams in the world get Champions League
Well,
final.
if you are, you should be there.
Okay, so that's how every
I'll see you there.
competition works.
I'll
Yeah?
see you there.
Okay,
They should do.
Hey, should do.
So
All
they
right.
should do.
Four,
No, you say
semi-final. See you there.
Name 4 teams that are better.
Semi-final. See you
Did
there.
say
I'm
name-
not-
Oh no.
Sorry, I was
Did you
gonna
say-
name the 4th
did
team.
you
and then I
say-
went, hold on.
No. Did you say?
Am I right?
Did you
Dortmund's second
say?
best team in the world.
Yeah,
Did you
Dortmund's
say?
second best team in the world,
Listen.
then. They're going to the
Listen.
final.
Listen.
No, you're not.
No. That's not my theory.
If you want to, I don't mind giving him that. I don't mind. I don't mind giving him
That's not
that. Thanks to Jude.
That's not my
See you
theory.
there
though.
this year.
But that's not my theory.
Next
But I just
game.
want to let you know. Yeah, you don't
That's
want to
fine.
move on.
Next game.
Yeah,
Ask him,
yeah.
please.
Yeah, that's why you don't ask me. Yeah, you're good man.
I can name 13 better teams in the
No,
Premier
but
League.
you said, can you name 4 teams better
I
than
can name
Arsenal?
13 better
Wallah,
than
I think I
England.
can name like 5, 6, 7. Go on. I think I can name like 5, 6, 7.
Go on then.
Real Madrid.
Yeah, Madrid,
Barcelona.
Barcelona. He said Madrid, Bayern, City.
I
go
dare
on.
you.
Liverpool, City.
Liverpool, how?
Wallahi, better than Liverpool.
He said
better than
7.
you.
I want to hit
Shut up,
7.
man.
I want to hit 7.
Liverpool better than you, Man City are better than you.
Inter
You
Milan.
guys said, did I say Real Madrid?
Inter Milan.
Did I say Barcelona? Did I say Bayern Munich?
They're bucking into next
Go
week.
Bayern.
Bayern Munich now.
Inter got titles and Champions League semi-finals and final appearances.
I'll
Dortmund,
probably
second
get-
team in the world as well. Dortmund.
Dortmund, I would have put Bayer Leverkusen. I think are better than you.
Leverkusen, yeah.
I'll give you PSG are better than them. PSG are better than them. Who else are better than them? Atletico Madrid. Atletico Madrid.
Atletico,
Well, that's it. Let's go. Let's keep it moving, man.
Next
Let's
game.
go.
Next
Let's go.
game. All right, so the next game. Crystal Palace versus Tottenham Hotspur.
You know what I clocked? It's a win-win for him.
Yeah, he's not upset.
Well, it's a win-win for him.
Why is there a win for him?
But we have
Why is there a win for him?
Fuad is actually Crystal Palace manager. He's the greatest Crystal Palace manager actually of all time.
Yeah.
He we play football manager, behind the scenes. Myself, star player, Fuad, Faisal, Hasib.
I wasn't this season.
No, you weren't in this season,
this
but you
season,
usually play.
yeah.
There was myself, Hasib, Faisal, Renedy, and Fuad. Fuad is the Crystal Palace manager. I was Brentford, Hasib was Wolves, Faisal was Forest, and Ren was Fulham. And you, with Crystal Palace, you finished in 4th place in the Premier League.
Champions League,
and
baby.
you won the FA Cup and Carabao Cup double in the same season. Unbelievable season. I also
Yeah.
did pretty well. I came
Hey.
3rd of
Won a
Brentford.
double.
Parade in South London,
So he's
baby.
got a soft spot for Crystal Palace now because
Yeah.
he's got manager. So now
Eddie
Crystal
Nketiah
Palace-
golden boot.
Eddie Nketiah, no, he came 2nd.
Okay, yeah, second.
Don't lie.
That's
But so obviously got a soft spot for Crystal Palace.
So what did you win?
I came 3rd in the league.
What did you? Oh, like a club. Like a
Brentford,
club, man.
I'm Brentford.
Like a club, man. Like a club, man. What did you win? 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 What did you win?
I'm Brentford. It's our first
He
season.
Crystal Palace won a double.
Yeah, I came 3rd in the league. I came above him in the league though.
And then what did you win?
I came above him in the league.
You see, typical Arsenal fan. We came third though. Just let's move on, man. Move on to the topic, man.
I did
Well, like
really well.
loser.
Brentford
You're a
got
loser.
I won manager this
You're a
season.
loser.
I won manager this season.
Oh, good. Like Arteta did as well. Well done. Well done, man. Well done. Well done.
Anyways, Fuad's beloved Crystal Palace got their first win this season.
Disgusting.
Came down to SC25.
Their first win this season.
Yes.
Against your Tottenham Hotspur.
Wow.
Oh boy, oh boy. Where do we even begin?
Mikey Moore started.
Yeah. You must have been so happy. Well,
Oh, bro, like a proud father. I can't even lie to you.
I wish I
Like,
had that feeling.
Apparently,
When
people
you
telling me he
hear-
had a stinker though.
17 years old. Let's not do this, yeah? Let's not stop character breaking down.
Anybody
youngsters.
can
Yeah,
get
but
it.
when
See,
I
anybody
I
can
like
get it.
that- this-
I like him a lot.
Mexican,
I
American.
I like him a lot. I think he's a very
I just
good
be
player.
out of a
In midweek when
Mexican.
he's tearing up Europa, conference Europa.
Yeah,
It's
Europa,
like he's
Europa.
he's 17,
Hey,
and when he doesn't do that
hey,
well,
hey.
he's 17 though.
Hey,
Whoa.
exactly. That's why we say it.
Listen,
So
So he's 17, you know.
No.
Yeah, but he's 17.
The fact that he's 17, we're proud of him. It's like, wow, you shouldn't be
course.
doing stuff like this. Oh, we couldn't believe you could do
listen,
this.
I'll be real with
And the
you.
thing is, you got to
he's
understand,
good
we've been
player.
suffering Timo Werner. Come on, brother. Anything aside from Timo
it's
Werner,
true.
we'll
It's
we'll
true.
live with.
Unless he
And
plays
this
Man
was
United.
almost like you're thinking coming into SC25,
It's true.
winless Palace, 3 losses on the bounce. Mikey Moore starting today. I thought, brother, I dared him to call me up on SDS this weekend. I'm coming in all guns blazing.
You busting blank.
Brother, the comedy show that I saw, yeah, and it has to be always that on this pod we have to talk about my defense, but we have to talk about them again, guys. Guys,
The hands up.
what are we doing here?
The 2 hands up.
What are we actually doing here? Because the comedy of errors. Did you not see the Palace goal, the Mateta goal?
Mateta goal.
Gave away the ball.
It's a-
Rule number 1 of centre back pairing: never pass across your box.
Dangerous.
Why are we playing dinked passes to each other? Like it's Thiago and Messi pinging balls to each other across the pitch. Van der Ven doing lofted passes to the left back. Where's my left back? Oh, he's up left wing. Walkies.
Yeah. True.
Then Van der Ven, you make the mistake. Guess what you do when you make a mistake?
Rectify it.
Close it
Goes
down.
Dilly dallying. Dilly dallying.
Just watch.
That's some
Give him
yeah.
20 yards of space, let him cross the ball. Ball crosses in. What do you think my vice captain Romero, who's meant to be leading the back line, is doing?
Shouldn't he be heading
Him and
out?
Romero are doing fusion.
Fusion, yeah.
I said, brother.
Yeah.
And then Eze and Mateta, easy as you
that's
like. I said, 5 errors in 1 move.
Yeah.
This is unforgivable, lads. Like I can't blame Andrew or anything. And people will say, oh, why are you not constantly playing out the back?
Yeah.
It's worked all season. All the other time when we're building out, it's, oh, look how we play. Possession. Oh, lovely. Cool. When it goes wrong, can we look at the individuals, please, and what they've done? That is nonsense. But then, aside from the 17-year-old, we need to talk about the other seasoned man around him.
We do.
Solanke, we paid 65 million for you.
What you get from him?
Can I get some goals? I love the hold up.
65
I
million
love the
down
link play.
drain.
Hey, wait. I was gonna bring up your boy as well, because it's the same thing
price,
last year. The link up play, the hold up. I love it. It's great.
Sounds like his striker. His backup
I need
striker.
some goals, please. This is the currency. And last season he got us.
When we get started, well,
Last season he got 19.
Corbin Blue.
I need something.
What's that? What's that mean when it's like this? When
in it to win it, in it to win it. Oh yeah, that's
Hey,
it.
chill on Xerxes,
Yeah,
man.
wallahi.
Come on.
Come on, wallahi. What was the other one? What was another song he released? Golden Blue. What was it?
Step up in it.
Is it that?
I don't
that
want to
skipper
talk.
one,
What's
that
that?
skipper thing?
I don't wanna do, girl,
Girl.
to get
I
through
have
to you.
Yo,
Yeah, see, yeah, he knows it.
This is
He
how you
knows
know
it.
we're into High School Musical.
Was it?
like this?
Listen,
Disney
I'll be
Fanatics.
real with you. High School
Hey.
I
Musical.
was big
Disney
time.
Fanatics, man.
Well, it's goated.
It was after my time.
No. I can't lie to you. You're a bit older.
yeah,
I
yeah.
remember.
After
I
my
remember
time.
lying to my friend and saying,
performed
"I
at
can't
school.
football, man. I got something to do at home. Running to watch High School. I'm running to watch High School Musical. Yeah.
I
that's
performed
crazy.
at school. I was
Say all right.
I was in the
Why?
basketball.
Why would
Is
you?
it?
Why could you be
I
Troy?
like making creme brulee. Come on, man. I make creme brulee.
High School, well, man.
Nah, that's crazy.
Yeah,
I remember my little sisters were watching that.
I'm like 11, 12, 13.
Don't know why I didn't get it.
Like, around that age.
But I thought that was for like, yeah, I guess you're.
But it's the age. I was
They must
like,
have looked at you.
I was like 11, 12, 13.
Yeah.
I was.
He used a bit old,
a
but
bit younger.
yeah.
No,
Because I was. I did it. High School Musical 1.
High School came out in year 7.
They use your
No, because it came out when I was in year
7.
5, year 6 for me.
I was in year
So,
7.
6 or 7.
I was in year 7.
Yeah, because I performed it in year 6
Yeah.
play. Yeah.
Yeah, so I was in year 7. There you go. Well, I'm telling you, bro. You can't, bro. Let's be real. High School Musical back then
Yo,
it's
was like
crack in the 80s.
it was,
Yo,
yeah,
I
but
beg you, let us know in the chat if you like.
I mean, you don't.
What?
I'm
Yeah, but you were in
baffled.
college back
Yeah,
then.
but you were like, you was in. You just went to uni. You just went to university.
Don't do this. Don't do this.
You just went to university. So I get it. I get it.
Use the wire.
You
Use
watched
the
the
wire.
wire.
Use the wire. Use the wire.
Yeah, that's it,
You's
man.
dancing around and singing up in the cafeteria. What's this, son?
But yeah, I get it though. You like, come on, like you was outside and going uni and
Real
you know what I
men,
mean? Yeah,
real men working, feeding families.
I just went into high school.
I tell you about you.
I literally just went into
real
high
men
school.
that 06
Listen, come on.
But there were real
Probably
men on the
should,
pitch, and that was the Crystal Palace, the boys in the red and blue.
Boys in motion, isn't it?
Yeah,
We had the boys.
Remember
We had the
Red and
boys.
Blue?
That was a cold. That was a cold song.
I can't believe this first segment has become High School Musical.
We're the boys. We are the boys in motion. We give you our devotion, boys. We are the boys in motion. We give you our devotion, boys. We are the boys in motion. You don't know that? Oh, see, you're too old, man.
I am.
Yeah,
I
you're
am-
old. You're old.
Oh,
Sorry.
I'm flabbergasted.
You're
I never had you down like this, Lee, man.
Yeah, I mean, listen, September on the
This is
September.
tunnel.
Liban, do you know what happened on September 15th this year? What did you do on September 15th this year?
September 15th this year.
Queen died September 12th, right?
I don't even know. I can't remember. I couldn't tell you,
You
bro.
tweeted something.
What did I?
September 15th this year, you tweeted something.
What did I tweet? I tweet a lot of things, brother. You gotta remind me.
You tweeted on September 15th this year, you tweeted.
Mhm.
Spurs are just losers.
Oh, you're oh.
It's
Yeah.
wait,
I remember that tweet.
Yeah,
I remember that
you
tweet.
tweeted.
Yeah,
Spurs just losers. It's their culture and identity.
100%.
You still believe that?
I believe 100%.
After a 1-0 loss.
No, that's who they are.
It's crazy.
But it's who they are though.
It's who they are, though. Wallah. They have
Got
to
4
keep it real.
losses, 4 wins, 4 losses. I mean, it's a weird.
To dare is to do.
You never
And
know.
to dare is to do is to be losers.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
That's today's
That's
actually
the
the
slogan.
same.
No, no. What does that mean have to do
What does
with
that
anything?
even mean? I never
To
understood
dare,
that.
that one I never
To dare is
understood.
to do.
To
No.
dare is to do.
Dare is to do.
What does it mean?
It's exactly what it says on the tin.
Like, what does it mean though?
If you have the courage to do something, do it.
That's dead. Like,
know what I mean?
I want victory through harmony.
What the hell's that?
Victoria Concordia.
What? What the hell was that
Crescent.
2-pack of ass?
Victoria Concordia Crescent. That's our one.
You see? That Latin shit sound
What?
cool.
Yeah.
When you translated that to English, what? Harmony.
Victory through harmony.
Harmony in what? Are you like a choir?
No, harmony.
Oh, they are. 6
Tell
times.
Ashburn Army to start singing.
Harmonizing.
Tell a
What
man to
is
start
today?
singing front row.
What's yours? What's your slogan?
Shaitans. Welcome to hell.
I couldn't tell you.
London United fan.
Glory, glory, Man United.
It's glory. I don't know. It's
No, Chelsea's one is proud
Glory,
of
glory,
pride of
Man
London,
United.
isn't it? Chelsea's proud of London.
Where's Man United?
It is really.
See, you don't
Look
know.
at this casual fan.
Glory. It must be glory. It's glory, man.
Horror.
Anyways, today
That's
it's to
it.
do. And did you guys dare? Did you guys do?
We dared to do what we always do and be inconsistent. And that's, you know,
lose,
hey, man.
lose.
Crystal Palace got their first win of the season. Oliver Glasner definitely has been struggling a bit this season.
yes.
They were one of 4 teams to have no wins. They're now obviously joined the league. There's only 3 teams with no wins, and they're the 3.
Where are Palace in the league?
They're 7. They're just above relegation, 17th,
How many points?
6.
To be fair, Eze and saw very good performances today as well. I thought.
So
Sarr
they turned up when you
especially.
was watching.
Well, listen, they knew I was in the crowd, you know what I mean? Listen, they done the thing for me in FM. They said, watch this, boss. But nah, Eze, I thought, was almost like you should have signed me in the summer. Y'all gonna learn today.
60 million.
Type. Yeah.
But that wasn't an assist, though. Come on, man.
What?
That wasn't an assist. Well, like the assist system, so come on, it's a bit booky.
It's how
I
it
mean,
goes.
bro, if you watch the game, everything Palace did
No.
went through him.
No, don't get twisted.
Like,
I'm not
the
taking.
guy is
I'm
a
not taking
baller.
away. I'm not
Yeah,
taking
yeah,
away
yeah.
from him.
But you're
I'm just
saying-
saying the accreditation of the assist has to be questioned here. That kind of come on, man. Giving anything assist nowadays.
Just give it.
Wallahi, just giving anything.
Yeah,
That's how it was Mo Salah in the AFCON. You see that assist that they gave him?
Nah, this
It's
is
like a bad touch or something. He just the ball came down. It was a bad touch.
And someone finished it.
And someone finished it. And they said, yeah, that's an assist.
First is though.
Come on, man.
Well, you assisted the goal, essentially. It doesn't matter how you assist it. Assisting can be done in any form or manner.
Intention has to come.
Do you
into
see what I'm
play.
saying?
The ball hit you.
Intention.
It
How do you know what's in the heart?
My brother, the ball hit him.
What if
Yeah.
my intention was to take a bad touch?
That's not an assist.
I mean,
The ball touched you.
it is. Though.
And
He
then it felt
assisted the goal, whether he meant it or not. He
Yeah.
assisted the goal.
Yeah,
The
that's
man
the
who
whole
scored,
point of
he
assisting.
assisted that.
Assisting is just helping.
I think even Eze will tell you that's not an assist.
Is
Nah, I know what you
one
mean.
last thing in the
I
game.
know what you
One
mean,
last thing.
He'll take
I
it,
want
but
to
he'll
ask
tell you it's
you,
not an assist.
They had to
Did
do
you
man.
see Mickey Van der Ven's yellow card?
Indeed, I did. And I
You-
can't lie to you, I was very, very surprised because we saw, was it
Saliba.
Tosin the week before,
Yeah.
Saliba 2 weeks before, and I said the
same.
Tosin
Saliba was
one
last week, yeah.
should have been a red because of the Saliba one.
Yeah.
And the only thing I'm thinking with this one is the fact that he was going away from goal rather
Yeah.
than running towards
That's
it.
what I was saying about
And-
Tosin as well.
and I
The
think
thing is,
that's
the
the only reason
Tosin
why.
one was given a yellow from the referee.
Mhm.
The Van der Ven one was given a yellow from the referee. The Saliba one was also given a yellow by the referee. It
But
was
VAR looked at it.
Yeah.
The referee gave a yellow. The referees
Yeah,
were
yeah.
consistent. All
Do
that.
you know what was
But
weird?
our
with
one
this
got overturned because of the VAR, which when he said when they go to the screen, they bottle it.
This one
Saliba
as
was
well.
given a yellow.
He came from the blind side and then he grips him this way.
Yeah.
And I went, oh, mate, you've got it all wrong. So I was actually surprised it was a yellow. If it was given as a red, I would have been like, yo, fairs. Do you know what I mean? You can't blame it. But got away with it. And it's not like it helped
It didn't
anyway.
matter anyway, yeah.
It's not like it made a difference. We made a triple change. Did it make a difference? Imagine bringing 2 forwards on and they're a net negative to the game. Like, you bring attackers
I
on.
saw your tweet and I saw your tweet.
And I
still.
said,
Changed the game.
Werner there was a ball over the top. He had a 1v1 chance. He said, nah, let me give that to Brennan.
Yeah.
He has you're talking about lack of cojones in
Yeah.
your team. Come
But you
here.
can't say they never had an impact.
Who?
Richarlison and Werner.
There's strength
Negative
and
impact.
depth.
Yeah, that's what I meant. They
There's
had a
strength
negative
and
impact.
Yeah.
Negative impact,
I was
yeah.
going to say there's strength and
Yeah.
depth, and then there's man that are just depth.
Yeah.
Man that are just bodies
Yeah.
coming on for another body. But they're not bringing quality.
Yeah.
That's them, man.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on Werner and Richarlison?
I prefer not to speak.
You
prefer
may
not to
have to. It won't be able to go
I
on the
prefer
pod.
not to speak.
That's fine. We'll just blur it. Like, it was
Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
my
that one
god!
there has
You
to
guys
be-
don't want to know what he
Yeah,
said.
I see
That
that one
is
there.
crazy,
has to
guys.
get- oh, yeah,
Yeah.
that one there.
That one
get muted.
is.
No, you've got to
Bleep it out.
bleep it out.
No.
Bleep out the whole. Bleep out the whole thing. I don't even want to say it.
All of
No,
that
I
was
just blur his
crazy.
mouth. Yeah, that one there. You don't even want to. He just literally. Yeah, you don't even. I don't even want to. I don't even want to say. I don't even.
All
wanna say.
right, let's. You know what? I
Yeah.
don't even want to hear any more of that. Let's just move on to the next game. Then I'm gonna think the maddest, the
Yeah.
worst things ever said. Staying in London again because I said there's loads of games in London this weekend. Chelsea played against Newcastle in another game today, Sunday game. Nicholas Jackson again scoring. Palmer scored an early goal, got disallowed. Isak then equalised, and Palmer then scored. What was the winner effectively at the and then at the 47th minute, and then there was no more goals after that. Listen, most Premier League goals scored for Chelsea since the start of 17-18 season.
Wow.
Remember, Cole Palmer came a lot later than the 17-18 season.
Yeah.
He's got 29 goals in 42 games. Hazard had 28 goals in 71 games.
Wow.
And Mount had 27 goals in 129 games. So he did it in a lot less games than both of them.
Was it 29 and 42?
And Palmer joined last season. Huh?
29 and 42.
29 and 40.
That's the striker's number.
Striker
Is that striker?
Striker
Yeah.
number.
1 point behind Arsenal now on the table as well.
Yeah, they did really well. They're 1 point behind Arsenal on the table, but they're also 1 point behind Villa on the table. I don't want to say that.
You guys are the tone setters.
Well, the benchmark.
Are we?
Yeah, you're third. Well, you're the highest of
City
the
have won the
team.
league 4 years
You're the
in a
highest
row.
of all the teams. No, but you're highest of all the teams that are 1
Chasing
point above
Champions
them.
League.
Yeah.
Oh, you meant that the third to seventh?
Yeah, the
gap.
third to
Oh.
seventh gap.
Because
Yeah.
you're on the top 4 race. You're leading it right now.
Huh? They're leading top 4 race.
Yeah, you're leading the top 4 race.
Who's third then?
I just
I'm saying
literally
you're,
meant they were
I'm
just
saying
1 point
you're
behind.
leading the pack.
Leading the relegation race
Of
bro.
that top
I don't know
four
what
race.
you're talking about.
No, we are currently last in the pack of the league.
I said you're leading it.
Title
I
race.
said you're
Title race.
No. You're in the top 4 race.
No,
bro.
we're losing the title race at the moment. Not leading.
Villa in the
top
title
four
race.
Huh?
Villa in the title race.
Yeah, because they're joint on points of us.
Yeah, nice one, man. You're both in the top 4 race. Don't try that.
Chelsea beat Newcastle 2-1.
Yeah.
You're 14th place, brother.
Yeah, keep going, though. Yeah, go on. Yeah,
Can
don't
we?
worry.
Can we?
You're actually escaping the relegation. You're leading the pack for relegation.
Yeah, no, don't worry.
You're smashing it, by the way.
Don't worry.
You're smashing it.
We'll talk soon. New manager soon. Talk soon.
Facts,
Speaking
facts,
of talking
facts,
soon,
facts.
Can we soon talk about Cole Palmer
Yes.
and that
How
and that
soon? We've
and
already
that and that
spoken about it.
pass, but that pass in particular
pass.
to Pedro Neto
Mm-hmm.
from his
Unreal.
own third, bro. Like it's one thing.
Bruno Fernandes did today, but unfortunately, certain man couldn't.
Please,
finish
man,
their play.
please,
But yeah,
man.
go
We're
on, go
talking
on.
about gems. We don't want to talk about pieces of shit.
Huh?
Exactly what I said. I didn't start.
Bruno walked into your team, man. Anyway,
Whatever.
Go on.
Cole
Make
Palmer,
make
that pass, es delicioso.
Good
Yeah,
pass.
that was definitely.
The finish Es delicioso.
Delicioso.
What a player.
Yeah.
What a player.
Wow. Que jugador.
Oh shit! I didn't know we had 2 Dora the Explorers on the table. My God. Got Doras on it. A couple of Doras.
Why are you mad Palmer's getting praised?
I'm not.
Why are you upset Chelsea are getting praised? Why you want to deflect it back to your club?
I'm trying to.
I know what it is.
Today,
Do you know what it is? I've realised what it is.
What's wrong?
You've come to the realisation you're going green.
Oh,
You're going green end of the season.
I'm not going
You've
green.
come to the realisation. It's really hit you. The penny has started to drop. You thought we forgot. I ain't forgot. I was the one that was stringing those poles.
Liban is
Yeah, I'm
dying his
saying.
head green. And
What's the gap between us and Chelsea? 6 points. Is this early in the season?
After you just set Ten Hag out.
That's why.
Yeah.
So now
all of a sudden now Ten Hag's going on a winning run and catch up to Maresca.
And new manager bounce just in time for the Chelsea game. Huh. Don't worry, man.
He really thinks Ten Hag
Yeah,
is
don't worry, man.
Xavi.
Huh?
Teflon 10.
It could be.
I saw
It could be
Xavi's son.
Xavi.
Xavi's son has a United
United
shirt on.
top. Yeah. Little, you know what we're doing? We're doing them little.
But do you want
Wait.
Xavi though?
Xavi
What's
from
it called?
Barca.
Xavi, yeah.
You want that?
Yeah, I don't mind that.
You just
don't
You
mind
know
that.
managerial
Wait, bro.
market, boy.
Brother, you have an Aussie as your manager.
I know.
Yeah, that's Delulu.
I promise
Yeah.
you.
He pronounced every letter.
Any United fan that wanted
What did he say?
and
Aussie.
Who cares?
Aussie.
Who cares? They don't even exist. They're like the other side of the planet. Who cares? They don't exist.
Yeah, so listen, I mean, Cole Palmer, yes, he deserves all the praise in the world. But also, another player that I've been enjoying watching is Moises Caicedo.
Oh, he's having an incredible season. I can't
Really
lie.
well. Very good season.
You know, he's doing really, really well. I'm liking his game. And he's playing next to Lavia right now. And obviously, Cole Palmer in that midfield trio. What a player. This game, 7 interceptions he made in this game. The joint most of any player in a Premier League game this season. You know, he's that player that
Solid.
cleans up.
Yeah.
You know,
he knows
it's-
what, but also he's good on the ball as well.
I feel like it's finally time. What Chelsea fans have been crying over is seeing Enzo sit the bench.
For sure.
I wouldn't say.
And you're almost seeing
I wouldn't say the
the-
entire fan base though.
A lot of the fan base have
A
been
lot,
wanting,
yeah, there are a
been
lot.
wanting that double pivot for a long time. And obviously
Yeah.
with Lavia being injured.
I was
now
going to
he's
say,
back.
Lavia's back fit now.
Yeah.
You're kind of seeing him almost as like a new signing. And I
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
Caicedo, he's getting close to that Brighton level,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
would say,
Facts.
performance-wise.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because
Is that-
even last season, I felt like he was consistently like a 7 out of 10. Maybe not lighting up the world. And I think the role he plays is one of those ungrateful roles. You
Do
don't
think
really
that's
see
why?
it.
Because his roles slightly like changed in terms of compared to when he's with Enzo
Yeah.
than when he's with Lavia, of
100%.
course.
Yeah.
100%. It's a well
Elevate
balanced
this game
I
even.
think this is probably their most balanced midfield.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In terms of all the attributes on from all three of them.
Yeah.
You got Palmer, you got Caicedo, and you got Lavia. I think
You got
they're-
first,
know what was-
second, and third phase players.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Facts.
what
And do
they
you know what's
need.
interesting today as well, seeing Neto start ahead of Sancho?
I was going to say,
Because
I'm happy Neto started.
I'm obviously not the...
I don't know why.
I always think Neto's...
No, I'm not happy as an
Neto's-
Arsenal. I'm just happy as a football fan. 'Cause
Yeah.
I think, you know, it was about time. It was going to happen. And I thought actually it was going to displace Madueke. Maybe.
No, Madueke's been quality,
But-
man.
His directness
You know.
is hard to
it's-
replace.
yeah, it's
So I think
scary.
with Neto, I always said, look, availability is his biggest issue. If he
Yeah.
can stay fit, we can actually see
Oh,
what
you
you're
know,
about.
you were a huge
And-
fan.
I
of
still am.
Neto.
I'm
That
just
was
obviously
But it's like
that
the
Chelsea
He's
man,
at
so I can't love him as
Hopper,
much.
man.
minutes he's come off the bench, I didn't really see much of him so far. So it was like, yo, today is going to be like a big audition, essentially. And in Newcastle,
Yeah.
big team as well. You know what I mean? So
He was performing in the Conference League, so like even all the
yeah, I
games.
know,
that they
but you're
played,
seeing like
of
Mudryk
course,
perform in the Conference
Yeah,
League, and it's like I feel like in the Conference League, Chelsea are just gonna blast that
Steamroll,
regardless
yeah.
anyway because they're just so good. But
Yeah.
it was Neto starting today. I thought this was almost like a real trial. Make this position your own if you can, because Sancho's been decent. He's been kind of hit and miss here and there, and he hasn't really staked that claim. So I feel like Neto, if he can stay fit, you can add something.
Newcastle did have a fair few amount of chances to.
Bro, the fact that
Isaac-
Isaac didn't square that ball to Joe Linton
Nah, that's
is
criminal.
the
That was
biggest.
criminal. That
gap.
was criminal. That was
Oh
criminal.
my days! I'm
he
like,
should be kicking himself for that.
and listen,
Yeah.
I understand you want to be the goal getter or whatever, bro. You got yours earlier in the day. You
Yeah.
don't need to weave past 6-7 man. You're not Zlatan.
You know what it is? I feel
Relax.
like he's got the mentality, like the catch up mentality, because obviously he didn't start the season off great. So I feel like he's just
He wants to
hungry to
plunder as many goals as he
come
can
from,
to
yeah.
just
But
make
the
up for
thing
it.
is, though, he
There's
did
a time and a place, bro.
Yeah, there's a
I
time
know.
because that
Time and
part,
place.
when
It
once
works
you've gone
out my
past the
favour for
keeper
Eddie Howe,
and then
but
you
that's about
roll
it,
there
man.
past him again, that's it. That's enough. Stop there.
Bro.
But then you just took it a step too far, and that's what ends up happening. You end up losing the ball.
That's
like
what
that.
players look at it going, am I playing for myself? Do I need
Bro,
this
Joe
win?
Linton was
'Cause Newcastle
screaming on the
haven't-
floor, bro.
Newcastle haven't been great this season, I can't lie.
And it's
I'm
not
not
good.
surprised.
You know why it's not
And
good?
with them
Yeah.
having
Wait,
Watch-
are you
watch-
lot?
watch-
Wait.
Watch how not great they're going to be against us on Saturday. Trust me, they're going to be unbelievable.
Yeah, interesting. You lot got
that's
the next
anyone that
actually.
We always talk about, and also on the 12:30 away game.
But
I was
St.
gonna
James's
say, are you lot
Park as well.
surprised?
It's
Yeah,
not
and it's
easy,
12:30.
man. Yeah, it's not
Are you
nice.
lot surprised by how bad Newcastle have been this season?
Yes.
It trickled down
Yes.
from last year. I can't lie. Last year they weren't great.
Last year,
obviously-
I thought it was because of the Champions League football
and a lot of
and the
injuries.
injuries as
A
well.
lot of
like,
interest, obviously, but sometimes like bad results happen, but you still play your style of football. But
Yeah.
now,
That's
like
weird.
you said, you've got more or less a fit team. You start in front three.
Yeah.
You got your base.
Yeah.
There.
What's
Sand-
going on?
Sandro
What's
Tonali back
What's
as well.
going on
Bro,
with
like-
signings?
Yeah.
Because obviously,
Bro, they didn't sign anyone in the
how
summer.
is Almiron, Miguel Almiron starting right in 2024?
Because of that.
Bro, look
PSR
at
thing.
that. Look
at
That
this
Minter
is-
coming back from
Yeah.
Feyenoord.
Yeah, and that's
Yeah.
selling.
They had to sell him.
But this is what I don't get. It's like since the takeover happened, it was meant to be like, yo, there's. Do you remember it was Mike Ashley hadn't spent money, so that way we can have a couple of windows, and we saw Isaac, we saw Tonali, and that's been it in terms of
That's
like
about it, yeah.
big money signings. And I was expecting Newcastle to go through like an overhaul of the squad, and instead they kind of went for more realistic targets. And since then, all I've been hearing is like FFP issues, and the pressure seems to be almost like cranking on Eddie Howe week by week. And I'm like, but you haven't backed him in any window for the past 3 windows, if you like. This summer they got Oshula,
Yeah.
Nottingham Forest's subkeeper,
Lloyd Kelly.
on a free. I was like,
They had to
is this
get a
really what you're doing to get back into
They
Champions
had
League
to
football?
get that Nottingham Forest backup keeper because they gave Elliot Anderson the other
I
way.
get it.
innit?
It's all PSR type thing, but I'm like, when are you gonna actually back the manager? And for me, I just feel like Eddie Howe's hands have been tied. And anybody who was thinking that players coming back from injury last season, like look at Newcastle's squad, who are really the X factor players. That it's Isaac and Tonali. And then you're looking at you hope Joe Linton goes through a hot patch.
Bruno
You hope
G.
Gordon goes through a hot patch. It's like I don't know. I'm looking at
They might have been too good to be true.
Livramento go through a nice patch, but it's like
Because remember,
Can you
Almiron went
relax?
on a purple patch where he was just scoring week in, week out.
But I think for them it's more defensive issues. I think ever since
Botman's out still for the
ever
ACL,
since
innit?
Botman's gone out, I think they've just been because when he was there, they were just defensively. He was like almost
even
like
that.
the leader of the. Even though he's young, he's at 22, but he just felt like when he was there, you felt his presence.
But in the summer, they
His
were going
presence
for
was there.
Guehi for 75 million or
Yeah.
whatever it was. They couldn't get a deal done. What you had that money for Guehi, but not another centre back.
It's like true.
I mean,
should
that's
have a-
that's poor
yeah.
management again.
It
And
is.
that's that. Are they going to put that on Eddie Howe now?
No, they can't. Yeah.
It's like you haven't given him the tools to go out there. So
mean,
for me, it's like, I'm
yeah.
not surprised by how bad Newcastle are doing.
Yeah,
It's just,
I'm surprised. I
to
can't lie.
Chelsea,
It's a shame
I
'cause-
thought one game a week with that squad, with the depth they have, the quality of players they have, I thought they would do a lot better.
I
and
thought they'll
it's
be
kinda
back to
surprising.
fighting for Champions League
Yeah.
spots.
and that's
Especially with the fifth option now.
I think that's the biggest disappointment for Newcastle fans. It's almost like that Champions League qualification and the Carabao final feels like a false dawn of you.
Villa have taken that spot.
Yeah, Villa have
And
kind of.
They
comfortably.
have done it
Yeah.
properly, and they've got the PSR issues. They've got financial issues, but it somehow
But they're
still
in the
shaking
market,
and
they're
moving.
very good in the
They're
market,
Still shaking
yeah.
and moving.
Yeah.
I mean, and like it's a credit to Chelsea as well for they're kind of silently going about their business. They're
Yeah.
fifth in the league right now. Like you said, they're sniffing Arsenal and
Should have got
Villa.
signed at Liverpool as well, I thought.
Yeah, could have got something at Liverpool, but they've got a couple tough games coming up now. They've got United away and Arsenal at home back to back. The next 2 games, and maybe that will tell a better picture after those couple games where they really stand.
Yeah.
Even though United are not great, it's
But-
always
It's
a
always
it's always
And those-
it's always a
that
tough
game-
test,
that
man.
game always usually has a draw.
It's a draw written
all
over,
it.
yeah.
I always see a draw.
They've only had one
Yeah.
last season.
Well, it was a
Obviously, they beat
4-0 once.
the last
Yeah,
season. They beat
last
us.
year you broke them,
Yeah.
no?
No, last year at Old Trafford we brought them.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
But they obviously
And they
beat-
nicked it at the
nicked
last-
it at Stamford Bridge.
That's
But
what I'm saying, yeah.
They've only beaten us
Cole Palmer,
once in the last. In terms of league, they've only beaten us once in the last since 2017.
Yeah.
So when the Morata scored.
yeah, the
So that's the and
One
then
of my
last
favourite
season was
headers
the first
ever.
time they beat us since then. So so that's how Chelsea don't tend to really have in recent anyway. They
Yeah,
don't
well,
really
this
tend to.
Or maybe you guys.
So we'll see how they are this
Maybe you
season.
guys
Yeah,
as well.
Old Trafford.
You guys are more up for it because of history with them.
Yeah,
that
yeah,
makes
yeah,
sense.
yeah.
So.
We tend to perform quite well
Yeah.
against Chelsea, to be fair.
All right, let's talk about the next game. This is a big one. 7-goal thriller at the G-Tech Community Stadium.
This one means something to you, doesn't
Said
it?
to me that you was the Palace manager, I was a Brentford manager.
What is it you say that happens at the G-Tech?
When you come to the G-Tech, you get G-checked. That's what I was saying on FM.
Bro, imagine hearing this every game.
That's jarring.
Yo.
But I wouldn't concede this many goals because Brentford recently have been leaking some goals, but they've been getting the results. I mean, they had a game against Wolves recently where they won 5-3, and now they beat Ipswich 4-3 in a game that had pretty much everything.
Yeah.
You know, it had an own goal, it had a red card, it had a 96-minute winner, it had so much. You know, it had a great goals, great finish as well. But listen, Ipswich started the game really well, 2-0 up at in Brentford. Sammy Smodics and Hurst. I think it was George Hurst.
George Hurst, yes.
Sammy Smodics.
I was going to say, who's got a small dick?
Sammy Smodics. Sammy
that's great.
Smodics and George Hurst made it 2-0 pretty early on. And then Johan Wissa before the half made it 2-1. And then again, which ended up being an own goal. Harry Clark own goal. He had a tough day. He had a tough day out. He had a tough day out. An own goal and the red card.
He's not a former Arsenal boy.
Some
He is a
Woodgate,
former
that's some
Arsenal
Woodgate type shit.
An own goal and a red card. So anyways, yeah, Clark, again, own goal, made it 2-2 before half time. And then Mbuemo made it 3-2 and Brentford completed the comeback. And then Harry Clark got sent off and now Brentford are 3-2 up and a man up. But that boy, we'll speak about him in a bit.
That's his boy.
Liam Delap in the 86th minute. What a goal as well. With man down,
that's a
a
striker's
goal
finish,
down,
that's a striker's
finish,
away
yeah.
from home. Away from home, unbelievable goal, which he thought was the equaliser and saved his team a point. And then there was the Mbuemo 96th minute where it looked like it was a cross.
It was a
kind
cross,
of.
but then no one
But it
got a
doesn't
touch.
matter,
Yeah,
who
but
cares?
it was.
You know,
It is
what a
what it
game.
is.
This game was full of everything. I mean, listen,
Does that count as an assist and a goal?
it was both.
I felt bad for Delap as well because he hit the crossbar right at the end with a screamer as well,
unreal.
and that could have been 4-4 basically to kind of.
Yeah.
I felt that would have been a fair result if I'm honest.
Yeah, I mean, listen, is that the worst full debut in the Premier League ever, Harry Clark?
Seen worse.
I've seen worse. Yeah, we've seen worse.
It's a
man.
debut, but debut.
Who?
Debut.
Debut.
First start.
Y'all feel it
in the Premier League. That's up there.
Y'all feel it's come on and it's straight away red card.
No,
This guy
was
got
a
red card
horror
and got an own
debut.
goal, though.
Huh?
He got own goal and a red card.
How many?
No, but João Felix, at least I remember he gave us a few little touches, a few little
And then
flicks,
got red card.
and then he got the red.
I'd have to rewind
Bro,
the
they
tape
have
on
to
that.
rewind it. No, there
This
is
is like
that.
Jonathan
Own goal,
Woodgate.
And the red card came from second yellow from giving away a penalty.
Woodgate's
Bro,
dead for him.
yeah, but look, own goal gave away a penalty and a red card.
Bro,
But
that
the
is
red
a
card penalty
horror
was
show.
like the same.
Yeah, but you could get a red card from the middle of the pitch, fouling someone. His red card was giving away a penalty, so it gave away a goal.
It was a bit
It gave
harsh.
a-
It was a
it's
red
got
card, but it was
gave
very
away-
harsh.
Very
like,
harsh. It was a harsh red
It
card.
was a
as
harsh
well.
red
It was
card.
2 yellows, no?
It was 2
Yeah,
yellows,
but I was like, you can't.
wasn't
I don't know.
fun,
Yeah, I wasn't.
I'm asking if it's the worst. I don't know if
I don't think it's the worst.
I
I'm
don't think-
sure.
I've seen worse.
Like, I can't think. I'm being
I've seen
honest. I can't think
whole
of the top of my head,
shape
but I think I've seen worse.
You know what's the one that I just looked up? Patrice Evra.
Yes, Patrice.
Patrice Evra was a rough one.
Had a bad one still.
Baptism fight was Manchester Derby.
Oh,
It was at
debut.
Main Road, yeah, and he got absolutely cooked. And I remember Fergie almost took him out of the limelight. It was like Heinz's
So, yeah,
for
yeah,
6
yeah,
months. Go get your weight up in the
Up
gym
the gym,
type
yeah,
situation.
yeah,
Yeah.
No, but
Hey,
it's
even Vidic, if I'm not mistaken,
that's
Vidic
that's
have a horror
he did.
debut.
No, well, I remember that very, very well because I was thinking, who is this brother? Because I used to like Heinz.
Yo.
I was thinking, I thought Heinz was decent, huh?
Vidic, did he have a horror debut? I'm
He
trying to
didn't have a horror debut,
was it just
but
a
like
rough
he was
start?
having a rough start. Yeah,
Yeah.
he had a rough start to Man United, didn't it?
Well, Harry Clark is in that conversation for sure.
Yeah.
Brian Mbuemo is the first ever Brentford player to be directly involved in 50 Premier League goals for the club. And also, Johan Wissa has 5 more non-penalty goals in his Premier League career than Ivan Toney in 1,500 less minutes. Brentford, Mbuemo and Wissa combined, do they even care about Ivan Toney?
Ivan who?
No.
Ivan who?
No.
Ivan Toney.
I'll be real. Yeah, I haven't even heard of Ivan Toney since he left.
Tony.
I haven't heard about him since he's
Yeah,
left. the league.
obviously he's obviously playing in Saudi, but they don't even look like they miss him. And we saw it from when he was banned that first half of the season.
I feel like that was a blessing in disguise. You know?
Oh, yeah, gave
That
him the keys.
almost gave him the. Let's see what life could potentially be like for like a sustained period.
sure.
And
Yeah.
you saw Wissa really come into his own. You saw
They were
Mbembo
struggling though last
really
season.
take
It
the
was
First half, the
towards
first
the
half.
back end.
First
Yeah.
half of the season, they were
But I
struggling.
feel like in terms of covering the attack
Yeah,
for those
nah,
two,
for sure.
those two really stepped up last year.
But for me, I feel sorry for Brentford because this is Mbuemo's last season in there.
oh,
I think the season
yeah.
is
I feel
having
like
this
it
year.
has to be.
The season having this season, he's
destined for a big move.
I can see him go
for sure.
Liverpool. You know,
I would love to
He'll
have
take-
him at
he'll take
United,
the
man.
salary.
I said it literally last January transfer window. We did one player each club. Was it last? I think it was last year. And I said, yeah, bro, I'll take him, bro, at Man United. Because I think he's a quality player. I think he's underrated. Very, very underrated.
He is the next African to take over that Salah spot,
He's
right?
technically not. I mean, he
Cameroon, isn't it?
Yeah, Cameroon, but like he
French.
he's
Yeah, I know what
French
you mean,
born,
yeah.
and then he obviously decided to
He
represent
represent
Cameroon.
Cameroon,
yeah,
down there,
yeah,
Mahrez is French born.
yeah.
Most of France's team is African. It's just, he's an African player.
Yeah, no, I'm not disputing that. I'm just saying he chose his allegiance. He chose
Yeah, he
because
chose his country.
he never thought he would play for France. Let's be honest.
That's a lot of players. though, isn't it?
It's a lot of players.
Yeah, a lot of players. No, I'm not disputing that.
I mean,
Yeah,
he was still young enough.
Yeah,
Still in good
and he's still
form as
young.
well.
And he's still
Same as
the
Mahrez,
scary thing
Mahrez
is
playing in like
the
championship.
yeah.
So he played for
Algeria. Yeah.
No.
But then he would have been good enough to play for France.
Of course, but
Yeah.
he already made appearances from the championship, right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. It's obviously context, isn't it, to all of
Yeah,
it.
of course.
But the thing is, he's still young. Don't get twisted. He's only
Yeah, he's
25.
25.
Yeah.
He's only 25. You know,
Just turned recently as well.
it's crazy. Like he's the
Because he played for France
potential.
on 21s a couple years ago. A few years ago, I remember.
Yeah.
And
But
then that's when he went to Cameroon.
yeah.
Do you know,
But the thing, go on.
I was gonna say, do you know who else? Keen Lewis Potter, is it?
Oh yeah.
I think he's looked decent this
My boy.
season
Yeah,
as
yeah.
well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Last season, I remember. I think it came through last year, but
Yeah.
he's been like another nice little addition to that kind of attack.
Yeah.
Big fan of him, man. And
But Liam Delap though, what?
Yeah, Delap is
what a
incredible.
striker.
yeah, we
incredible,
got to talk
yeah.
about this,
Hey.
man. He didn't even start, and he just looks like
He belongs.
Yeah.
he belongs.
You could tell that's a son of Barclay's men.
Yeah.
You could tell.
Yeah,
But
he
he's
is.
nothing like his dad.
He belongs here, bro.
But he is. Yeah,
Oh.
he's a Barclays man playing his
Yeah,
era.
that's true.
Like just the way he plays, the strike, strikers finish, proper striker finishes, everything he does. The goal, I remember he scored a double a couple weeks ago, and I love one day he had to step over, pushed it out to the left, finished it. Like he's a top.
Yeah,
He's a
top.
natural.
He's
He's a natural
He's a
shooter
striker.
as well. Yeah, he's
He's
a
a striker.
shooter.
Now we're in this era where strikers are coming back.
Yeah, it is.
Too soon
Right?
to
But
say.
also, there's also some players that are not fully strikers, like the Xerxes, like the Jesus, like the Havertz. No, but I'm saying like they're in that middle zone.
Yeah.
9.5s.
Right? Yeah. The lap is just
Yeah, he's a 9. That's
Yeah.
is what you're looking for.
Yeah.
Chris Wood.
Like Ever Ferguson.
lad.
I think
Ever Ferguson's in that
Harry
bracket.
Kane,
Ever Ferguson's in that bracket.
it'll be a shame.
Because he scored.
Evan Ferguson.
Yeah.
Why are you looking at that?
I just heard Chris Wood, Delap, Harry Kane.
Yeah, I like that. They're all similar.
What's wrong with that?
That's that. I can't like
They're
that.
strikers.
Wait. What is this
It's
bucket?
like Pokemon generation.
I don't like the group.
It's like Pokemon
I don't like the
generation.
grouping of it. I don't like the
Bro, that's a
grouping of it.
crazy. I'm trying to understand what is this bucket we've
That's
just
what
put him
I'm
in?
thinking.
Yeah, it's a good bucket.
Same trophies, all of them.
What is this bucket?
It's a good bucket.
What is it?
What?
Probably. Would you say?
Why did you say those three names together? I'm trying to
Evan
understand.
I think it's a
Ferguson.
couple of
Liam Delap. What?
Yo, Evan Ferguson's the lad I can hear.
And promotion. And then was he wasn't even part of that.
No.
Fair.
What's
Wait,
wrong with
what-
it?
what
What's
did
the
he
Now I'm
problem?
saying they all got the same amount of trophies though.
Cut his mic, bro.
Bro, he's boring, man. Always trophy.
Shut up.
boring.
This is why I'm glad. This is why I'm glad when he buzzes on you.
No one can hear you. Got my, got my,
It doesn't matter. We can't hear you.
He's still
Say what?
trying to reply to
no one can hear
you.
you.
But
yeah,
I was
listen,
saying about the lap.
Brentford feel free. Yeah.
For me, him and Ferguson, I can hear that. Don't do the Harry Kane thing, please.
Okay.
You were saying?
Listen, Brentford have recovered from being 2 or more goals down to win a Premier League match for the first time. It's their first time they were 2 goals down and recovered. Having drawn 2 and lost 29 of the previous 31 games, they find themselves down at least 2 goals. Yeah. So, like I said, once again, this is their first time in their 31 attempts where they've been 2 goals down and they've won a game. You know?
Yeah.
How many times can they do that though?
And also is something to be spoken about where they conceded too many goals.
Yeah.
Thomas Frank, everyone, we all like him.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they're getting good wins. It's entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It's great for the neutral. But they're conceding
You know who's to blame for it?
a lot of goals.
Who's missing?
18 goals scored,
No,
18 goals
I-
conceded.
Who's missing?
No, you know who's to blame? Nathan Collins.
Nathan Collins. Yeah, I was about to say Nathan Collins.
Exactly. Nathan Collins.
He
And
got
who's
signed.
missing?
He got signed on decent money from
Yeah,
Wolves.
from Wolves.
From Wolves, and he's like
Kilman was the
he's
real
had
one.
more bad moments than he's had good moments. Why are you laughing?
Kilman was the
Why?
real
Because he
one.
had the transfer request on FM for me.
Yeah, you didn't want to say that one, did ya? Yeah. Players on our Sharky team, just know.
We came third. We did great.
Yeah, don't want to be there.
Yeah, but look, they're conceding a lot of goals. They scored 18, conceded 18. They got 4 wins, they got 4 losses, 1 draw, sandwich in between. Same record as Spurs, actually. They just, conceded 8 more goals. That's why you're above them in goal difference. But exact same record. 4 wins, 4 losses. You'd have to agree.
The league doesn't lie.
I'm
Yeah,
I mean,
man.
the problem
I
is
don't get riled by
they're
this.
just conceding, but they're conceding too many
Yeah, but
goals.
you just take it because you're a victim.
Yeah,
You're a
so
victim.
are you.
Just take it. You're just
So are
taking
you.
it, man.
So are you. You're a victim. You just don't know it.
No.
Yeah. Ten Hag's been taking it for a ride. He doesn't know it. But now he's decided to come out and think he's not the victim.
No.
It's like, when a victim finally speaks up.
No,
you're a victim.
No, you
Be
are
quiet, victim.
You are.
Yeah.
No, it is you're.
Ten Hag has used you and abused you and left you there.
No, it is though.
Nasty. And
You know what it is?
he's looking at you disgusted.
Do we feel sorry for Ipswich a little bit because they've got 0 wins.
That-
They're on 0 wins, but they've pushed
It's
a
like
lot of
Luton.
teams this season.
It's like Luton, bro.
When we was doing the predictions, I said exactly that. I said they've got nice talents. They've almost got the EFL All Stars: Jack Clarks, Modric, Delap. But they're gonna be that team that give you a couple of good games, compete well.
Fighting chance.
they have to learn. Similar like Luton did. Luton throughout the season, that was the one good thing they did. They got better and better and better and better. Are we seeing that with Ipswich? I don't know.
And with Ipswich as well, you know how Luton had the kind of backing where they were actually good at home, whereas away they weren't that great.
Yeah.
Ipswich,
Portman
I still
Road ain't
haven't.
been that
Yeah,
fortress.
I still haven't figured out if they're good at home or they're just better away from home.
Yeah,
It'll be a
it's-
shame.
Yeah.
It'll be
It's
a shame,
difficult, it's
especially
difficult.
if guys like the Lat end up scoring like 13, 14 goals or whatever. I would say you need a kind of shooter at that
But
range.
right now, I really like he looks like a rental striker. He looks like, once the season's done, I can see him. I can see him at Brentford at the end of the season. You know where I'm coming from? That kind.
If they get relegated, he would definitely.
Oh, he's staying in the Prem.
He was
He's
staying in
staying in
the
the
Prem.
I
Prem.
feel like he would be.
Stay. He was
Yeah,
staying.
he's not.
He's
Or
He's
does he take the development year in the championship, go and whip up 25?
No, 'cause he was there last year.
That's always a risk.
No, but he was there last year. He was at the
Because you know
championship
what it
last
is?
year.
If you,
That's true.
you
That's
know why?
true.
I don't see the point.
It's a risk. I always say that's a risk because if you do that and then it's for some reason you don't perform in your stocks now go even lower.
It doesn't
You
need to.
yeah,
He's
you
already
just
on
stay
5
there.
goals in
Yeah.
9 games this season.
That's enough.
He's already on 5
That's,
goals.
yeah, no. You don't want to risk that.
More than Dom Solanke.
But can I just say though, Kieran McKenna though, yeah, you should have taken your move when you had the chance in the summer, man.
What was the move?
When he
to
had
Brighton.
but no, even United, whether it was
Back to
United or
United,
Chelsea,
I don't think so.
whatever. I don't
Wait,
think he's gonna get a top move now.
Bro, he's given back-to-back promotions to the club. You expect him to just walk away?
No, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying
That's
is,
literally what you just said.
well, opportunity. I'm saying that opportunity in terms of managing a big club now. Your stocks are falling. His stocks are falling. You can't. But whether or not,
Nah,
it's
man,
fair.
Company got
Bro, I
relegated.
saw Company get relegated and get a Bayern Munich
Yeah,
job,
but
bro.
that's a rarity. Bro.
I get, that's
not
the extreme
normal.
scenario.
That's
I still
extreme.
think- but if you're saying he's ruled himself out of the Brighton, West Ham jobs,
Yeah.
bro, he can
Why-
still get
no,
those
That's
jobs.
fine.
But that's the jobs he was linked with in the
So
summer.
what's he ruled
but
out from?
What's he ruled out
was in
from then?
talks with Chelsea, and then he was in, and
Come
also
on, man.
Manchester United.
Come on, man.
I'm talking about the big boys. We're talking about Chelsea, Man United.
That man was too
He
eager.
was in talks
Relax.
with them. Chelsea, he was Chelsea's first choice
I'm
in the
still waiting
summer.
to hear the big boys.
What? Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. But
What,
you,
14th is big boy?
Yeah, come on, mate.
He asked
my
a question.
brother, you.
It's 14th big boy. Ask questions.
You know you can't do what they're doing.
No, I'm asking
You, a woman, you cannot do what they're doing.
Talk to me.
What are you? 2008.
Talk to me.
2008.
14th big boy.
Donald Trump was fighting Vince McMahon.
That's cool. 14th
Donald
is still
Trump was
my big
fighting
boy.
Vince McMahon. Battle of the, you know, Battle of the, what was it?
He was there when he had this fight.
Battle of the Billionaires.
2008, what were they doing?
Come on, man.
2008,
Battle
what
of
they
the
doing?
Billionaires. You know,
They win the
Batista,
treble.
Bobby Lashley. Come
Yeah.
on, man.
Where are they now? Beneath us. What have you achieved?
What? Whoa.
Man City.
That's a bad question. That's a bad question to ask.
We'll move on to
Yeah.
Man City versus Southampton. Man City played against Southampton.
They look
in a
robbed, man.
clash between the top of the league versus the bottom of the league. Game finished 1-0.
They're robbed, man.
Scoring the only goal of the game. Yeah, I mean, listen.
Wow.
United City, they dealt with business. They got a win. 7 wins, 2 draws, and no losses.
Yep.
Haaland scored a goal 5 minutes into the game, and after that, it seemed like they pretty much had control of the game, and there wasn't anything more.
Yeah.
I mean,
Can we give Man
Very
City some
co-
respect though?
very comfortable win for Man City. Yeah, dominant, very
No,
dominant.
I'll just even the order of the fixtures. Man City fans, tell me if you agree or not, but the fact that we're talking about your game and you are top of the table
It was
after
a 1-0 win against bottom
after
of the team,
Brentford,
bottom of the league.
it don't matter. Give them this respect they deserve. I like Man City
Oh,
fans.
that's your favorite club. Go
You're
on.
trying to get credit from Man City as a Man United. You're trying to get love.
see
Come on,
twerking like
man.
this. What's
Come
going
on,
on?
man. Come on, guys. This is what he's doing. You know why? He's trying to. This is all tactical. He's trying to
fight-
little bro
fight a
you guys.
competitor.
These times,
He's backing a competitor.
come on, man. Talk to them. Talk to them.
but you know-
It's all
you know,
tactical,
like,
man.
Reds,
Right?
But
Yo.
no, not London
It's all
Reds. They
tactical.
got beef with City or Liverpool. They got beef with Arsenal because it's Londoner. His biggest rival's us, bro.
Yo,
No,
I hate you guys more than I hate
I know
City.
you
That's a
do
fact.
because you're a Londoner.
Bro, he's
Yeah,
helping
I
them
hate-
out because Southampton are where?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's actually helped you. You needed them to drop points.
What a
Southampton.
victim.
You needed them to lose.
What a victim.
Disgusting, embarrassing,
What
How was
a
that embarrassing?
victim.
How was it
Loser.
embarrassing?
She as well.
I'm just letting them.
embarrassing, embarrassing. That's what you are.
Oh, like, I got nothing to say. 'Cause I'm trying to analyze what you're wearing.
saw it.
I'm trying to analyze what you're wearing.
I saw his face.
You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to analyze what he's wearing. He's just got Adidas trackies. So I'm thinking, what can I say? Why is it brown? Where's the redness? Just one little red strip. Why are you hiding?
Put in my team, bro.
Yeah, red, brown, and green. What's he doing, man? You went used to your fashionista. What happened, man?
Embarrassing. Nah, like I got a green bag as well that goes with it, and brown and green go well together. Don't worry, man. Just don't worry about me, but you got a tat out today for what? Why have you got him out today? You got a tattoo out today. For what? For what? Damn.
Yeah, this is. I've been through war. You don't know what I've been through.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you don't know what you don't know what I've been through in this life.
Tell us about City game then. Tell us about City.
No, I think it was a job well done. I think they got the 3 points. Obviously, a bit lackluster at times. a bit of creativity was lacked. But Mateus Nunes, give him credit. I need everyone to give him a round of applause.
Fair play, well done.
Because
Playing on the left side,
you know,
as well.
yeah, and created the first goal.
Yep.
And I think it's just a general play, overall play in that game. I think was top. I think from
Played well in the
Nunes.
Champions League as well.
Played very well, and I think he's obviously now Pep's kind of. I don't know if he's trusting him just yet, but he's definitely saying to him, "Look, this is your opportunity. I'm giving you your chance to prove yourself. You know, to take." Because now you got a void with obviously Kevin De Bruyne out of the team. It's like I want you now to have that opportunity of being a creative outlet, and so far he's doing well.
I think
for
we
me.
always used to say though, players would come in or players would come into Man City and
Second
it'd take a
season,
little while to adapt
yeah.
to the system.
Usually
and
second season.
I think players like Doku and Savino had kind of broken it where they're getting thrown in straight away and they're swimming. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But with Nunes, I think when he came in last year, even Pep was maybe caught off surprise by how off he was maybe in terms of City standards.
Yeah.
And it's taken him a little bit of time to adjust. And bro, sometimes when you get these types of injuries and opportunities given to you, you have to take them, bro. So
Yeah. I just
Especially
think
against Southampton
I
as
did
well,
expect
like,
them to
you
be.
gotta take it.
But you
gotta
wanted
go.
them to have a little. I feel like Man City. I mean, usually you see in these type of fixtures they take a little bit more. They're more dominant. I didn't feel like they were dominant enough in this game. But
It's been like
sometimes
that.
it's gonna be like that.
It's been like that a lot of the season for
Yeah,
them.
yeah,
where
it has been. Yeah.
times that I look at like I said, you look at Southampton at home, you're like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Haaland triple captain. It's a 6-0 day out with family.
Yeah.
Nowadays it's been it's like a Wolves last minute winner here, 1-0 here. I remember who was there. I forgot there was a game earlier in the season they played and they won like 2-1 or something like that. Like it's a rare occurrence. Which does that mean Man City's level starting to go down a bit, or is it just
You
consistent?
say this every year though, man, because even last year I feel like they had this the period where they were doing it was kind of similar in a sense, but then when it gets to
I
New
call it
Year,
the teething period.
yeah,
Every season
That's what
it
it
is
is.
the teething period.
Yeah,
They're
yeah,
trying
yeah.
to figure out what the kinks are. This season it's Rodri's out, KDB's out. Okay, how are we gonna figure this out? Last year was KDB was out, and it's like creative machine is gone.
now they got Rodri.
By January they
Yeah.
figure it out, and I think January this year I think they're gonna go out in the window.
They have to because
and
they play.
have
They
to
play.
address something.
They play Liverpool. I think early December
Yeah, I think
at
I think
Anfield. So
that
that's
would
the
be
one. That's the biggest
key for them.
Yeah.
But I also think Ramsdale for that goal, by the way.
God.
Oh yeah, that was poor. That was
Brother.
poor because it went
Brother.
right over you, like over your head
Bro.
basically. Like it was like
He went right
yeah,
hand.
yeah,
and
yeah,
he said left.
Western, yeah. No, I think he misjudged
What were you doing?
obviously the contact. I think he didn't expect it to be the way Haaland connected with the ball, but even then, like I just don't know the positioning, just the awareness. I don't know. He just looked clumsy. That's the best word to use. It looked very clumsy. But we're saying all of this about City, but at the end of the day, they're top of the table. They're 2 points
5 points?
clear? Was it two?
Oh yeah,
points?
5 points of us. I think
from
two.
Liverpool.
two above.
So
No,
we're
one above
saying
Liverpool, one.
1 point, and we're saying that Man City aren't playing as obviously at the level that we expect them to play, and yet they find themselves again, top of the
Foden's
table.
warming up.
Foden had
How
a
long
decent
till he's
game. Yeah,
You'll know, trust
he
me.
had a decent game.
I
to
wanna
be
know,
fair.
man.
You'll know. You'll feel it.
But Foden, it's a weird one, man. Like,
How comes, if in this general question as well, how comes when, like, of course, City dominate the game,
yeah,
but how comes it's like, this is a game you'd expect them to maybe
It's a
to
5-6
walk.
nil.
Yeah, this game
yeah, you expect
walk.
them to walk. Bottom of the table.
Win is a win.
Haaland
Yeah.
had
A win-
to be
a win-
first
a win
Man
is
United
a
have been a 3-0
a win
away
is
from
exactly a
home.
win is a
Yeah.
win, and you expect them to walk, walk the like,
Yeah.
and they had a home game against Fulham. They won 3-2 with like a Doku late goal. They had the Wolves game where they needed a 95th minute Stones winner.
Yeah.
They just 1-0 against Southampton, which they weren't really bothered. They weren't really
Yeah.
troubled, but it's a 1-0
Yeah.
win. But no one's saying too much,
Yeah.
And I speak as an Arsenal fan.
Yeah.
There's a few stuff of Arsenal where maybe we beat Shakhtar 1-0 on midweek, and so all hell breaks loose. We got someone next to me tweeting Arteta out, or maybe like we have another game where we're not playing the best, but
Yeah.
we get the result, and it's like Arsenal looking shaky, but then City have 95th minute goal against
You know what it
Wolves.
is?
You know what, the history.
And
Look at the
Is it
history.
because of credit in the bank?
100%.
Experience.
100%.
I just want to ask,
No,
is it because of
100%.
credit in the bank?
100%.
Because we're doing the same.
It's
We're doing
experience.
similar things, kind of.
Yeah.
And trust in your manager as well, I think. It's the trust in knowing that, okay, we might be in a rough situation now. We might not be playing the best, but we've seen Pep always, at the end of the season, things come
They've
good.
scored 2 95th plus minute winner or equaliser.
okay,
One
yeah.
is Arsenal
Yeah.
and John Stones, both of them. Their results could have been very different.
Yeah.
No one's a bit saying, okay, cool.
It's
maybe
the context
let's-
though, Sharks. Like, you have to understand, this is a team that have won 6 of the last 7 titles
Yeah.
in the similar fashions where they've had maybe slower starts than usual. Come January to the end of the season, they just go into this flow state that just seems to be unstoppable. One time they went on what was that crazy unbeaten
Yeah, it was a
streak?
joke.
Not even unbeaten streak, they went on a
15
win
straight wins or
streak.
something like that, yeah.
Straight wins. So you're talking about a team that just has the knack for doing this season after season
Yeah.
after season after. Eventually, you're just kind of like, that's just who they are.
And I don't
That's just
think
what they are.
You know what
I
it is
don't
for me
think-
though?
I don't think you can discount though the impact of losing Rodri.
Oh no,
and
no,
ABD
100%.
as well.
I'm not saying
Like,
that. I'm not
the
disputing that,
Rodri
yeah.
is a freak of a DM.
I
Yeah.
told you the same
Yeah.
thing
Yeah.
that we were missing.
Yeah, it's Odegaard.
Our best player, our captain.
Yeah.
Odegaard.
And
That's
we'll-
KDB for them.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Rodri on top of that.
Yeah.
Top 3 Ballon d'Or player.
exactly.
That's
We've got injuries as well, and
I get that, but it's not of the same
But
magnitude.
you lost the
That's
title.
the thing.
Well, they
you know
had
what?
injuries as
Saliba,
well.
Calafiori,
Yeah.
Saka.
I'm about to say,
Timber.
okay, but last season,
barely seen him.
last season you had a full squad.
We did well though.
Pretty
so
much
by
for the
God.
whole season, and you
Yeah.
still
You
know
lost
what?
the-
You
you
know-
still lost the title to
On
them.
2 points.
Ferd,
yeah.
you know what I feel like
So
with Man
that's what I'm
City?
saying.
I
like,
feel like with Man
it's the
City
credit, it's
though.
the history.
The
It's
thing
the
is-
history that they have.
Because for me, I feel like if there was criticism, it would be almost like, what are you criticizing? Because City at the end of the season, if they come winning
Yeah.
again, all that criticism almost seems preemptive. We've been here before,
Yeah,
as we
facts,
say.
yeah.
But I feel like regarding Man City this season, especially obviously they've got big misses and stuff. Teams have started to play them before. You know how you said like the Southampton would be like,
Take the game to them.
let's not leave here losing 5-0 kind of. They'll take a 1-0 loss. But nowadays I look at Man City, I'm like, then I'm not saying they're there for the taking, but before it was like it's always 0 points. Whenever I play Man City, it's 0 points. Now I feel like teams are like, we can get a draw against them. You know, whether realistically at home, obviously they've got the best record in football at home. But I think it feels like teams are not fearing them as much as they used, especially back in the season. They're scary as hell. But like you said, the beginning of the season, like I remember Brentford played them this season at home early, where they should have scored 2 or 3 first half. I'm like, they now like City feel like they got to concede to react a lot of the time. But obviously yesterday Southampton 1-0, fair enough. I feel like nowadays teams are looking at
I
them
mean,
going,
City in the next 5
we can
games.
potentially. I'm not expecting to lose 5-0 no more. Like we can lose 3-1.
City in the next
you're
5
right.
games, they got Bournemouth, Brighton, Liverpool all away, and Spurs and Forest are at home. Are they expected to get all 15 points?
No, they'll lose to Forest.
Spurs is always a tricky game for them for some
Forest at
reason.
home.
Nah,
Yeah,
we'll do
they'll
Carabao.
lose to Forest.
Is it?
Yeah, it's
Liverpool away,
Carabao.
they'll draw.
Is it Carabao, yeah?
Which one is?
Our game is, isn't it?
You're
Spurs.
on the league, bro.
We got a league
Oh,
game.
we got them twice then.
Yeah.
Fairs, man.
Nah, but the Spurs game, for some reason, it always
Nah,
seems to
that
be
hoodoo's
Nah,
gone.
F-
That
Spurs,
hoodoo's
man.
gone.
You got them Carabao
Past 2
this
years, that
You got them
hoodoo's gone.
Carabao this week. I'm saying you got them coming up in the league like next month.
Oh, okay.
Nah, Spurs, man. Well,
Yeah,
Them brothers
of course they're not going to
lost
maintain
1-0
their
last
perfect
season.
record. They're
Back
definitely going to have hiccups
Yeah.
and blips.
Yeah.
It's normal. But I think if there's any team who you kind of maybe don't bat an eyelid at when they do falter or maybe don't look as good, for me it's Man City.
Facts.
Yeah.
No facts.
So we talk about Brighton versus Wolves.
That one's crazy.
Oh, yeah.
That one there, head loss.
Can we
Yeah,
talk
that one there, my head will be on Mars for life. My head will be fuming. If I'm a Brighton fan,
Equaliser, the 93rd minute.
what was the Brighton correspondent that we had? I would love to hear his thoughts on that game.
Phil Tilt, what's that like?
He
Phil
wasn't even a tactical reducer.
Trying to reduce it, I would love to, because I'm telling
Like,
you
he
now,
deleted Twitter still.
on Mars.
Yeah.
Because we'll come to that goal in a moment. But
Mats Wifa,
Yeah.
unfortunately, yeah. I mean, listen, the game finished 2-2. Danny Welbeck,
That guy
once
Wells, man.
again on the score sheet.
That guy Welbs.
That guy Welbs,
honestly,
once again on the score sheet. And
How
it was
many
one.
goals is he on this
It
season
was
already?
one. No, I mean, he is currently on 6 goals
Must be his best goal tally. in
and
a
1
minute.
assist in 9 games. Yeah, I mean, listen, it was 1-0 for a while. Danny Welbeck thought he finished the game, but no. There was still 3 goals to go. There's a lot to go. Because then Brighton made it 2-0 in the 85th minute.
I really love this finish
Evan
as well. It was like
Ferguson.
it was slotted into the
Great
bottom left,
finish.
but it was with power.
Unbelievable.
People looked at it going, I can't do that.
First
touch,
goal in a long
bang.
time.
I was going to say, he almost feels like the
33
buzz
games.
of his name has kind of
Yeah.
worn off a little bit. Obviously, Welbeck coming back into form. João Pedro kind of
Like,
coming
injury
into the
problems
light.
in and out of the team. Yeah.
Injury problems, but good to see him back, man. He's
Yeah.
one of those players. 2 years ago, people were talking about 100 mil transfers and things like that.
Went to Spurs.
Potential
my
for
stocks
him.
are still high on him, man.
Bro, same.
Yeah,
I
my
hope
stocks are
he
still high on
makes a
him.
recovery,
Yeah.
man.
Exactly. And Evan Ferguson makes it 2-0 in the 85th minute. You think, okay, job done.
Yeah.
We're at home against Wolves, who are bottom of the league as well.
I know
Down
those
there in
fans
bottom.
going, you know what, let me just beat traffic. get
Probably, yeah,
myself
let me
out.
beat traffic, let me go home, forget it, let's get out of here.
The
And then,
masses, I love it, man.
yeah, exactly. And then Ait Nouri gets a consolation goal in 88th minute. Like, they barely even celebrate it. Consolation goal in 88th minute.
That's them on the way yard.
You
Got
know,
a live
yeah,
score on.
go on,
It's
let's
2-1,
go. Oh, yeah,
fair enough.
yeah, 2-1, go on there, mate. And then in the 93rd minute, Brighton have a chance to make it 3-1.
4-on-1 attack.
4-on-1. Tommy Doyle, poor old Tommy Doyle by himself. 4 Wolves in the back. Mats Wifa has the ball. Matt Sweeper, the player I put forward as the player to watch for Brighton on Saturday Social this season.
Yeah.
And he all he has to do is find one of his 4 teams.
It's not even that. Take it to the corner flag if you wanted
Or
to. Do what you need
whatever
to
you
do.
need to
You
do.
do
but
what it-
yeah, you know.
yeah.
Because tell me though,
Straight to him. Not even reads it. It was straight to him. Yeah.
You know, drives the
Straight to
pitch a
him.
little bit.
Oh,
Finds
no,
Mateus Cunha.
no, before you do that, yeah. Obviously, you're winning 2-1. Do I need 3 of my other attackers bombing out forward?
That's
Yeah.
that
Yeah, oh, no,
is
that was
generally the
greediness.
part I didn't
That was greediness. That was like, I
What's going on?
want to get
How
some. I want to get some. It was just like, I want to get some
Bro,
moment.
It
That's what it
made
was.
No sense. Like that was the part of the Matt Sweeper. Cool. Why are so many of you bombing forward? That's where I'm like, Herzler, is this your work? Is this you?
Yeah.
Because
I know
this
who
is
it
the
was.
Zerbi nonsense that we was on, and we cooked Faisal every week for that.
Yeah.
We're gonna spin the block on you as well.
No, but you know
When
what
he-
it
when
was?
he saw that
I
list,
know
like,
in that
kick
moment
that
of the game,
manager,
I get it. It was 2-1.
Lee.
It was
Young
they
Lee.
thought it was the last kick of the. It was going to be the last kick of the game or the last attack of the game, and everyone's thinking, I need to get some.
Facts.
Everyone's thinking, I need to get something.
Facts.
I'm leaving here with something.
Facts.
So that's where that desire came from. Only for them the pass to go straight to Tommy Doyle, and then you could
know
tell
what
me,
happened.
you know what happens next.
Like, there's still a lot had to happen still after that mistake. A lot had to happen, and then a lot did happen because, like I said, Tommy Doyle intercepted it. He found Cunha. Cunha did really well. You know, this guy. I mean, he's been good for 2 seasons straight now. He
was
scored a
luck,
hat trick
that
at
goal.
Chelsea.
Oh, yeah, it was.
That was goal to luck, though, man. Like
It's
the
still a good goal.
hesitation.
Still a good goal.
And he just thought, you know what, I just have to hit it because the whistle can blow
Of
at any
course.
moment. And he just hit it. And then unfortunately for him,
Reminds me a
winning.
bit of those that NBA game the other day, the Pelicans and
BI.
Brandon Ingram.
yeah,
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
Let me just
So
bang.
yeah, I watched NBA. You don't even watch NBA like that. That was crazy. Go on.
Yeah, the
I said
OKC,
the
the,
nickname,
the
you didn't
OKC,
understand
the
what I
OKC Pelicans one where Shy hit
Yeah.
that that 3-point to
I
tie the
was thinking
game.
about a different game.
No, I'm thinking about the other one.
I was talking about the one that happened
No.
like 2-3 days ago.
Yeah,
BI
that's
hit
what
game
I'm
winner.
thinking.
Yeah,
Yeah,
BI
Brandon
hit game winner
hit
for
the
that.
game winner.
Which one? The one from
They played the Trailblazers.
Yeah.
yeah, I'm thinking about
Yeah.
that. There's a clip I saw. I don't know how long it was, but it was OKC, it was Pelicans. Shy with like a second to go made a 3-pointer to tie the game up 110 apiece. And then there's 1 second to go. Pelicans bang from literally their own
Inbound.
Yeah.
all the way made it. That's kind of what it felt like. It was like imagine being in a stadium and being a traveling Wolves fan within that moment.
Yeah.
Of all players to score at least 10 goals in Premier League history, that's me to go to bed. Of all players that have scored 10 goals in Premier League history,
There you
right?
go, sleep.
Only John Stern and only John Stern,
John Stern.
only Stern John,
Yeah.
Stern John,
Charlton legend.
Johan Elmander,
Bolton legend. We know that one.
and Mateus Pereira
West Brom
have
legend.
scored a higher percentage away from home than Wolves' Mateus Cunha.
Wow.
Loves an away day.
13 out of his 18 goals have all been away from home.
First.
Yeah, man. Listen, Brighton, if you're a Brighton fan, you'd be rattled, right?
100%.
Oh,
I mean, they're
I'll
starting
be
sixth.
fuming.
They're having a good season still.
No, but
Starting
I'll
sixth.
be fuming, man.
Yeah.
Just the manner of which it happened, I'll be
100%.
fuming, man. I can't lie to you. That's yeah.
Crazy.
Just the yeah. It's just not yeah. Yeah. Let me speak. I can't, honestly that would.
Well,
I'm
look at it
thinking
from the other side
from a
as well.
player's point of view and a fan's point of view, that will drive me
And
nuts.
look at it from the other side as well, though. If you're Tommy Doyle, if you're a Wolves fan, if you're a
Yeah,
Wolves
you'll be
player, you'll
ecstatic.
like,
Yeah.
this is amazing.
Because what was it, like he hit it, clipped off someone's foot, then the keeper already dived, they clipped off there, went crossbar, went down.
Crazy.
Bare
It was a freak.
ricochets.
The whole
I
thing was a
went.
freak.
Yeah,
That
the whole
thing
sequence.
was nuts.
That
Mad to
it
think,
reminds me
though.
of Man United, Chelsea
Brighton
last
have
season
only
as well,
lost
though.
one game this
Yeah.
season so far.
That was
I'm just
against.
seeing the table now.
Who's that?
Yeah.
Mm,
They drew to us. One
Yeah.
Yeah.
They lost to
uh,
Brighton. They
lost
lost to
to
Chelsea.
yeah,
Yeah.
4-2.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yes.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. Cole Palmer, 4 goals.
Palmer,
in it.
four
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
a crazy game as
Palmer,
well. I
4
can't remember.
goals,
Yeah.
I feel bad for Wolves, man. I mean, listen, obviously this one they were fortunate to get a draw, but they're still without a win this season. You know, I mean, they've got loads of losses, and a lot of them, like we spoke about on the podcast, they were in the lead against Newcastle when Harvey Barnes scored a worldie late on. They were in the lead against Man City. They were in the lead, and Man City scored a 95th minute winner against them.
Yeah.
So they needed a bit of luck. It didn't get them a win, but they're still without a win. Do we think they're going to go down? Or do you think
No,
they're
no,
gonna
no.
go down?
No.
Look at their run of
For me-
fixtures.
But the thing is, the defense isn't great.
Look at their run of
Faith.
fixtures coming.
Their run of fixtures.
Yeah, 100%.
This is where they need
bro.
to get a point.
Palace, Southampton.
Palace at home,
Yeah.
Southampton, Fulham away, Bournemouth, Everton away, West Ham, Ipswich, Leicester. They and then Man United in Boxing Day. They better not lose a game till Boxing Day at least.
They will get wins.
These are all the
They will get wins.
six-pointers.
Yeah, these
Yeah.
are the ones.
They will get the wins.
These
This is
fight-
where they will start to pick up their Yeah,
Because
points.
this is what, if you remember, Crystal Palace did to Vieira. Sacked him at this moment, gave it
Yeah.
to Roy Hodgson.
Roy.
He gets all the greens, and
All
it's
the
like,
easy.
look at Roy. And then the next season, hey, what's going on, Roy? It's all falling apart. Stick with Gary.
Yeah,
Keep
100%.
calm.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Let's talk about a former Wolves manager, but he's now thriving at Nottingham Forest.
You know, I thought you was gonna say Lopetegui there. That's thinking what's going
we
on.
already left that.
Yeah.
Former Wolves manager who's
Told I look like
thriving.
Nuno.
That's not a compliment, trust me.
I know. What a guy.
Nuno,
Gotta respect it.
Espirito, Santos, and his Forest side went away on Friday night kickoff. I watched this game actually because it's the only one on Friday night. Away to Leicester. Great game. Great,
Midlands derby, that.
Yeah, listen, great night game as well. Exactly, Nottingham and Leicester. Vardy. We were predicting how many goals he's going to score.
They laughed at me, man.
A couple of us said, I think
I said that.
I was on the team where he's going to get 10 goals.
Yeah, I said
Yeah,
that.
I was
said
on
goals
the
as well.
table that said
Most
it.
of us
Yeah.
agreed. Who
Yeah.
disagreed? Someone
Abs.
disagreed.
There's a couple, yeah.
I
You
do
didn't think.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I agreed. Yeah.
he's on 4. You can change your mind?
I mean, they're starting him on a regular. I thought, Daka, blood, what are you doing? You're a disgrace.
Yeah.
Still letting the 37-year-old
37
man
years
get
old.
headed.
37 years old. I mean, he scored the equaliser after Ryan Yates, who's been playing really well this season, actually. Ryan Yates. in the
Seems
midfield.
boy.
Captain.
Yeah, playing really well. Ryan Yates, good finish.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I liked it.
I'm really impressed by, even though he's on the losing side, Hermansen, the Leicester goalkeeper, the Danish.
Yes.
He had a
that
point
was
blank
amazing.
save.
Against us,
Yeah,
he was
that's ridiculous.
unreal.
Against us, he was unbelievable.
Yeah, the save.
Wow.
I know
He had
it
a
was
point
from
blank
the
save
angle.
in this game, yeah,
From
where
the
he just
angle,
threw himself at it.
yeah.
And I'm liking him this season. Obviously, it wasn't his night, but I'm liking him a lot. Wild phase for one of Chris Wood's goals didn't come himself.
I just
into
hate
it.
his surname, man.
Sounds
like some brother, innit?
I think he's
David Luiz, has just been awful since he came into the Premier League.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. He's just been.
White face.
No, he's had decent performances here and there. No, he's had decent.
You can't name 5
Yeah.
decent performances.
No, well, he's had
Like,
decent.
I
he's
hate
had-
when
no,
man
no, no,
start
he's
defense
had-
cases for
no, no,
needless guys.
he's had
Bro,
decent.
Wolf Face is objectively awful.
Nah, I don't.
I'm sorry.
Universally
Leicester
awful.
fans, if you
Universally.
want to defend him,
I don't agree with that.
go for it.
I think
I'm
he's
sorry.
had
Harry Maguire,
mixed
Johnny Evans, the
performances.
things I saw there, those are real centre backs.
Father, real.
Centre backs of caliber. Even Caleb Okoli, I like the look of him.
Yeah, he's good. He's good
This
as well.
Wood Face, please.
No.
Get
I like. I'm a fan of him.
one of the worst
Finally,
Premier League
fan of him.
defenders.
That's how I see it.
Well, I'm a fan of him. I can't lie to
you
you.
decided Man
But
United.
do you know what it is? He's got. He's got.
United.
He never in a million years. But listen, but
if
do you know
he
what it
left
is?
Leicester, where
He's
would
got
he go?
those moments. He's got those.
Back to championship.
Do you know what it is? Do you know what ruined him?
Nah, he's
That
good, he's good,
Liverpool
he's
game
good.
at Anfield.
When he scored two own goals.
2 on goals.
And I think that's just ruined
What's it?
everybody's perception of him.
Jalipa? Is it Jalipa?
If I'm not mistaken, he had an awful debut as well, Wout Face. If I'm not
What did he
mistaken,
do in his debut?
he had a stink. I can't remember it clearly.
Maybe.
Someone in the
Maybe
comments
he did.
let me know, please. I remember early doors when he came to Leicester.
They
he
played-
That
smelled
is
it
the
up.
question of the day. Who's had the worst debut in football?
Do you know what I remembered? Do you remember Joe Cole for Liverpool?
What was his debut like? I can't remember.
30 minutes into it, he got a red card. I remember that because it was like the big thing that they got him on a free. It was cute.
Yeah.
But I remember he got sent off 30 minutes into his debut. I can't remember who it was against, but first half.
Wout Faes' debut was a
6-2 defeat to Tottenham where he got absolutely cooked. I remember that fraud.
Didn't Emmanuel Frimpong get sent off in his Arsenal first debut? I don't know. Remember against Liverpool,
I think so.
Arsenal.
Maybe first start.
Maybe
Was it
first
debut?
start.
I don't think it debut.
Maybe his first start. He got sent off against Liverpool.
Yeah.
But I don't think it was his first start. I don't know. That's a good question. What is his
Yeah.
worst debut? But yeah, anyways, this game, Chris Wood.
Yeah.
Up to no good, well.
Up to no
Yeah,
good,
up to
like
no
you
good,
said.
man.
Stars, tell us about Chris Wood, man. He's currently on 7 goals
I
this
can't
season.
lie.
And
He's
he's
probably
about to join the 100 club.
No, he's actually the only person that's actually like beat me. Like,
He's proved
Yeah.
you
I
wrong.
would lie,
Yeah.
literally, I can't.
He was hating on him so hard.
From
Newcastle,
five
before
years,
Burnley.
4 years ago, bro.
Yeah.
5 years ago, I've been saying this guy's a bum. Well, when Ilias put it in the chat going, you know he's on 75 Premier League, I said,
Yeah.
what?
He went back and did the math.
He did
He was
math.
like,
Well, I went, what?
nah, it's adding.
And
I
he's only
looked-
been there for 4 years.
And I looked and I went,
Would you say he's the only one? Joel Linton didn't prove you wrong?
No, Joe Linton
no,
got his lick
because
back.
because I said Joe Linton's an awful striker, and they moved him to midfield, so I won the war. It happened. Wood, I can't. Like, Wood's a striker and he's banging. I can't do anything, bro.
Yeah.
Even though he misses sitters here and there, and I'm going.
His first goal.
No, wow. The touch and then the turn and then the bang.
That's why I put that's what Harry Kane
Because
Barkley's
because
men.
that is that's a
No, well,
real striker.
He's got to be in there.
That's a real instinctive striker's
Like
finish.
he knew where the goal was.
Yeah, he didn't need to look at it.
Didn't need to look.
Yeah,
from
he
New
knew.
Zealand, man. Bang 100 goals.
That's all you gotta do. Turn, took a touch, set himself. Didn't need
He's
to look. Bang.
he's
Then
better
back
than
in
both
the
your strikers, isn't it?
net. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. And it's weird because he's actually younger than I thought he was.
You stay
Yeah,
away.
he's
he's
younger than
32, 31. Yeah, 32, 31.
No, that's mad. Isn't
That's
it?
crazy.
No, I thought he was older.
That's crazy.
No, but
That's
Chris Wood.
Chris Wood is younger than you.
He's not. Huh? He's just making stuff up, bro. You listen to this guy.
He is,
How
he is.
how does Chris compare to him?
He's 2 years older. 2 years older.
Compared to him,
Yeah.
he's
2 years, 3 years.
3 years older.
Let me see. Let me see.
I'm a baby boy.
You man, listen, you man are hitting 30 soon. You man are hitting 30 soon.
That's mad, though, isn't it? Like,
What?
no, but I
Why?
would feel Chris
That
Wood
one
like-
hurt.
I just hope you man live to see my age in it.
That one hurt.
Yeah.
That one hurt.
No, but Chris Wood, like,
Older
you
than
would think.
Casemiro.
If I ask, huh?
Older than Casemiro.
We did, man.
Hey, well, you know what, yeah? Next episode, I'm going to come with a list.
Players.
Players.
Let's do
He's
top
older
10
than- hey,
video.
he's-
Plays older than Fred.
No, younger than Fred.
Younger than
Hey,
Fred.
That you wouldn't believe. That's a series. Players that are younger than Fred that you wouldn't believe are younger than
Rafael
Fred.
Varane.
Chris Wood is one. Casemiro is
Rafael
one.
Varane.
Wait.
If you're older than Rafael Varane.
Forget Varane. Wood and Casemiro seem so like much older.
Yeah.
That one is madness, man.
Nah, Varane's older.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
But
believe
check Wood then.
it.
Check Wood then. Check Wood then. Oh, he's not. I know his date of birth.
Oh my god, Varane retired, you know.
Varane
Varane retired.
Varane's 31.
Varane retired.
Yeah, he's his age.
Is it?
He's older though. He's older than Fu.
Okay. Are you old enough?
Of course he is.
No. Me and Fu are like 6 months apart, bro. People act like we're different. Bro, we was talking about it yesterday at the yard, yeah.
They're not 6 months
Bro,
apart.
they're like,
They're not.
it's like 6 months plus 6 months.
They're
1
not.
year.
They're not 6 months apart.
We're like 1 year.
Literally
Would
one.
you
Be in the same school
No.
year?
Nah,
he's
we'd
year
be in
above.
different school. Bro, we're 1 year apart, me and Fu. People act like there's a crazy gap here. Bro, and the
Okay,
worst
fair
thing
enough.
is, there's like a 1 year gap between you and Fu,
Yeah.
and then it's all the rest.
So it's
Me and
like
Fu.
Yo, don't worry. 40 coming for all of you.
I'm 95, baby.
Yeah,
bro.
B. Cool.
I'm a 95,
Keep lying.
baby.
Keep lying.
I'm a 95,
Yeah,
baby.
but he's school year above
Your
you.
students know, you know.
Who's the school year above me? 95. How?
He's school year above you.
What school year? What year? School
I'm a
year?
year below you.
So how was he? So he was a year above me.
He's a year above you.
What year? What month was he born?
November.
November.
he's not November 94.
so he
but
got
yeah.
pushed.
No, he's 90.
He got pushed
94.
forward. I mean, pushed back. Sorry.
93, 94 year.
Yeah.
You're 94, 95 year.
Yeah.
I'm 95, 96 year.
Oh.
Yeah, above you. You're
He put 93. Oh yeah, he is
November.
born
Yeah.
93.
Yeah, he's November.
I
still.
Hasib, edit all
Yeah,
this
all
out,
this
man.
year.
Yeah, he is.
Edit all this
Yeah,
stuff out, man.
It's
Yeah, he
my
is, he
year,
is.
then your year, then Fu's year.
Okay, so
And
you're
then
older than Harry
Apes
Kane.
year. Okay, Apes year above you. Huh?
Blood, lock off the cameras, innit? Lock off the cameras, I beg.
You know the
2
Harry Kane.
minutes. Just.
Yeah. Let's go. Oh, you're Abe, you're the same school year. I don't even know. School year.
That's Fu. You're old, nigga.
No, the Fu's 2 years above you then. Because Abe is
Bro,
year
I'm
above
telling
you.
He's a fob
man.
anyway, man.
No,
Leave him.
oh,
telling you,
wait.
man, Fu's
Abe
old.
is year above you.
He's a fob. He's a
old,
fob
bro.
anyway. Don't worry, man.
Wait,
The fact that you don't know is the proof.
It's Fu 93. It's November 93.
Who's
It's November 93. Should be
Oh,
your
he's
year.
a no Beckham.
You're April 94.
Yeah, they different names now.
Yeah, how does Mercer look?
Fu's 92. Oh,
Let
Fu's
Mercer
not.
talk. I dare Mercer
Fu's
talk.
92.
I dare Mercer talk.
That's 30. Fu's 92. That's why.
Oh,
old.
so he's 92.
Yeah,
So why did he say
91.
93?
Nah, I forgot he's 92.
Yeah, I was about to
He's
say.
2
I
years
said there's
above
no. Yeah, 2 years above me. Yeah, that makes more
He's a
sense.
year above you.
Yeah.
Abe is a year above you.
Who's that? Oh, fairs.
Abe
Yeah,
is a year
I
above
thought
you.
Travis Scott was younger. I can't lie.
Let's go.
Oh.
Let's finish. Let's talk a bit more
Oh.
about Forest a little bit.
Fairs.
But
That's
listen,
crazy.
let-
He's gonna come on the list. He said, you know.
Huh?
He's gonna come on the list.
Yeah, it's gonna
No, it's fine.
Yeah, I mean, back on this game. Listen, no Premier League team have allowed opponents lower quality non-penalty shots this season. Nottingham Forest, they've done really well. And Nuno's got them playing really well. Nottingham have won back-to-back Premier League matches for the first time now since December 2023. They have also won 4 of their 9 league matches this season.
Amazing.
And they've drawn 4 of them, and they've only lost 1. They are having an unbelievable start to the season. They're in 6th place. I like their team. I like the balance of their team stars.
Balance.
I think I get
You
you.
know,
Put
that obviously Woods up front doing really well, but I like the
Yeah.
Hotodoi, the Alanga, the Anderson. Even
Anderson's been
Anderson's
incredible. He's been
Alanga
good for
this
them.
game, I think he's had the most crosses into the ball. I think he had
Yeah.
between first the
Yeah,
stat that
yeah.
came up between first and second was so much. Elliot Anderson, of course,
Yeah.
and Hudson-Odoi is that constant
Yeah.
threat.
And then you
he's
still
got-
have Morgan Gibbs. Obviously, I don't think he played
Yeah.
that game, but
No, he's been injured, isn't
he's
he?
been injured.
Yates.
But the thing is, when they have that quartet like Wood, Alanga, Hudson-Odoi, now you got Elliot, of course, but then with Morgan Gibbs White, it's just a free flowing attack.
Crazy how our knees just been forgotten.
Manchester
innit?
United, well, better than us.
came on off the bench.
Attack is better than us. Well, like that attack's better than
Oh,
us.
of course. Look at
Look at
that.
the
And one of
difference.
them's Alanga. He had him.
They literally had a Langer, bro, and they chased him out of the club. But now
But
he's,
that-
now he's
that's
better
the
than their
level-
current
that's-
wingers.
but
What's
that's
going on
that's
here?
the level. That's the level, man.
Yeah, he's got up.
Yeah.
6th and 14th.
Can't say how many trophies to
fact.
Forest.
It's
Maybe
a fact.
Liverpool at Anfield.
But you need to win,
move.
please. Let's
Oh,
go.
yeah,
Keep it
okay,
moving.
yeah, what you think a lot of it's down to him?
Yeah,
Oh, a
100%.
lot of it, a lot of
You
it,
have
a
to
lot
give
of
it to
it,
him because last season when Steve Cook was there,
Cooper.
Steve Cooper,
And they played
yeah.
against him, Leicester.
You thought this team can do more. Like they shouldn't be as low as they are. And he came in last year, saved them. That's the primary job. Now it's what can you build on it? And bro, I don't know. I don't think they had ambitions of top half. So however long he can keep this going, fair play to him. And I think the fact that he's getting more out of these players individually as well as cohesively, I think it speaks a
He
lot to his
showed up
management.
at backline as well. I
That
remember he had
backline
a lot of
is
tweets.
huge.
He's that
That backline
perfect
is
level
huge, man.
manager
Yeah.
of like if you want a club above the relegation zone and you want to push your limits a little bit, that's what he did with Wolves.
Yeah.
He came in, made them regular seventh, and then he went to Spurs, and I always felt like it was maybe a jump too big for him.
Yeah.
But that level, he is perfect for that.
Yeah. No, I agree. So.
But he obviously as well. This game, he's serving his free match ban, I think. So he wasn't even on the touchline, was he?
Oh, I didn't even know
He
that.
wasn't even on the touchline.
Come on, man. You know he's like Sammy Lee and Sam
Yeah,
Allardyce back in the day. They all got the
they had
headset.
they had Rui
Brother.
Pedro Silva. I remember watching, and they kept cutting. He was communicating, obviously, but
Yeah.
he's in the middle of a 3-match ban. This is second of
wow.
his 3-match ban, and he still got the win, which was very, very impressive.
Fair enough.
Uh,
I
He
had.
was
I'm not gonna lie
generally
to you.
playing real life FM.
I-
That's
yeah,
what he
yeah,
did.
yeah. I had Forest. I think I had Forest to go down, but my bad. My bad on
Completely
that
wrong.
one. Yeah.
My bad.
I mean,
My
I
bad on that
guess we
one.
all judged them wrong as well. But yeah, their team looks good, and we were looking at Forest last couple of years of they just signed too many players.
Yeah.
Their squad is big, but now I feel like
Cohesiveness isn't there.
it's like the Chelsea where Enzo came in. It's like, you know what, I'm just focused. This is my team, and I feel like Forest doing as well. This is my team. These players I like. There are too many players. Get rid of them. So
Yeah.
listen, big up to Nottingham Forest. You know, you're a legendary club. You're an iconic club.
Yeah.
Big up. Welcome back to the big leagues. Brian Clough would be proud. All right, Aston Villa versus Bournemouth.
Aston Villa.
1-1 draw. There were 7 yellow cards shown in the first half only. No Premier League game has ever seen more in the first 45 minutes. Meanwhile, it is the first time this has happened more than once in a season after Tottenham and Arsenal in September as well.
Yeah,
So
I
they
remember
matched
that
it.
one.
Yeah.
Feisty affair that finished in a 1-1 draw. This was another one that had, let me get it up. This is another one that had a late goal. Evan Nelson scored in the 96th minute.
I
on
felt
a
like
set piece.
Villa was very
Game
wasteful
winner.
that game as
Yeah,
well.
they were
They had
extremely.
a lot of chances. They
yeah.
stringed a
Yeah.
couple good attacks.
Yeah.
Ollie Watkins had a fair match.
Pulled off a couple
Couple
of
Yeah.
saves.
Yeah.
Travers,
Travis,
is it?
yeah.
Yeah, Travers. I was
yeah.
going to say it wasn't Kepa.
Yeah. Now
Yeah.
it's Travis.
So,
again.
yeah, no.
About damn time you lot changed that fraud.
He kept a clean sheet against us.
Yeah,
Fair
against you lot.
Tremendo, man.
Yeah.
Still a clean sheet
But
now.
yeah, they were wasteful though. Villa, Bailey had a couple good chances. Duran missed a chance that I thought he would have bagged.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just a waste. It was just a wasteful day for them. I mean, on another day they could have easily won 3-4-0, but that's what happens, man. When you don't score enough goals or you don't take your chances, then you get punished. And they
Villa
got
I think
are
as well-
the Champions League leaders.
I was just
Yeah.
about to say, like, they've been
Yeah.
doing so well in the Champions League. People forget that this season they're having those midweek
Yeah,
games
yeah,
as
yeah.
well.
But also they're
Some of
fourth in
their
the league
weekend
joint with
results.
Arsenal. So it's like
Yeah.
they're doing great.
yeah.
But some of their results are you're gonna see the impact of it.
Yeah.
The weekend fixtures, and I think this was one of those.
Yeah,
if that
for
makes
sure.
sense.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
any
yeah.
other day, as you said, they would have probably killed the game
Yeah,
off.
for
but
them to be, like I said, Champions League leaders and
Elite.
to be fourth, effectively joint third because they got
Yeah,
same
yeah.
points as Arsenal in the league. They're balancing
I thought
it
like
pretty
they
well.
would do well in the Champions League and like have a couple of good big,
Yeah.
days at Villa
Yeah.
Park. But I didn't expect them to do this well. Like
Yeah.
fair play to him.
But the thing is,
Unai
even
is an
yeah.
elite coach,
Nah,
man.
it's ridiculous.
He's an elite
Ridiculous.
coach.
But even the points they dropped are in games where they should have won. That's what's I think that's what's gonna frustrate them is because
Yep.
like I think the games that they did drop points, apart from the Arsenal loss, probably all the other games they've dropped points in are games that they should have really won.
United,
Yeah,
yeah,
they're
Yeah,
going to
United
qualify.
as
They're
well.
going to
Yeah, they should've
qualify
won.
for Champions League.
United
and say,
game
"Damn,
was to be
gonna
fair,
compete for the
draw was a
title."
fair result, but
And that was straight after the Bayern game.
yeah, but that was saying I was about to say that was more impacted by the fact that they had Bayern
But
a few days.
they got
a few
expect
days
that
before
kind of
that.
stuff to
Yeah,
happen though.
and that's the adjustment you got to make, innit? Yeah.
Yeah, man. I mean, listen, Bournemouth as well. Iraola's they're having a pretty decent season. Evan Nelson obviously scored an equaliser. They're 3 wins, 3 draws, 3 losses. 11 goals scored, 11 goals conceded. Everything's like
Balance.
pretty.
They are literally
Yeah.
mid-table.
Yeah.
They are literally mid-table.
Yeah, literally mid-table in 12th, in 11th place. Yeah, I mean they got Man City next. Let them see their run of games. They got Man City at home and 3 p.m. kickoff
It's
on
so funny.
Saturday.
Them and Fulham are twins.
Yeah.
Fulham are just on 12 and 12.
Yeah, yeah, literally.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly the same thing. Fulham literally are a place above them because they've scored 1 more goal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, middle of the table, middle of the pack. Areola is doing an okay job. You know, Evan
Yeah.
Nilsson's finding his scoring boots,
Yeah.
shooting boots.
They need that as well, obviously.
He was a headache.
Filling-
He's a headache of a striker. So it's nice to see him finally score.
I think the fact that he did it off the bench as well is nice because he's been starting the past couple of weeks and it was like, wasn't really looking.
He was a pest, but he didn't
NS
put the ball in the
Unal
net.
gets a start and it was like, all right, you know what?
Yeah.
Now's my time. So fair play to him.
Mm.
Big money signing, man. That's the
What we thinking for
Solanke
Bournemouth?
report.
What we think of Bournemouth this season?
Mid-table.
Average.
Keep that mid-table.
Yeah, average. I
they'll
think
be-
they'll be
they'll-
said-
they'll-
average.
they can flirt. For me, their ceiling is 8th.
Yeah.
Their 13th, like 13th to 8th is where
That's
I feel
what I
like
said.
they'll
I said I think they can capitalize off a couple of teams like Newcastle and
Yeah.
maybe not performing up to standards, and obviously you lot.
Yeah.
And if they can take advantage of that, why not?
Mm.
But I'm not sure they'll end up there.
what you
Probably
just said, you
11th,
lot.
10th. It's true though. They are underperforming, no? Of course. Or is that your level?
No, they're underperforming. United should never be 14.
So why is he annoyed by this?
I'm not.
13th, yeah.
He just made a comment. You
And
look very
finally-
links, man. All right.
I've been doing it for like 2 years now. Come on, man, change it up, man. I'm bored. You came last year. You're terrible. Can't get even worse now. Surely, just get rid of him. Get rid of him. I'm RTS. I'm RTS, man. And I'm telling you, just get rid of him. I will start a new RTS for something else. RTS Xerxes.
Don't worry, it's fine, man.
You know, that's what RTS will like. Don't get involved in.
Don't worry, man. Don't worry.
The
Your time
final
will
game.
come. Your time will come.
We've
That's
had
what
a
I'm saying.
whoa, whoa, whoa.
Ain't this time?
Your time.
ain't this
To
time
be fair, it's always his
Exactly,
time. It's
what
always,
are
today is
you
to
talking
do.
about
It's
me
always
for?
his time.
What are you talking about me for,
Today-
bro?
today
Worry
is to
about
do.
your
Today
team,
is to
yeah?
do.
Face front.
The final game I want to speak about is Everton versus Fulham. Another super late
Yes.
dagger in this game as well in the 94th minute. Beto equalising after Alex Iwobi. opens
You know the
scoring.
better goal. It looked like he did not want to hit. Didn't know where it come from. Just ricocheted off him. He was
You know what's
shit
crazy as well? 'Cause
Shit,
I watched that game. I actually watched that entire game, and what's crazy is when he was coming on, they were booing him.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Bro,
they were
he
booing
was
him.
a big money
Everton fans were
signing,
booing
bro.
him.
He had a great stint at Udinese, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. He was.
I remember he was the man
Yeah,
that
yeah,
was
yeah.
leads
Could
them
have
kind
signed
of
him
thing.
from,
Yeah.
He was never going to be that guy, in my opinion.
Yeah.
You can see one game of his and be like,
He hasn't had the greatest
Yeah,
stint.
no.
He hasn't had the greatest stint, to be fair, at Everton.
He's
But-
a battering
I
ram.
can't like
He's a
these
battering
Serie
ram,
these
bro.
Serie A strikers coming into
Yes,
the
I've told you, Serie A is the worst place to get strikers. They are fraudulent. I'm telling you.
Brother.
That and the Portuguese league. Those two places when it comes to strikers, do not touch. Wallahi,
That's why I'm so worried about
Gyökeres,
Gyökeres, you know.
that's
Wallah,
fraudulent,
waiting
man.
for it. It's banging.
Absolutely fraudulent. I'm telling you this. This is a Victor. What's his? How do you say his name?
Gyökeres.
Victor Osimhen.
Bro, do not even. I'm telling you now, Portuguese league is so fraudulent when it comes to strikers. Right, how about this? I was doing research the other day. I actually got. It's mad that we came to this topic. I just want to do a quick research here.
Go on.
Let me tell you something about the Portuguese league because I know Faisal does the most about this guy talking about his hype. Bro, let me find it.
Hype about Gyökeres.
I'm gonna find it now for you. Yeah, these are some of the best strikers to come out of the Portuguese league. Yeah,
Go on.
yeah, these are some of the best strikers
Okay.
to come out of the
Gonzalo Ramos.
over
Mario
the last 10
Jardel.
years, yeah? I'm gonna just give you the
Darwin
names.
Núñez.
If you want the stats, I'll give you the stats, but I'll give you
about
names,
Mario
yeah?
Jardel?
And I'll even give you seasons, yeah?
Heard of him.
So, I'll start with one of my favorites, Islam Salmani, Sporting, yeah?
Came to Leicester, right?
16, 17, yeah?
Came to Leicester.
He had 31 goals in 44 games in that season, yeah?
I thought he made it.
Very good, yeah? And then you got my man, Victor, last season.
Victor Gyökeres.
Yeah, 43 in... My phone is so mashed up, but let me try to zoom in. Let me try. I've got to zoom in on this.
You got a screen.
43 goals in 50 games.
Very good.
Then you have obviously Mehdi Tarami. The Iranian 22-23. He got 32 goals. You had Darwin Núñez 21-22, 34 goals. Carlos Vinicius,
Fulham.
Benfica.
Fulham.
Tottenham legend.
He was
Yeah,
on
to
that.
do.
His goal tally wasn't good, but he was actually joint top scorer with 18 goals. Yeah. Then you have Bastos. Bastos. Killer.
Oh, the Dutch guy.
That's dust.
He had in 3 years, he only had 3 years in the Portuguese league. He scored 93 goals in 127 games. Yeah. Then you got Vincent Abubakar. Yeah. Cameroon legend.
Tell Salah come outside.
26 goals in one season. Yeah. Then you had Goncalo Ramos. Of course, everyone knows Goncalo Ramos, 27 goals, and then end up getting a move to and got his move. He got his move to PSG. Name me one striker out of that list that left the Portuguese league and went on to have a successful career.
Horror.
That list is just disgusting. And then now you're trying to sell me this championship guy that came from Coventry, took his bags to Portuguese league, now he's bagging goals, and then now what you're talking about 80 M's, 90 M's, 100 M's. Bro, Portuguese league.
Research Liban.
Portuguese league, yeah.
Yes.
I'm telling you now,
Liban
fraudulent. I'm telling you now, do not buy. And that goes for the Serie A as well, you know.
Yeah.
Name me a striker in the last 10 years that has come from Serie A and has bagged in the Premier League.
Ah, okay. I was gonna say Zlatan, but
Zlatan is a special case.
Beto
but-
just scored the 94th minute winner.
No,
Equaliser.
I'm saying successful. I said even Beto's not successful. Name me one. Name me one, brother.
serious think
Name me one.
Morata now.
Name me one. Morata. Name me one. You can't name me one.
I have to go from Madrid to
Italian players in
yeah,
general.
you go for
No,
Athletic,
anyone
yeah,
that comes to
Chelsea,
Serie A
yeah.
in general just don't tend to bang in the Premier League. They don't generally.
Yeah,
don't tend
I've always thought that.
Why are you laughing?
Just the fact that your phone is so mashed up.
I can't read it.
I had to
I had to screenshot it. I can't read it.
zoom
I had to zoom in. I can't read it. Still.
see the,
I
just,
can't read it. Why are you dying so much?
just to see the numbers.
Yeah, my phone's mashed.
Just to see the numbers.
Yeah, well, my phone's mashed.
His phone's got like
got
15
full
Adidas
flights.
stripes. In
The thing is, yeah, I've been meaning to change for a month. I just hadn't had the time to do it.
Wow.
I'll be real.
But listen, Fulham actually dominated this game, so it's sad to see that that 94th minute dagger came there against them. They actually dropped 10 points from winning positions in the Premier League this season. Only Brentford have lost more with 11, but Fulham. Yeah, Fulham are in middle of the pack table, like Bournemouth, 3 wins, 3 draws, 3 losses, band of misfits. 12 goals scored, 12 goals conceded. But they've dropped 10 points from winning possessions. So they're doing better than actually they're showing.
Yeah.
So
I
could
want
they
to
move up a little bit, creep up a little
I
bit?
can't lie. I'm
Yeah.
gonna give special credit to Raul
Don't do
Jimenez,
it.
man.
Oh, I thought he was gonna say Smith Rowe.
He's the gunman that's come back. I don't know what he did, that Matador or
Aye.
whatever.
Yep.
He's back a little bit still.
He is looking good this season so far. He's
CTE
currently
recovery.
sat on 4 goals
Yeah,
and 1
man.
assist.
ESR though, that goal.
He's enjoying.
Enjoy
The
my
dribble,
play,
the
the
drive.
dribble.
You know what though?
Picks up the ball in his own half, dribbles fast.
You feel like a little bit of him coming in has affected Pereira.
A little bit.
He's playing defense.
Spurs
He's
have more
starting,
play
he's
defense,
starting
yeah.
to collect the keys at that place. Like, they're starting to space
I
it.
like that, man. Pereira took over there.
Yeah,
remember what happened to Pereira last week?
Yeah.
You know,
Happened to
showing.
Pereira last week. Tried to
Yeah.
take
it's
the
not like
penalty.
he's being a scrub. He's showing.
Yeah.
You know, it's,
It's the ESR now.
I hope he stays
Everyone
fit.
knows.
I hope he
Yeah.
stays fit.
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
that could be an issue. Hopefully, it's not at the moment he's playing.
Yeah.
And what's good, he subs him off last 20 minutes usually, which is good. And then Reece gets minutes, and Reece has been doing really well as well. And obviously he's still on loan, so he's maybe trying to either get a move or try and play at Arsenal. He didn't play this game. He actually did play this game. He came on last 20 minutes. Listen, Fulham looked good. Brentford came on for Everton last 10 minutes, so maybe he's working on a comeback.
I feel sorry for him because he's a very good centre back, but all I remember about him is Everton fans screaming at Man United, going, "Why didn't you just buy this
Why
guy?"
didn't
back?"
you sign
Yeah, they get vexed at us for not buying a defender. I've never seen that in my life. We were getting abused for not signing their defender.
It's crazy.
Instead of signing Lenny Yoro.
Crazy how he's
I've
since
never
he's
seen
been
it.
linked with them though. That the injury record.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what happens, man. The Man United
Hex.
curse.
It's a hex.
Straight
Yeah, I mean,
They have
listen,
another
that
defender
is
they
the-
signed though in the summer, you know.
Yeah,
Jack
Yeah.
O'Brien.
O'Brien.
Yes.
Oh, from
And-
Lyon.
And he's a unit.
Yeah.
Bro,
Yeah,
Irish
Fans
unit.
him, yeah.
And I haven't seen him much at all.
Yeah, I was
To be
surprised.
fair.
Michael Keane
Yeah.
been playing all season. He scored a crazy goal
Crazy
last week. I
goal,
can't lie,
crazy
but
serious goal. Yeah.
come on,
Scores
brother.
for bangers, man.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
All right, that is the end, but we like to do the FPL stuff, so we will do that now.
Mhm.
Yeah, so our SDS league currently, Merce is top of the league, Abs is second. The investigation is still going on with Abs right now.
Guilty.
You know,
Excuse me. Do not
There's-
talk about my
His
client like that.
lawyers here, so Abs is currently second. We'll speak. We'll figure out what's gonna happen with him soon. I am in fifth, so I'm actually the highest from everyone on this table, but I don't play the game. I deleted the app,
Same, bro.
but I left at the top. You're rock bottom.
That's fine.
No, but you always.
I don't play the game. I literally sign up because you force me to, because it's like a contractual
Yeah,
thing.
yeah,
If
yeah.
you don't sign up, you're sacked from
Yeah,
SDS.
but I'm telling you now, I don't play. I quit. I deleted that.
Can we stop now?
I'm not playing.
Let me see your team.
I'm done.
So
Let me
this-
do some research.
Let's start families. Let's be adults.
Exactly,
Let's be
exactly.
grown-ups.
Let me
What the
just-
hell are we
it's a
doing?
dumb
Let me do some
concept.
research, man.
On this
see.
table,
Oh,
Stars
look at
is
me,
in
I've got
12th.
points. I'm an
Liban is in
imaginary
7th.
team.
I'm above you, Liban. I'm not playing this
Look
game.
at
It's
you,
embarrassing.
loser.
But let's go.
Even when he
into-
doesn't try, you're still underneath him.
Exactly, it's embarrassing. And let's go into the league that you guys are involved in.
Do you finish your topic above me?
I'm
last
above
season?
you right now.
Last
Yes,
season.
I came third.
What are you
Oh,
talking
fair
about?
play, fair play.
Yeah,
bro.
keep quiet.
I'm actually good at this game, but it's
from-
dumb.
You do not talk because you were making changes.
I came third, by the
Up
way.
until-
Actually, I came second.
Up until
I came
Well,
second
yeah,
because
well,
Mercer
yeah.
got stripped.
What are you? Dodgy you. Yeah. You know when he gave up. Do you know when he gave up? Should I tell you when he gave
I
up?
came second last year.
I'll tell you when he gave
matter.
up. Well, I'll tell you when he gave up.
Look,
Maybe.
He gave up on game week 7, so 2 weeks ago.
what do you mean game week 7?
Game week 7 was the last time you made changes.
How many game weeks are there in the Premier League?
There's game week 9 right now.
38 game weeks.
So you gave up while you
Oh,
stood.
so you played 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, he played 2 weeks ago. He made
Say what I
changes.
did.
You act like you gave
Game
up
week
for like
7, you
game
made
week 2.
changes. Look,
changes?
look. So you had De Bruyne, you took him out.
Bro,
And then you put
the
in
injury
Palmer.
thing, they took him out
Oh, he was on
automatically.
his bench and
Foolish
and then got
idiot.
swapped out.
Foolish
He's a
idiot.
lion, bro.
10 weeks before, was he on his bench?
What, bro? He took out De Bruyne and put in Palmer.
Was he on his bench?
No, he took him out and put in Palmer,
I'm
bro.
literally looking
Don't
at
let
the
him
screen.
lie to you,
I'm
bro.
literally looking at the screen.
Well, I'm better tonight. He's lying.
If I'm lying, I'm dying.
He's
He's dying. I'm still here.
Wait.
I'm still here.
Wait.
It doesn't matter. End the pod.
Alright,
It doesn't even matter.
I'm finding more evidence.
This guy's so ugly.
Slow.
Like you see something.
You can't see his
Bro,
screenshot,
that's what
innit?
I'm saying. He's literally taking like 15 screenshots.
Now, to be fair, it's game week 7. Ends at game week 7.
Yeah.
But we're game week 9. That's 2 weeks ago.
What do you mean?
So anyways, let's
What
talk
are ya?
about
Ugly.
let's talk
What
about
are
the SDS
Hey.
Ultras League. Let's talk about SDS Ultras League. Actually, I might even have the title from last season.
What's that?
I might. I
No, you
think I
don't.
might.
Because
Yeah.
I'm fighting
No.
Abs'
Yeah.
corner.
I'm second now because I was third, but Merce got stripped, so Abs moved first.
Yeah,
I
but
came
I'm
second.
telling you, Abs is innocent.
But if Abs gets
Abs is
discovered to have
innocent.
been cheating last year as well, I get first.
Abs is innocent.
We'll see. The case is not
When
done.
is
so
when
I
is the
can't
case
talk
concluded? When is the
about
verdict?
it. The verdict will actually be on next week's podcast.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. Because I'll
So
send
guilty.
and I'll send in my statement.
There we go. The SDS Ultras League is the league that you guys are in. Of course, if you guys win that, you guys get the option of winning the £500 cash prize or taking the option to be on the table and curating your lineup. So it's up to you guys to do whatever you please.
Take the
in
money, man.
First place, Tom Warlow, TAA Annihilation in second. Ibby Shake in third. Jordan with a team name of Head of the Table. In fourth is Mo KX11XI. In fifth is Geordie Hope with Fuller Hope. In sixth is SCP95. In seventh is It's Cold Outside. In eighth is DDA Drogba. In eighth, it is Not Your Average Footer. Oh no, Photo.
Who's got a fat back?
Not Your Average
Hey, that might have been the best name.
And maybe
That
it's
is
pronounced
hilarious.
Yeah.
And in eighth place is Honest Slut. Okay, well,
Yeah.
best luck with all you guys. And
I did not-
11th place is Reeks of
I need
Aura.
it.
I
Wait.
like your team name.
No, I need the average for Toto to win, man.
And in 100
Yeah, that's
and
the thing I'm rooting for.
162nd place, you've moved out. You're in
Yeah.
the top 10. Is Lalana Rhodes. Sorry, man.
Get that guy out of here.
Get out of here, man.
Get that brother out of here.
100.
Not your average Toto. Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's
There you
go.
You guys enjoyed the roundup this week. In a couple of days, we are uploading the next episode of the series of Who's the Smartest SDS Member. Between the next 3 SDS members. Fuad obviously crashed out in the first round. Liban is in the final. You'll see him back at episode 4. And until then, we'll see you very soon. Bye.